We're live.
We're
Okay.
live! We're live! Welcome to Plat Chat episode 201 with me, TMV, Sliggy, Achilleos, and Paperthin. This is not how this was meant to happen at all. It turns out that one of the original members of the show, which none of us are, but one of the original members, literally, I don't know what he's doing, couldn't be asked, is given up on the Plat Chat product apparently. So yeah, I'm here instead when I wasn't meant to be. Let's start off by asking Paperthin, how are you? How is your day going?
Oh, I'm doing great. I've been fighting tonsillitis for the last couple of days, so I'm doing super duper. Yeah, but other than that, I'm good. I read through like most of the first book of 3 Body Problem when I was 6, so I guess we're doing all right. Getting ready for VCT.
Yeah, that sounds great. Achilleos, last time that I was on here with you, you crashed in a car. Then there was a
Well, that almost implies guilt on my part when you say it like that.
yeah, true.
I was in a car that did crash. I didn't crash a car.
Yeah. Yes, that's fair. There's been a coup, I think, or an attempted coup in your country since the last time I was here with you. So anything terrible going to happen today, do you think?
Well, I'm at home, so let's hope not. Especially,
yeah, it could be bad.
That would be bad.
Really bad.
It smells like gas in here. No, everything should be fine. But
Okay,
yeah, things have been chill. Just been enjoying. Well, I'd say enjoying the off season. I've been desperately wanting to get back to work, but I've at least been able to get a couple snowboarding trips in. So looking forward to a little bit more of that as well once the season gets started.
Okay, wonderful. And Sliggy, the VCT season has begun, as I'm aware, and I'm sure you are aware as well. Are you excited? What one thing are you most excited for 2025?
Well, one thing, for it to be over. No, I'm excited to see.
One day in.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Paper X play. To be honest, I love watching Paper X, man. They're my favorite. I love that, dude. I love that Sideshow's not here already, man. I know we didn't do any names earlier, but man, it's crazy. He's not beating the hating Pacific allegations, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not. So we're gonna start, and if my hosting is terrible, then I almost swore then, but didn't because I remembered not to demonetize the show. So that's a good start.
You're already doing better than the others.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Beating Bren, beating Josh.
Let's
Also,
start with
real quick, TMV. You don't have
yeah.
to do this part because we can push this to a different part if you want to. The member stuff. Do you want to do it?
Let's do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do
Let's
it.
do it.
All right.
Let's do it. Become a member of Plat Chat. How about that? How about you become a member today? Support the show because let's face it, we're down in numbers. Members are flying off. Is Mimi here? No. Is Sideshow here? No. Is Bren here? No. They're not here. They've given up on this, okay? So you might as well give the money to Kurt, essentially. It's just Kurt at this point. That's the only place that this money is going to. Help support Kurt as much as you can, because at least he is always here. He is reliable. He's on time. And so you want to become a member to the Plat Chat show today, and you can get some exclusive benefits if you do that. You'll become a part of the members only Discord, which I don't know. I assume Sideshow is in, but will he ever be there? I can't say. You can't say at this point.
It takes 5 hours to reply to anything.
Yeah, you just don't know. You'll get access to some of the hidden episodes, like the one where apparently they ate a bunch of food and messed about and whatever, and who knows what happened there. I still haven't seen it. So who knows what happened? None of us know because we weren't there. But also we have a member question, and you'll be able to ask some member questions as well. That one will get picked every week. And our question today for the panel is to construct a team. Do you have it cut up? Yeah, here we go. Construct a team only using players with 3-letter names, i.e. some examples here for us. FNS, some, com. Now, I was not meant to be on the show at this point, so I have not thought about this whatsoever. So I'm just going to quickly throw it to someone else. Someone else, take the reins. Who are we starting with?
I can do it. So I would do an America's team, right? And not that we set any rules, but I'd do America's team. You got FNS on... probably Flex, to be honest, because obviously IGL. Oxy Duelist. Then I got Som on Smokes. Then I got Ye, Sentinel. And then I would import Leo. And hopefully the America's health system would save him. You're allowed an import. That's fine.
Yeah, that's not much different than what I was looking at. I kind of forgot that Oxy was in the mix because originally I was looking at Kai, but I would probably actually go...
Well, you'd pick Kai over Depp? You disrespected Depp like that?
I completely breezed
Just
past that. Okay, never mind.
unbelievable.
I'm gonna change
This,
again.
this is all
Uh,
Pacificate. This whole
sorry.
panel's just Pacificate.
Sorry.
Dang.
Okay.
People are showing
Finesse,
up for it.
Som, Izu, Depp, and Leo.
There you
That's my
go.
team.
There you go.
That's nice. I love how Leo's just getting imported in everywhere.
I mean,
It's like, bring him
man's not
in.
even playing really, but you
No,
gotta put him on the
yes, People
list.
still want him.
I'm not too far.
Any other Pacific players you want to shout out, Paper Thin? Who should make it?
I mean,
Ban?
no. I mean,
No.
Jesus, poor dude.
I like Ban, but he's kind of been up and down, so he's not as reliable as some of the other players on the list. And I guess you could kind of consider him a flex at this point, although he's been playing a lot of, I don't know, he's all over the place. So
Do you not want an Odin though?
For
Do
your
you
flex.
don't want an Odin
Well, I
expert
would love to
in
have
art?
art. I would love to have
Yeah.
art. I am a big art stan. We will get to that later for sure. But I think it's hard to rely on art considering this is his first year in Tier 1. So
Okay. Well,
That's
there
it.
you go. Become a Plat Chat member today, and you can ask a question to, well, apparently us, but not any of Sideshow or Brand.
Just get everybody to ask the question of like, why is Sideshow so late? And then he has to answer it the next time that he's on the show. Granted, it'll be an hour into the show because he won't show up until that point. So just delay the member question, and then you can get him just straight up having to answer that with a gun to his head. That'd probably be the best way to do it. I mean, but become a member. We know that you guys are good for it. We know you have the money.
Yeah.
Just cancel one of your
Surely
50
everyone who watches Plat Chat is rich, right?
Just cancel one of your like 50 live streaming services, one of your like those pages that you're subbing to on OnlyFans. You don't need it. She's not actually responding to you. But Sideshow and like us in the Discord, we will
Sideshow
actually
might.
respond to you. It's not a guy who looks like
Sideshow
Sideshow.
will
It's
not
actually
respond
Sideshow
to
who's
you.
behind the thing.
Kurt will. You want to talk to Kurt or some random girl you'll never meet? You might meet
not
Kurt
a
one
girl.
day. Who knows? Anyway.
it's a sweetheart. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk quickly before we get into Pacific, though. Let's talk about something that's going to affect the game, I think, in a very big way, and that is the new agent, Tejo, who will apparently be available for Kickoff. I'm pretty sure it was only those games yesterday or over the weekend in
Correct,
China,
yeah.
right, that Tejo won't be available for. So from now on, we are ready to get Tejo. And I guess my question to any of you is, how big of a deal is it? How much play will we see from Tejo early on?
I think
Quite
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be so post-plant heavy, right? Like with Astra and Tejo in the meta, like this is going to be, it's going to be hard for Sentinels. That's why like today when I was watching some VODs, I was really keying in on post-plants. Like I was like, this is where teams are going to make their bread and butter in the first part of this year until Tejo gets nerfed because it's really oppressive.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
impressive on that, but also just on the site execs because
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I mean, his best util is the thing that's on a timer. It's not something that it's like a one-off where he just buys it. So just having the nades or whatever at the start. I mean, I haven't actually played around with them yet myself. I've been meaning to do that, and I will be doing that in the next couple days, given that we start in 4 days. But I did watch like Slingy's video to breaking things down, and just like some of the side exec stuff that you were hovering around in that video. I was just like, yeah, this seems oppressive as all hell.
Yeah, it's just such a good agent. It's just multi-purpose. It can just slot into a lot of teams. It
Also,
combos
his
well.
drone is insane.
This
Like
drone lasts for a really, really long time. Like really long time as well. Like the scan and everything's okay at the end. We might not see that actually get much use, but it's just the fact that it lasts for so long.
Yeah.
So
All drones
really,
are
really
good.
good.
All
All drones are good. Yeah, exactly.
There's-
It might be
there's
the worst
really-
drone, but it's still incredible.
they're not
So,
made
yeah.
equally. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But
Pretty
yeah,
much-
the damage is the right thing to talk about. The damage is really,
Yeah.
really strong.
Yeah.
Like, being able to take map control, the fact that it combos with so much, whether it's like space made that is 100% secure or actual like kill combos of like a deadlock gravnet into damage. There is there's some scary stuff going down. It's dude, teams, it's a rush. The teams had like 10 to 15 days to implement this on some maps, and yeah, it's just a sprint of what maps weren't we that good at. Let's put him in there, or like what maps can we kind of force him into? Because I think he's strong. I wouldn't force him on some maps, but I could understand if someone wanted to play him on every map at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally there with you. I do have one question as well, though, Tejo, which is, if, this agent is super good, does that make you a little bit maybe worried in a sense that like if like it's not going to be this tournament, this kickoff tournament, because there's so little time. If Tejo is super strong, will it just be the teams that are best at implementing Tejo are just going to be the best teams, rather than, you know, who actually is the best teams? Like if a team struggles with that, does that give you any kind of concern for the kickoff tournaments in general?
No, I think it's more like it'll potentially be a difference maker in really close matches, like some of the like mid round matches where you're not sure, like you're like, this is like 5th, 6th place teams, I'm not sure who's gonna win. Like if one of them has a better read on it, who's got the better kind of ability to adapt to it and that kind of thing, will probably end up like having that as a difference maker in their back pocket. And I could see it in a world where there are certain teams like, you know, maybe DRX or something like that, that's going to be able to win some matches that maybe they normally wouldn't, just because they have a good coaching staff who is very execute and post-plant heavy already, you know, and has a history of that. So maybe that can be something that they'll be able to implement very quickly because of that foundation.
One other thing I do want to mention as well, though, is, are you, like, because what I was thinking about this in this agent, I was like, okay, they've clearly tried, you know, with map design and, you know, changes to guns and whatever, like, to stop some of the post-plant spam. But I feel like this agent just takes us way back to, like, you know, V1 Reykjavik, where we're just getting Raise Nade, Tejo Rocket, Killjoy Nanoswarm, you know,
Viper
whatever,
mollies.
Astrasuck, like,
Astrasuck,
yeah, you just don't even see anyone. The post-plant just doesn't exist. There's no one there. Like, is that something... Should we be worried about that just happening and we get some awful post-plant gameplay?
Yeah, I think so. It combos well with Astra as well. So you have two agents that combo really well for map control, and then you have two agents that literally means you have to tap the spike twice, right? You have to tap the spike, you got Astra Suck, wait for that to finish, tap the spike again, then the Tejo damage is going to come in. That's an absolute nightmare to play against. And to kind of answer your earlier question as well, I think... being a top team or like a team that is expected to win is like rough right now. Like you want to be one of the coaches or the players on like the teams that are more like middle of the pack or like under, like near the bottom, that aren't expected to do that well, because upsets are so doable with this agent. And even some of the comps that we've seen from China, like this Deadlock,
Vice,
Deadlock Vice stuff. Like there's a lot of new comps that I call one and dones that like first time you play it, unless you mess up, you're pretty much secured a win. And in a double elim bracket like this, it's really scary for the top teams that are expected to win.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is what my video will be about today, that I think probably for the first time since early 2021 in China, we had 2 bind games where no one played Viper, which like, you'd have to go back a long way to find 2 back-to-back pro games on bind where no one plays Viper. It was kind of insane. And maybe
they were good.
Yeah,
I
there
think
was some
that's
good stuff in there.
That's the main stuff, because like when we've seen it before, it's like I'll be honest, it's a lot of teams not playing well against the, like you normally see the Deadlock, and it's just teams aren't playing well against the Viper. But this whole Deadlock Vice stuff, it's actually like it has a lot of forward, a lot of protocols. It actually looks decent. It's the first time that I've watched a Viperless comp on bind and been like, I like this. It looks good. It looks like it could get multiple wins. Yeah.
And then maybe add Tejo on bind as well. It's going to be crazy. So I add him into like a Deadlock comp and we could see some crazy stuff.
It's going to be fun, Kickoff, the meta. Like for teams that want to innovate and go out there, there's some really cool stuff you can do at the moment. It's very open.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, let's move on now. Let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this episode, which is talking about what's going to happen in the upcoming Kickoff tournaments. We're starting with Pacific, of course, here with Paperthin and Achilleos. And we're just going to dive into previewing some of the games that will be happening. And our first game here, probably not the most exciting game in the world, but it's Boom Esports versus T1. I'm sure. I mean, I've got Sideshow's picks, so whatever you picked, okay.
Sure. I mean, this
Fuck.
is gonna
Trying to look away from it.
If this was ever going to happen, you know, this was definitely the game for it to happen. I don't know what Sideshow's picked, but I would also pick T1. For those of you wondering, give me a baller's kind of prediction of what percentage would you give Boom Esports in this game versus T1?
Isn't his rule 70%?
His rule is 70-30, I think, but I think that you
then...
guys might go a bit lower than 30 on this one.
Oh, I'd do a 90-10, I'll be honest.
I was thinking 10% for Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can do it.
Dismayed.
I mean, they definitely can. But I mean, T1's just so stacked. I mean, they've looked great in the off season, and that was with not much prep time at all. And now they've had so much more time to just stay on the grind and whatnot. Like they've got some really great flexible players. So integrating things like Tejo into the mix, I think is going to be pretty easy for this roster. I don't know. There's just no shot that I think that you could give like Boom that big of a chance to be able to take this series. So I like this is where it might be for like the first time ever on Plat Chat where I'm saying like this is an actual guarantee.
Yeah,
you doomed it.
You got to feel
doomed
confident
it.
about it, surely.
Okay. You want to talk there?
Yeah,
Mr. Paper
I
thing?
mean, it's gonna be tough. I was just watching through some of Boom Esports, what they just played at Predator League over in Malaysia, and I have some serious concerns. Like they were overextending all over the place. I don't know, just because it was like BO1s and it was like an off-season thing, they weren't really trying. But I thought this was like a really good opportunity for them and Team Secret, we'll talk about later, to get some good experience, get ready for the big stage here, practice some fundamentals, some protocols, and it was just really messy. I mean, so many times where they were just not like there was one on Bind where they had Sky and their opponent had Fade, and they weren't like utilizing the fact that they have way longer flashes to like control space and like all these like little things they could have done, and then they were pushing into spawn when they didn't need to, and it did not look clean. Whereas like Achilles was just saying, T1 has looked hella clean in this offseason, and it is a meta that's going to suit them, I think. I mean, again, we've been talking about executes and post plants. This is a team that should have that in spades, with the the fundamentals that you're going to have with Stacks and company, and then just watching what I saw from Red Bull, like looked really, really, really good in those situations. Like they had some really nasty setups, like using the Cypher util with a Cosmic Divide to like catch people coming through the Cosmic Divide to just shoot them down and stuff. So they were doing all kinds of cool stuff. Really, really impressed with T1, and I think they're going to be really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
nailed
don't
it.
think there's too much to say about this game, to be honest. Yeah.
Nah,
I
not really.
think-
It's
I hate doing it to them right after I just joined Boom Esports as their sixth man. Like,
okay.
it just feels like T1 have this.
Is it? Yeah. This is like the Prime game I was talking about earlier, whereas like you're expected to have lower expectations. I want to see at least one map they come with some kind of crazy comp, some kind of one and done comp that has good theory to at least like try and secure a map or get a close game.
Yeah, 100% with you. Yeah, pick Fracture, do something crazy.
Yeah, do something
Just
mad.
try and get something
Man, I
crazy
can't wait
going
for
on.
Fracture.
Fracture's back. It's gonna be good. But yeah, let's just move on. Although the winner of this game does play Paper Rex, so we could instantly be set up for a giga banger. Paper Rex T1 could be an insane game to kind of be early in Pacific there, but not so much that one. The next game we're taking a look at, maybe, I don't know about this one. Maybe we'll get another guarantee. Don't know. Zeta Division versus Nongshim. Let's see what the people have gone for.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, I figured we'd be safe because figured that it was going to be.
I am here to save us. Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So, me, Sliggy, and Achilles, well, not me, although I did as well, but Sideshow, Sliggy, and Achilles have gone for Nongshim, but the lone wolf over there picking Zeta Division is Mr. Paperton. Let's start with the dissenting argument. Why Zeta Division?
I mean, I think they've got like actually a really good coaching staff in place this year. It's not like a hodgepodge of 7 or 8 different people. John Tuck coming in as the main head coach, and people who don't know, used to be one of the head coaches in Tier 2 for a long time with a couple different teams. Has done a really good job with various other Japanese squads, so has some experience working with these players and in the language and all that kind of thing. So I think they should be good. Maybe I did have a clip, but maybe I'll save that for later, Kurt. But like, because I was kind of gonna dunk on Zeta a little bit, because I noticed some things.
You should wait. You're picking them right now.
Yeah.
Pick them and then dunk on them. That's awesome.
But I mean, in theory, I think they can pull this out. I mean, who knows with Nongshim? They haven't played a match since they won Ascension, so they've been kind of out of the Valorant sphere for a while. So let's see if maybe Zeta can pull out. I'd still call it a bit of an upset, but I think they can definitely do it.
Is this more because, so just for clarity here, I put Nongshim, this is my biggest bold prediction, I think. I had them going to Bangkok.
Wait, what?
Literally going to Bangkok. I'm going in on this team, okay? So I'm super high on this team, right? Okay. Is this more you doubting Nongshim, or are you just high on Zeta?
A little bit of both, but I'd
Okay.
say more of I'm a little bit concerned about Nongshim, especially as well with the neon nerfs. That's something
Okay.
they've been relying on heavily. That being said, Donby is a good Raze player. He's much better at Raze than Jet, so it is a Raze-ish meta. So I think they can still do damage for sure.
Okay, and now let's get the main opinion here. Achilleos, why will Nongshim win this game 26-0?
Fucking hell. That'd be the worst possible way to start things off for Zeta. I don't know. I think that they just look cleaner. I think that Zeta, I'm much higher on Zeta than I was for like last year. I think that there have been really good improvements for both Zeta and DFM. So overall, like I'm buying. Like I'm in the market here for the Japanese.
You a
balance.
Laz hater?
But fuck no. Laz, come back, my prince. Like it was amazing. But I do think that like overall the team looks a lot better, and what we were kind of seeing from them from the off season, like there was some ups and downs, but I'd say widely it was more positive. But Nongshim, I think just as a core, they've been together for longer. They had the incredible run through Ascension. I think that they have a lot more familiarity with one another. Persia also absolutely goated. I think that they're at a better jumping off point coming in, even though Zeta has been a team and an organ in tier 1 for obviously since the start of the leagues. I think that there's just a stronger jumping off point here for Nongshim.
Yeah, I think you touched on the right point there, really, because it's just that they've been a team for so long, like same lineup, and they have all of this stuff. And the good thing about them as well right now, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like the whole year basically, right from Jan, and it's dude. They have 5 maps already, like pretty much set. Like they can change it up if they want, but they're like in a really good spot to just go, okay, 2 new maps. They should have a 7-map pool, maybe even like multi comps that they want to try on maps. So they're in a very good spot just because they've been a good team and for so long. So yeah, they're just ahead at the starting point. That's all it is. I don't think Zeta's a bad team, and I think they might like get a map off them, but I would like to see Red Force come out swinging, and I think they will.
I mean, be like a late bloomer in the season kind of deal. You know, like get past
Yeah,
Bangkok
yeah.
and then start seeing the
I agree.
improvements.
Like if there's any tournament the Red Force do well at, it should be this one. Like where everyone else is like building and they're already built.
Yeah, I mean, I as I say, I'm apparently extremely high on this team. Extremely high, it seems. But yeah, that's just because I think, you know, you run through the Ascension tournament, you don't lose a map until the grand final, which is, you know, against the team probably playing their best in the home stadium. You know, a lot of pressure on that game, of course. Well, actually, there wasn't, as it turned out, because they could have lost and been here anyway. But, you know, they didn't know that at the time. But yeah, I'm super high on Nongshim. They are my super dark horse in Pacific. I'm going all in.
Have you tried the noodles yet or not?
He's trying to get the free
I can't
noodles,
say I
dude.
have, no. But yeah,
You
they
haven't
got
tried
the
the
noodles
noodles?
going for them as
Man,
well.
Dude, you'd be really
He's
on
trying
top
to
of
get
it.
them
even
to
more
have the
souls.
noodles.
Yeah,
no, you
have
will,
the
yeah.
sent to the door.
It's the Slicky guarantee.
Yep.
They're banging.
But okay, let's move on to a game. Ooh, I'm not sure where people will go with this one. Depends on how high you are on some of these teams. But it's Global Esports versus Team Secret. Let's see what we've gone for. Ooh, we are split. And I
okay.
will say that Sideshow, the fucking idiot that he is, has gone Team Secret. And I would
Hold up,
disagree
I've
with that.
literally done the same.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, Sliggy.
Catching
But yeah,
strays.
I would have gone global as well, just so you were. But Sliggy, go on then. Why Team Secret?
So, I mean, it's kind of what I was saying before, right? They should just have a better starting point in terms of, like, this is the tournament for them to do well. And, dude, Imby's my boy, man. This guy's so good. He's just, he has to... I just need him to have a good year. Like, I just need him and the rest of the team to have a good year. I kind of just believe, but in terms of like everything we said about Nongshim Zeta, I just repeat for this that like they've been a team for a long time. I think for you looking at Imby and Wild Oreo, I feel like their ceiling is extremely high, and yeah, they just should come out looking like a more drilled team. Even though I think that Global eventually might be able to take them if we see this matchup again, but. Yeah, I just back them just because I'm worried about the single coach. I will say that much. But again, we just got we got a team that's been a team for a while.
Okay, before I get the dissenting opinion, first thing I want to just quickly check with Achilleos and Paperthin is, does this mean that you're low on Team Secret? Like, are you selling Team Secret stocks right now if you're picking Global to beat them?
Let me put it this way: I've made I think that the strongest vow that I've ever made in my life was, the vows to my wife, saying that I was going to love her forever. And, the second strongest vow that I've probably ever made is that I am never picking Team Secret again. I'm sticking through with that. I don't give a fuck. They could have improved and they could have gotten just every great player. They could have imported whoever the hell. Name a, Aspas could have joined this team, whatever. Still never predicting them. Fuck them. You're never getting my vote. I'm done.
So you're just a hater,
and it's never happening again.
You just don't give a shit. You're just.
I'm sticking to my word. I'm going, but I'm going with Global. I also do think Global could win this series, but I'm going with Global just by default.
You'll hate. Okay. Anything for you there, Paper Thin? Are you also just a massive secret hater?
No, no, I'm not. But I was pretty on the fence with this until I watched Team Secret at Predator League, and even though Wild Oreo wasn't there, I know they were missing a player, one of their better players. They looked like absolute garbage. Like it was not good, and that is extremely concerning. Like they lost to somebody 13-3, and I was like, what are we doing here? Like this is it was like a tier 2 team, man. I can't remember even who it was, and I was just like, oh boy, what is going on? And like I get it, you're missing a player, but still, like you should be able to compete. And so they lost a Boom in a one-off event they did.
It was Rival.
Yeah, that's it. Rival. They lost to, this is an Indian team. And again, not to dunk on them, but they lost 13-3. I mean, until
can
then,
you just show Rival's logo again? It looks like something that, a 10-year-old would make. It's like
it looks like a sports drink.
Sorry,
like
Rival, if you're watching this.
Gives you energy, yeah. But
no, it's the name of the new Jake Paul NFT online game.
God. Oh, no.
Play Rival and invest your money.
They're just hoping to get people who are trying to play Marvel Rivals, and they're like just hoping that no one notices.
They don't put in Marvel, and that's the first thing that comes up.
Yeah, but now, I guess I'm worried Team Secret is a streamer NFT. It's just gonna tank, and it's just not looking good.
It's off season. It's fine.
Wow,
I don't know. Even in off season, it was kind of a mess.
Give me the positive case for Global.
Oh, sure.
It's a week before as well.
They slap. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Crystal slaps. They have the better Filipino players. Like, Papi Chulo is just my goat. Like, it's over. GE's winning this.
Okay, I mean,
I don't even know if I fully believe what I just said, but
I mean, you've been such an Envy stan, you basically just threw him under the bus.
I know Envy is so good, man. I'm right. But I really like a lot of the players on GE. I think with the new coaching staff, I'm hoping there seems to be good vibes there, or whatever. And I mean, Crystal's Crystal. He's absolutely one of the clutchest players I've ever seen. So I think they have a good chance here.
I mean, my pick is purely based on nepotism, because I did a podcast, worked for Ascend with Elevated, who's Global's assistant coach now. So we know that nepotism works in Valorant, okay? Team Heretics proved that to everyone last year. Nepotism, what a wonderful thing. So I'm just going purely off that. Global will win. But now let's move on to, I think, what I would call the Pacific, early game here. I think the hardest game probably to predict overall. And that's DFM versus RRQ, which if you were in 2023, you were probably saying, who the fuck are these orgs?
Okay.
But here we are.
I got you guys. So good.
Ooh, and again, no guarantee. So only one guarantee here in Pacific. 3 of us have gone for DFM, and a Sliggy lone picking RRQ. Let's hear the RRQ pick. And, well, Sideshow, the bold fraud, picked DFM. But unfortunately, I agree with him on this one.
I did check the roster to see if Chobro was going to be here. Then I saw that he wasn't. And I was like, oh,
he's in the chat right now. He's in the chat right now, so he's listening.
Okay with that. I'm repping for him. No, but I do actually think that I'm kind of high up on the RRQ roster. I think more just because I think they got an upgrade, and I think the extra coach is really going to help them. And I do just trust the coaching staff on this one. So even though, again, I have nothing against DFM, I think they looked so good in the offseason, like really impressed me. I just think the potential of RRQ is higher, and I'm really hoping we see it. We might not see it, but I'm really hoping we see it, and I'm just back
every year. The season, RRQ. This is
my last year with them and holding out hope. So let's see what they got.
And why Achilleos DFM? Sell me the tale. You don't need to sell me, but sell the people the tale of DFM.
This one, I mean, you were very correct in your description, and like this one being a difficult pick. I think I was very much on the fence with this. I blew through. Kurt sent me the document, like the form, to fill in our predictions. I blew through that very quickly, and then he went, "Oh, I forgot to add RQ DFM," and I went, "Motherfucker! Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, how do I choose?" For me, it was just I think DFM. Saw more of him in the offseason. There was a little bit more promise there. They played an event, I think, as well without art and still looked really good, I want to say, happened, right?
Well, they played without Sess because they swapped in Gen.
Yeah, out Gen.
Oh,
yeah,
so, okay, I'm mixing it around. But so like, and still like them looking strong with like a sub in and everything like that. I was just like, okay, like May is still the truth. Like he is a fucking incredible player. I think him versus Jemkin is going to be an awesome watch, and I mean they've also squared up against each other probably tons of times, I would imagine, in the Japanese scene prior. So I think that's going to be a fun rivalry to track. But I just overall what I've seen from DFM, I think that they inch out a performance here. Also because they're playing against a team that isn't named Zeta Division, so I give them a bit more chance to find victory here.
I'll never forget that T1 game last year. The DFM just randomly turn up for 1 week and
Ascent?
destroy.
That Ascent
was
read
sick.
was just
Yeah, the Ascent
like
was so
they
good.
had fucking wall hacks on, man. They knew
just fucking turned up
everything.
for 1 game and then disappeared. Do you agree with that, Paper Thin?
Yeah,
You high on
no.
DFM?
I was talking about it in the last episode here that I am mega high on DFM. I've said that I think they're going to qualify for an international event this year. I think they're looking really strong across the board. I am a little bit concerned with Gen versus Sess because I think they're going to play Gen to start the year instead of Sess, so I'm a little bit iffy on that decision. That might be something that kind of hurts them. But I mean, look, we have the false prophet and Chobra with RRQ. I am here. I am the one true DFM god. They are doing well this year. That is
Don't
where
call
I'm
yourself a
at.
god just because you fucking look like Buddha.
I mean, is he actually a god? though?
He's
Or
not
is
a
he just
god.
like-
He's
yeah,
not a
he's just
god.
he's just
I
a
don't know.
dude. Yeah,
I'm not great with that stuff. But anyway, I am a very big DFM believer. I watched a lot of their VODs and I think they're really good in post plants. They have a great understanding of spacing. Like Art is doing a great job maneuvering this team around the map, making sure they're all in the right places at the right time, making sure that everybody's doing their job, covering the right angles. Like the protocols have looked really, really clean. So for me, everything seems to be trending upwards.
Okay, I mean, I'm super interested for. I feel like these two teams, DFM RRQ. I think when I did my power rankings, I had them like, 7, 8 together. But I know that people in my Twitch chat and stuff like that, like they saw DFM be good like once, and now they're like they won't let it go. That this team's the truth. They have to be the truth because they had one good map once. I'm interested. Just a quick question for you all. Are DFM, like, what is the ceiling for DFM? Paper Thin, you've already said that they could make an international tournament this year.
Yeah.
Does anyone else expect that from them? Or is that like an absolute, like, highest ceiling kind of for them?
I don't think
It wouldn't be
should
this
expecting
one
that.
for me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Bangkok. It would have to be.
Kickoff.
It would have to be like champs in my mind.
Okay. But do you think that's possible?
Yeah. What the? So many other weird things have fucking happened in VCT.
True.
That it's absolutely possible. I mean, we booted Bleed out after a year because they didn't fucking pay anybody. Anything's possible. They absolutely could make it.
Yeah, I think it's true. We'll just see how consistent they look. But, dude, if you look at the off season, like you should be going for DFM. I'm just doing it off the potential.
No.
I think
Sticking up for Chobra.
Yeah. I think if I went for the team that was more likely to go to champs, I would still go for RRQ as well. I just think the potential is higher.
Okay.
That's kind of where I sit.
That's interesting. Well,
Not that I think it's going to happen. I wouldn't say no. I don't think it's going to happen. But they have more
Chobra's
potential.
converted you. You got
Yeah.
But yes, only 2 teams will be going to Masters Bangkok. So those are the first games. But there's 4 teams who got a bye. Well, in our bold predictions for who will win Pacific Kickoff, let's see who we've all gone for, or who this fucking bold fraud has gone for. We'll
I'm
see. I
feeling good about
suppose.
this.
I can't remember who I went for here.
Well, let's see.
I know
the
who I
bold predictions. Oh, what? That is
Okay.
fucking crazy.
Eluded.
Wow. So
We've got
3
it.
people in Paper Thin, Slicky, and Achilles go for T1. 3 of you going T1. And Sideshow, safe as ever, fucking boring man that he is, decided to go for fucking Paper X. Oh, good pick. Good pick. Really interesting. Although, I think I had Paper X winning it as
You
well,
can't just
right?
flame him and
keep
go,
agreeing with it.
but I had this pick also.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure it
picks are the
works.
same as his. Like,
Caught. But yeah, let's quickly talk about this. Why did all 3 of you pick T1? Why are they going to beat the likes of Paper X, Gen.G? You know, why is T1 definitely the pick?
They're just the closest thing to a super team that we have, I think. And not, I mean, granted,
Really?
super teams have not worked out necessarily in the past.
Over Paper X.
Well,
you don't think
in
the
the
Paper X is
sense
a
of-
safer choice?
in the sense of like a kind of like a bunch of players coming together for the first time and forming
Okay.
a super team. Yes, because Paper X, I mean, they've been the same team. Aside from that little blip where Monyet played and, you know, things were looking great.
Yeet.
But I don't know. I think that there's so much talent on this roster. I think that if you had any other Sentinel player on this team, I wouldn't be feeling nearly as confident. Like, I rate Buzz super high, but the fact that it's Buzz there and Meteor and Stacks, like, there's just every single time you go down that roster list, you're just like, damn, it's good.
There's a little
Yeah,
DRX
that's
glint in your eye as you say it.
But I'm like out of that relationship now, and I'm thinking that I might be looking at T1. Like, I'm thinking that I'm
You're
moving
the
over to
fucking
here.
Meme of the guy looking.
I'm dabbling. I'm newly single. We're taking it slow. Come over for movie. You know, sit down. We watch a movie. Just, you know, keeping it nice and easy. But so I'm not fully committed to T1 yet, but I'm interested. You know.
T1 and chill. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I like it. I'm with you. I think this team is really, really strong, and I think Paper X it's really almost unfortunate that they were probably going to run into each other in the second match, assuming T1 actually beats Boom. That's like, to me, probably the 2 best teams right now in Pacific going into this. I think for Paper X, like, the map pool is really strong, so I think they are really dangerous. But to me, it comes down to a lot of the stuff I've been talking about with executes and post plants and what I've been seeing in the off season. And, you know, to add on to the 3 players that Achilles was talking about, you also have Izu, who's been popping off, who looks incredible, and Sylvan finally starting to look like old Sylvan back from when it was VCT Korea, and he was playing on WGS, right? And so it's like, this team has so many players that can just pop off at any moment. They're crazy strong. They've got amazing ideas. They set up all these cool trap plays too that you never know where they're gonna just like have this like 3 players hiding around a corner on Abyss just waiting for you, and you just aren't ready for it at all. So they're really, really well thought out already, and their playbook looks super deep.
Yeah, I think I nailed it, dude. I definitely did this pick after I watched China and they had all the cool Vice stuff, and then I was like, in my head, I was like, "Oh, T1 have been playing a little bit of Vice. They can do a lot of this," and I think that's where I went with it because I think Paper X are going to do great as well. They're like my top 2 going through, and I think dude, it's mad that they meet so early. But yeah, I'm just the more I've watched Gen.G as well, it's like really cementing just how insane Meteor is. Like this whole off season has just been like Meteor is just unbelievable. So yeah, I really just think that it's like what you said. It's close to a super team. They have a lot of potential. I think I'm just excited to watch them, and I think they've had some cool stuff on some maps. They've already shown that they're willing to try some stuff, and in this meta, I think you got to try some stuff as well. So I'm in for it, and I think that Paper X might still need a little bit of time to get to the full potential in terms of some of their roles that they're doing, unless there is a world where Paper X literally just have that comp, and you don't even have the mid round, and you just rush site, and then you have sick after plants. Like that's the only thing I'm like really worried about, where literally they just hit sites and the round's over in 30 seconds. So that worries me a little bit. But if anyone can deal with that, I think it should be T1. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at.
Okay,
I think they also identified the big weakness. Sorry, just between like the two teams, like with like T1, they were always struggle to try to take down Paper X, and I think that they realized like we can't have the brothers face off because Forsaken just always wins. So we're just going to move Execute to a content creator, and then we don't have to worry about that anymore. So I think that they've really dialed in on what the issues were. They've made the right adjustments. Now, no more Susanto, showdown. That's gone. I refuse to call it the Derby because it was dumb.
Why do you hate Derby?
Alliteration is better. Susanto Showdown is
it's also
better than the
dark.
Susanto
Well, that's fair.
Derby.
You're not wrong. I mean, Showdown is better, but
But yeah, good on them for figuring that one out.
Okay, my question though quickly was just who else did you have going then? If you've got all three
Paper
got
X.
T1 winning, Paper X, Sliggy,
Paper X.
Paper X, Achilleos.
It's probably Paper X. Gen.G would be the other consideration, though.
Wow, so none of. I mean, I already told you. I'm
You're
going
on-
non.
you're on the noodle.
I'm going fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going.
yeah.
I'm,
The
I'm just
noodle
eating
train, yeah.
noodles. I'm just fucking devouring noodles this whole time. But none of us went Gen.G. Are we? Are you not worried about that at all? Because I would say the thing is, of course, Paper X and T1 almost certainly will play each other in that second game.
Yeah.
One of them is going to the lowers, and so therefore, it only takes then one bad game, and it's not gonna be Paper X and T1. Like
Yeah,
in
I agree.
my pick'ems, I had Paper X winning that game, and then T1 going pretty far, but eventually kind of falling. And just having a bad game. But interesting. Okay, so basically everyone sticking pretty safe, I would say. No one apparently that interesting. This is an entertainment podcast, but whatever. We'll go with Paper X and
This is
T1,
what I'm
it's
saying, man. You're
whatever.
just addicted to the clicks. My chat was telling me this earlier.
I saw the predictions. Somebody went through and they ranked everybody on Plat chat with their prediction success rate, and I'm right at a 50% with 16 out of 32. I gotta lock the fuck in here, TMV.
Nice coin.
I can't
Well-
come in here and just be like, "Oh, I think that it's gonna be."
Well, if
Boom
Team
winning
Secret
the
end
whole
up
thing."
being
Like,
good, you're gonna get absolutely fucked then.
Doesn't
It's gonna
matter.
be a real fucking
Doesn't matter.
test of your-
That is a sunk cost thing. Like I've already. I'm dedicated to that. They could become the best team in the world. They could dick on everybody
hope
left,
they
right,
do.
and center.
Imagine
Will
if they
not
did
give a
it.
shit. I will never predict them again. And to the Filipino fans' benefit, as it often has been.
Okay, if you say so. But yeah, I think that I really do hope Team Secret fuck you up. And every week you have to come on this podcast. We just literally invite you specifically just for a Team Secret segment. Oh, they won again?
go ahead.
How are you feeling this week? And you just have to slowly, we watch you go into a
Got
deep
fuck
mental
me up.
state.
Not backing down.
Okay, well, that's the picks. That's all of the picks. I don't know, Kurt, do you have a pick?
No.
Oh.
Damn, Rebecca, really? Nothing?
I don't have a strong opinion about Pacific. I haven't watched it closely enough, but it does seem like
hell.
T1 on paper is a super team.
Entertainment podcast.
So-
Keep it light, Kurt. Come on.
I'll pick T1. I'll pick T1.
Wow,
I love the
Jesus.
Nongshim pick.
You
but
could
I
say
don't know any-
anything. You could fucking say any team. Say DFM.
He's
Why
such
not?
a big Faker fan.
You know what? I've had a change of heart. I think global esports is not
Yeah, I
only
knew
Yes.
they're not
yes.
only going to make Bangkok.
They're not gonna
they
lose a
are
round,
going
say it,
to
Kurt.
win Bangkok. All right.
They're gonna win Bangkok. Now, Kurt, here's the thing. If they do, think of the short that you've just created
Oh, yeah,
right there.
that's a lot
Just
of
think.
views.
Just think if they do that.
Bro, you're
Imagine.
so content pilled, man. You're out here just like, think of the short. We're like, we've got to pick something
Yeah.
random to get the
We should
clicks.
just
Who's
say
coming
every
second?
team. Kurt, change the graphics quick. We'll get every team up, make a case for them all, and then you can make the show after no matter who goes. We'll cover our bases.
I think
No
that's a
one will
good
know.
idea. No one will know. True.
No one will know. Anyway, that's pretty much gonna be the end of this segment. I don't know if Sideshow is.
Well,
What the fuck was he doing?
Let's do
He
pick'ems.
just
pick'ems.
he just posted in chat.
Oh,
yeah,
we've
we
got
got
a full
pick'ems.
pick'ems.
Yeah,
Oh, we got a full
Oh,
pick'em.
shit,
Sorry,
okay.
I thought that this
Oh.
was just. Sorry, Kurt. The way you worded this.
Yeah, I formatted it kind of poorly on the document, but yeah, let's do the
yeah. Classic
Sorry,
Kurt.
we can blame Sideshow for it, so good.
Yeah, this is like.
You
said
should
he's gonna
not
be
be
here in 2
talking.
minutes.
Wolves are winless.
You shut up about wolves. You
Oh,
shut
yeah,
up
no,
about
can we-
wolves.
Can we have
okay?
Can we have a 2-minute segment on wolves? I just want to hear where you're at, TMV.
Look, it was I said this from the start. It was rigged. Okay, you look at the other China teams, and they're a bunch. I was telling this to Sideshow when we were watching it. They're a bunch of glue eaters. The other Chinese teams are a bunch of glue eaters, and of course, Wolves get drawn against fucking Xilai, the one other team who isn't just absolute dog shit. Of course, we get a fucking good team coming off the rip.
how you're wording it makes it sound like you felt like Wolves played well. Am I getting that right?
Look, I'm not gonna say anything. No, I plead the fifth. No comment.
That is some fucking.
No comment. You were talking about how you were interested in some of the Vice stuff and how the Vice looked. Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that fully applied to Wolves and how their match looked. That is all I will say. Maybe it's not for them. Maybe adaptations and clever util strategies. Maybe it's just not in their wheelhouse. Maybe that's the thing.
Their team colors are awfully similar to RRQ's.
They are. I mean, I will say though, when was RRQ founded?
Oh, a long time.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. They've been around since.
Well,
At
okay,
least-
if you're gonna go off of the sure, go
The
ahead.
football team of Wolves was founded in 1877. I don't know if they were playing some kind of version of Pong back then in 1877 in RRQ. I don't think there were any esports out there at that point. So if anyone is going to claim of copying the colors of Wolves,
They're being
we've
coached by
got you
somebody who
fucking
was there
covered.
when
We've
the
got
team
you
was
fucking
founded
covered.
because they look like they're really outdated.
Well, there was chess.
let's
is
do
the
this
original-
fucking pick'em. Holy fuck! Get to the pick'em, Kurt. Get it up.
I didn't even
so
know that
awesome.
July was a team, dude. Like I just
Fuck
got beat by some
me.
fucking nobodies. Like
Of course you don't. You don't pay attention. Why are you even on the podcast? Let's go. Pick'em. I paused. Why am I
frozen for
paused?
anybody. Okay.
Is my internet gone?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You're
I can
here.
hear you. Yeah. You're moving
Okay,
now.
good.
You froze
Okay.
for a little bit. and it's
Yeah,
funny.
let's do this pick'em then. So
Yeah.
who are we going? Are we
Yeah, we gotta go with who we
Oh.
actually picked.
We already picked.
Yeah,
We're
these
going with
first
you
round.
can't fucking dictator us. Slicky.
Can I
This
not
is what the
persuade anyone to come
majority picked.
RRQ? No, nothing? No
No.
wiggle room? No
No.
wiggle room?
1v3.
That's
You
great.
1v3.
okay? So what you have to
Okay.
do, Slicky, you have to do the impossible. You have to convince one person and then also win a coin flip. Can you do that
Yeah.
for
Achilles?
Okay,
DFM
here's-
versus RRQ?
You
I'll coin flip my opinion,
Love
and then you can
that.
chain that into another coin
Love
flip.
that. Okay,
No
can I pick
conviction
the side?
whatsoever.
Can I pick the sides, or are you picking the sides? 'Cause I would love to pick
I
You
the
think
want the
he
sides.
gets
sides
the
as well?
Yeah, no, I'm really
No.
confident.
I mean, you should.
No, he
we
picking the
have-
sides?
We have this. Hold on. We have.
Oh, do you have the
this.
coin with the sides on them?
Yeah, we have this.
Oh, damn. Okay, let's see it.
Okay, I want the RRQ side for DFM though. No, go on, flip the coin, Kurt. Oh.
Dude, it's really high in the sky.
Damn.
Oh, bullshit! Bullshit!
Come on,
The
one
roll
more.
there at the end.
One
Okay,
more.
so now he needs to win one more, right?
We called it
Yeah, he needs to
impossible,
win
but
one
it's
more.
50% now, so I'm not sure.
All right.
it's
So
impossible.
Seth, you switched your opinion, so now this is for
My
the
opinion
actual
is now
game.
flipped, so now it's
Okay.
2-2, and now this is for the win.
This is peak content.
There's no way.
Oh,
No way!
that was crazy.
What's that roll, man?
That's for you, Cho, bro. That's for you.
What's that roll? That's
That's crazy.
unbelievable.
That was sick.
Okay, fine. I guess we're going RRQ.
How did that all happen? That was awesome.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, actually, oh no, wait. Of course, this has to be because they're going up against Gen.G.
Oh yeah.
it had
they
to be
have play
RRQ.
Gen.G.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Let's move on though to the big game, the absolute mega game. I mean, you three had T1 winning, so I assume that you would all think T1 are winning this, or do any of you have them going through all the lowest?
I have T1 winning this.
I have
I'm
two.
down for T1.
Well, I guess
Yep,
I'm just
T1.
guess I'm on an island. So, sorry, Paper X fans. If you wanna add them, Kurt, if you wanna put all the ats of everyone here on the
Nah, just yours
Twitter
is fine.
handles, just to have all the Paper X fans.
Dude, everyone flames me when I pick them anyway. You can't win with this team. And
Yeah.
if you say they're going to win, everyone's like, well, it's your fault they didn't win. And then now you
Sliggy
pick against them. Like,
underscore,
really,
there it
dude?
is.
Not believing anymore? Crazy.
Send all your complaints that way. Okay, Talon Global. I assume most of us would go on, Kurt. Do it. Do it. You think Global are gonna win.
Yeah. Kurt's already decided on Global. They're winning everything. I think Talon probably, but I don't know. Again, they're another team that's had a really rocky offseason. So
Yeah, that
Wow,
for
the talent
me,
stocks are quite low.
that for me depends on like is Primi at least 70% of his like power, because if he's below that, then I think that it's not going to be a great look.
They should be.
So-
They should be pretty close.
Oh, you,
I think
wow,
it definitely
I'm
could
a
be.
bit surprised here. I mean,
No,
I would
honestly, like,
probably pick Talon.
SVL tanked my expectations for Talon a little bit.
but- Okay. Let's do a global then. I'm seeing a lot of doubt. So let's be fun. Let's pick global. I'm hearing a lot of doubt from you.
We'll give
That's
you your
fine.
content.
Yeah, let's do it. Content. Gen.G RRQ. The stock seemed pretty low on Gen.G.
Well,
what
it
we were
has
talking
to
about
be
earlier.
Gen.G.
But
Gen.G.
we're sticking with Gen.G.
Hold up.
They are not that low. Oh, wait, Cobra.
Wait,
Cobra's
but they beat
No,
them finally when it
possessed.
didn't matter last
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
They
Yeah.
did. But
Yeah,
I-
we going Gen.G?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
Gen.G.
Gen.G.
Okay, DRX Nongshim. Now, I think Nongshim are fucking going all the fucking way, as you know. So, I'm on Nongshim, personally. Are you all going DRX? I'm talking to
I
Achilles.
think-
What chance
I think
do I have?
I think I'm on Nongshim.
Oh, okay. The
I'm-
Noodle Boys.
I'm
It might be a coin
DRX. I'm DRX.
Achilles?
think- this is a tough one. I mean, Bane coming back in definitely inspires a bit more confidence. They're lacking the vibes guy. I'd be remiss to betray them here. I'd go DRX. So let's coin flip it.
Okay. Coin.
This coin flip does
Let's-
not have Nongshim, so we're gonna use 100 thieves to represent Nongshim. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
So 100 thieves versus DRX.
Why did you pick 100 Thieves of all the teams you
Because
could have
they're
picked? You
red.
picked-
Do you want
Yeah,
other
but-
teams?
Hey, I
It
remember
makes
that was a
sense.
good series though.
Yeah,
100,
but it's
100 Thieves
100
versus
yeah.
DRX back at Istanbul.
Give me
We'll do
Sentinels.
all
Give me a
gamers,
winner.
because all gamers.
AG? You want to pick the fucking worst team in VCT
Yep.
to put on my coin?
Yep, we'll do AG. AG
Oh
versus
my
DRX.
god.
AG
Go
is
on, flip
Nongshim.
it then. Flip it. There's no hope. The coin, this is 0% right here.
My crossfire goats.
Oh, goal! AG, the goats! The goats, AG.
Damn,
Okay,
Nongshim,
Nongshim.
again.
Represented by AG. Let's go.
I don't
Wow.
hate that anyway. Nongshim's a good
I mean,
team.
Do we want to move to the lowest cut or just keep with the uppers?
You're the host, man. You're driving.
Okay,
the show.
fuck it. We'll stick with the uppers. It's on the screen. You can't be bothered to scroll the mouse. Fine. T1. Oh, don't scroll it now. Go to T1. Go up. Right. Kurt's got global winning, but I assume most of us think that T1 surely
T1.
are the
We
favorites
gotta-
for that
yeah, we
game.
gotta-
Gen.G
Yes.
versus Nongshim. I'm sticking
Gen.G.
with my belief in Nongshim.
I'm saying Gen.G.
I'd do
yeah.
Gen.G here.
Okay.
Gen.G.
Well, I'm outvoted. Unlucky. Okay, now we can go to lows, I think, Kurt. Thank you. Although, look at this. Look at this. Look at how ugly it is in lower round 3 already. DRX versus Boom is what we would get if it played out like this.
DRX.
Assume
DRX.
most of us are going to say DRX
Yeah.
for that one. Not too
Yeah.
much thought. Ooh, a classic Pacific mid RRQ secret.
RRQ and it's not even close.
Wow. Well, yeah, we know which way Achilles is going to vote.
No, I don't actually hate Secret. I just will never predict them.
I don't know.
It's
I
a close
guess
one, isn't it? It's
RRQ.
tough.
Yeah, this is close for me. I just
Yeah,
Team
this is
Secret
close.
like lost my hope.
I
there.
think we're leaning RRQ. I would probably lean RRQ, I think. Here.
Okay, then I'm so fine to go
Yeah,
RRQ.
RRQ.
Because
Yeah.
the Warbirds will be hungry for it. He won't be sleeping.
That's true.
For about
He's
a
gonna
week.
Yeah,
have all the
revenge
info.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, another interesting one if it played out like this. Talon versus DFM. Our DFM stocks are
I
pretty
vote
high. and Our
DFM.
Talon stocks are pretty low. Yeah. Paper thins on DFM.
That's right.
Kilios?
DFM.
Damn, bro.
Sneaky?
I'll say
I'd go-
Talon for
I'd
this.
say Talon as well.
I can't have Talon out in 2. That's the issue.
I'll say Talon as well. So we're going to the coin, Kurt.
Did a lot
you
of coins
could.
here. It's nice.
Wow, that one would be a good game though. Talon versus DFM.
No, I mean it's early doors. So Talon lose this, they don't go to Toronto, and then they clinch
they
the
just
final
fucking
spot of
troll.
champions and go to Paris.
They don't care. We have
It
a
would
coin?
be
Here we
rather
go.
sad to not see Talon at Bangkok, but
No, I fully agree.
it's probably going to happen.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
Talon.
okay, all
Talon.
right.
DFM out. Unlucky.
The coin does
DFM.
not like me. It has gone against my pick every time so far.
Yeah, that's true.
That's unlucky. Okay, so we're going Talon there, and then I assume we're all going Paper X beat
Yeah,
Safety Division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then DRX versus RRQ. Again, Achilles is here, so
I
that's
say
already one for
DRX.
DRX.
I think
Paper thin.
Termy's gonna have these
spend
boys
too much time
ready
with
to
Achilles.
just kick some ass. I think Termy's gonna have these boys into shape. They're gonna be a well-oiled machine. I think DRX.
Liggy?
Yeah, nah, he's kind of convinced me of that. There's too much confidence in what he just said. I agree.
It's like Shio last week with the suit.
That's
Yeah.
that is the exact
Anyway.
same way that we fucked up the quiz last year. Was that you said Bren was just so confident about the price of the Aries? I
I
trust
Oh
him.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And we just folded.
yeah. We're a year later. We haven't learned anything. It's crazy.
Also, where's the 2024 quiz? I didn't see one get posted. Anyway, yeah, I'd say probably DRX here.
Okay, go DRX, Kurt. Talon Paper Rex. With how low you are in Talon, I assume we're all just
Paper
going
X.
Paper Rex.
Paper
Yeah,
X.
it should be Paper X.
Then we got Global versus DRX. Again, I think most of you seem pretty
DRX.
DRX pilled.
I would say DRX. Yeah.
wonder what Chobra would say. Chobra, DRX wouldn't be in it.
Chobra,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
RRQ
RRQ
would be there.
Yeah, he's
And then Nongshin versus Paper X. Now, these are my two teams going to Bangkok, but if you forced me into this situation, I did have Paper X winning it. So I guess I have to go for Paper X.
Well,
Sorry,
there we go
We're
then.
probably all in
Noodles.
agreement then.
Paper X.
Yeah.
Oh, sad. Scroll up, girl. Let's go back up to the uppers. T1 versus Gen.G upper final. Oh, the Korean rivalry is strong. And it sounds like most of you, considering you all had T1 winning,
T1.
I guess you're all going
Yeah,
T1. I
I'm
feel
in for
bad
it.
for Gen.G, man. They're gonna make you look like.
Oh no,
fucking
they really
idiots, all
can.
of you.
Yeah,
They
they
can.
All of
really
you.
can.
Fucking Texture is going to absolutely fuck you all. He's going, and then he's going to laugh in your face.
That's
I mean,
fine.
I don't know.
How
who-
are you not
okay with
taking
that.
any accountability for any of this TIV?
I just
Look,
Ultimately-
I'm just saying, Gen.G, Texture, he's going to laugh at you, Achilles. He's going to come
when
up
people
to your face
screenshot
and go,
this and they say these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Look at how wrong they were. I'll just be like, this was mostly for a goof. Like I don't give a shit. So I show
I
up
would
and I
blame the
just
coin
I just
flips.
yell about the game. Like that's
Just
all I
blame
care
the coin
about.
flips, bro.
Yeah, that's fair. But then my name is going to get attached to this, and this T1 winning. When T1 flame out and lose to Boom, I'm going to have my face
That's
attached to this.
wild.
Well, next time
Yeah,
you
you
fill
went
in
for
for
Boom.
Sideshow, next time
I
you
didn't
fill in
go
for
for
Sideshow, just shave your head and then you can dodge all.
Yeah, I'll just say it was him. Yeah, that's true.
Get a bald cap.
Anyway,
Yeah, grow a
what was the
mustache,
next
you're
game?
good.
DRX versus Paper X?
Paper X.
Paper
I
X.
Paper
guess
X.
you're all going Paper X.
Gonna be a-
And then
yeah.
the lower final, Gen.G Paper X. God, this is not how it will play out, by the way. This is way too.
Yeah, of
this is
course
way
it's
too
not, dude.
normal.
The chance of this being right
Yeah,
is
well,
like
why
what,
not just try and get it
1%?
perfect? Let's get a perfect pick'em. Imagine the Plat chat pick'em was perfect. Imagine the people would go wild. Anyway, I'm guessing you're all going.
Dude, we've
Paper
been
X
trying to
over
do that for
Gen.G?
years, and that's the whole point. Like, no one's done it. Has anyone ever had a perfect pick'ems out of anyone on this
Oh,
production? I think so.
No,
probably
no,
not.
Never.
And on this production, you
I
must
don't
be
know how
fucking
many times
crazy.
you've been right about the winner, let alone perfect pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude,
Unlucky
it's like a
T1.
1%er. Yeah, that's true. Until
So-
now,
I'm guessing you're all saying Paper X.
I'm saying
think
Paper
Paper
X.
X.
Yeah.
I
Gonna
could
be really cool.
That would be a best of
I could be
five.
coin flipped on this one.
I think the
honestly.
map pool's just too
Ooh,
good. to
you
best of-
could?
I think
Yeah.
the map pool's
Well, I'd
just
pick
too good
Paper
in a
X,
best of
then.
5. Yeah.
Okay, well then,
I'd love to go with you.
Well,
but
then it doesn't
I'm
matter.
Just I'm just betraying what I said previous. I'm in on Paper X. So
All right.
no coin flip.
RXT1.
I would have Paper X winning this. Anyone to be convinced to coin? Anyone?
Yeah, I'm in for a coin. Go on.
I think
Let's
it's
go
close.
for a
I'll-
coin.
Yeah,
I'll
let's flip
switch
it.
over.
Let's flip it. Yeah.
Paper Thin, who are you going for so we know who's going to lose?
Well, I'll go T1. Yeah. I'm gonna lose this coin flip. So yes, I'll go T1. Still, I'll stick with T1.
Paper is in your name. I mean,
I know. You'd think
Here we
we'd
go.
have some kind of synergy, but
There it is.
Yeah,
There it is.
Classic
And,
Paper Thin.
and with that, congratulations, T1.
Yeah, congrats to you on.
Congrats, Gen.G, I guess. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Global and Gen.G, congrats. Welcome to Bangkok. So that's the Plat Chat Pick'em. I mean,
Yeah.
it could happen, or it could not. There are many possibilities.
Yeah, it's
for that,
super legit.
I think could not is the.
If it's wrong, blame Kurt. It's his Pick'em. At
Yeah.
the
By
end
the
of
way, if you're a member, you can join our group.
oh, they have
We have a
Oh.
bunch of people already submitted their pickums
Wow.
for Plat Chat. So
Look at all
Oh,
those
let's
join
go.
members.
Join our group.
Nice.
I can't show
Let's
the
pull
group
out
on
one
screen.
random member.
Okay, one
if I can
random
read it.
member. A random fork. That's a good name.
A random four.
Talon.
Talon taking it all.
Gen.G.
Close
Okay,
it.
so clearly the
Get rid of
Plat
it.
Chat members, not all the brightest bunch, but come and join. Come and join.
That's sick, though. Imagine that happens. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
If
be
they,
awesome.
if they,
Dude,
if they, we will, if they win,
they-
we will look back on that.
I was gonna say, if this guy
Oh,
wins,
if
we
a
got to give
random
him
fourth,
free
yeah.
membership for a year. Surely.
Yeah.
I'll pay for
Surely,
it. There we go.
Kurt.
I'll put it in there. If this guy
Wow.
beats us, I'll give you free membership for a year. What's his
I'll
name?
fly
If he
Bangkok.
just beats us,
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
Bro,
we're gonna make
you
it
are-
relatively even.
Sliggy, throw it.
Wait, how,
on it.
wait, how much are memberships?
A year
Hang
of
on.
memberships.
Can we show the whole thing again?
How crazy was it?
This is a
Hang on.
random fork.
If
It's
this
not
ends
that
up being
bad.
if this ends up being legit, a random fork, if you're Asia based, if you're on this side of the world and you nail that,
And
I
they're
will
from
fly
it.
you to Bangkok and get you tickets to every single game.
Jesus, you really
From
stepped
the
me up. I'm not
United
going to match that.
Well,
Uh,
I will shout maybe on the broadcast.
That's a pretty big downgrade from I'll fly you out to every single game to you'll get a one mention on a broadcast.
Hey, I was willing to do it too.
What if they just
I'll
beat
do
us
mine.
or got every game right?
If they got the whole pick'em correct.
Oh, if they got the whole pick
Oh,
right,
bro.
yeah, that's definitely not happening.
Get him a
So
house
that
or
was
something.
just you were just throwing. You could have said fucking anything. You could have done anything. You could have
I was
said
giving myself a
you'll-
little bit of leeway just because, you know, a flight from the States or Europe to Bangkok is probably it's a little expensive, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but I mean, it's just not going to happen. They're not going to get them all right. They got
They-
fucking Talon winning.
They'll probably be us though. So
Yeah, they'll probably be
probably
the
got a
Blackjack
free
one, but
year
yeah.
membership, but there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Kurt, are we good? That
We
doesn't fill me
are.
with much.
Kurt's gone.
He's fucking left. As we're about to potentially swap people out, Kurt's just fucking gone. He just left
Yeah.
me. Sideshow's not here still.
You're staying, TMV. You're.
I know.
stuck with
I'm
us.
staying.
TMV,
Yeah, I'm
in.
staying.
Achilles
Slicky's staying, I
paper
think,
thin?
for this next
Thank
one
you.
too.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Be out.
After
Yeah.
so many coin flips, Paper Thin and Achilles are leaving us. Any last words you want to say? Want to, I don't know, say whatever you want.
I did have a Zeta clip that I'm not going to do because it would be against what I actually ended up picking, and I was going to dunk on him a little bit. Maybe I'll save it for another time.
Okay,
Hold that
great.
down the line, you know.
When what game you guys casting first? Do we have that info? You allowed to share
Opening day.
We could, opening day, sure, why not?
Lovely.
Yeah.
So
we're
when
doing
is opening day T1?
T1 boom and
So when T1 lose that, when T1 start losing that game, you'll hear it in their voice.
yep,
No, because I'm a
Buzz,
fucking
please,
professional.
please hit this shot, Buzz,
T1
please.
boom and Zeta Nongshim.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good day.
That's gonna be
that
good.
could yeah, good
Be
day.
really good.
Okay, that's it. That's it from Paper Thin and Achilles. We'll see you soon. I assume we're taking a break, Kurt?
Yeah, we're
That
gonna
we're
go
doing?
for like a 5-minute break, and we'll come back.
5-minute break. Thank you, Paper Thin. Thank you, Achilles. We will be back after these messages.
That was perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you,
Bye,
boys.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Lovely hosting TMV.
Yeah. Make sure to grill Josh when he gets on.
Oh, look
Oh,
who
there
it
he
is.
is.
Oh,
Look at
finally.
him. Look at who it is. Where the fuck were you?
I gotta swap him in. We can't hear him on stream just yet. Let me swap you guys around.
Where were you?
Mr. Wilkinson? I want to hear. I can't hear. I want to know.
Oh, okay.
We gotta look
Yeah, I'll
at
be
the
back in
room.
2 minutes.
All right, sounds good. Oh no, I just turned the music off. That's so sad. We're gonna have no music for a second. I'm fumbling. All right, everybody should be sorted as far as guests go. We can hear everybody now.
Okay.
You can hear me
Explain
now.
yourself.
I can.
Yeah, explain yourself, you little bored
I'm gonna be honest
fraud.
with you. There's no defense. I am a bald fraud, and
You actually just forgot.
Okay. It's not that I forgot, because to forget implies that I had ever processed the information. I did say to Kurt that I was available like any of
You were
these
meant
days
to be on
coming up.
all fucking 3 segments.
I know, and I
You
never
made
wrote
a
it down.
3-hour commitment, at least.
I know. And instead, I thought, wow, today's so open and free in my schedule. I'm going to go and get some, I got in my car and went around body shops trying to see if they could fix up a scrape that I've got on my car. I went and I was going shopping for ceramics. I was invading somebody's home, went to a ceramic shop that wasn't a ceramics shop. It was just a person's private domicile where they make their ceramics. I knocked on their door, and then I get a phone call from my wife who's like, Kurt's trying to get in touch with you. And I was like, oh, that's not good.
Wait, but let me ask you this as well, though, because I saw Kurt typing in the fucking chat. Does anyone know Sideshow's wife's number? And I was like, why the fuck?
That's not how I
is Kurt-
phrased it. By the
Yeah, I
way.
know, but
Crazy. He's sliding into my
Yeah, I
wife's
know, he's just trying to
DMs.
slide into.
I was
yeah.
actually here on time. I just got annoyed because the two of them were having an affair, and I started just driving off into the distance.
Yeah. But why weren't you answering your phone either?
Because I was driving.
Fucking hell.
So I like can't respond to messages, right? Because I'm like I was driving to the ceramics shop.
At least you do something responsibly.
What, driving?
Yeah, everything else in your life just a fucking mess.
That is
No,
actually
I
pretty
mean-
good. Most people, dude, most people these days are on their phones driving. I'm telling you. I feel like I'm gonna get hit by a car one of these days. Everybody's
Yeah,
on their
people are-
phones.
People are a bit wild.
I'm
on it.
old.
No, thank you very much, Kurt and TMV, for solving my horrendous failure today. But also, I do have a bit of a problem because when I turned around to set back off home, I thought, oh well, I'll be able to listen to the episode on the way back. And the amount of times that I was referred to as a bald fraud, the amount of times
It was
that
too low.
It was,
No, yeah, it was too low, if anything.
and the amount of times that you flamed my pick and then said, "Oh, but I had the exact same pick." I mean, that's the part that's indefensible, in my opinion.
What's indefensible is not showing up for the thing that you
And
created.
have I tried to
Your
defend it?
literal baby child and not turning up because you can't be fucking arsed and don't know what's going on.
I mean, that is indefensible. You're right, it's indefensible. There is no defense. I've been skewered. I fall upon my own sword.
You're so mean. Jesus.
He's bringing out
really-
some harsh energy
Yeah,
for the
he's
You
Hosting
want
hosting
to hear
today.
what he was saying about Bala when we were watching the Chinese games?
Yeah, I mean, that was bad, but we'll not bring it up because otherwise we'll immediately get demonetized. I mean, that is not going to suffer even a moment of monetization on YouTube.
It was very bad.
TMV, are you, do you still want the power? I'm willing to give you the power if you like for hosting this segment as well.
God, you're just so lazy.
It's not laziness. It's supposed to be rewarding you for a job well done. All right, get the fuck off my
I'll
product.
do it. You know what? I'll do it.
No, you won't. You'll
I'll
sit
show
down,
how
you
easy
little.
your job is. That's how easy your job is. You can come in from the gold and just do it straight away, no problem. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone, literally anyone in the chat, get them in here. Get that fucking Fort guy from the Pick'ems. Get in here. He'll host the show.
That's true. New membership perk. We'll pick you for next week. You hosting the
Pick someone
show.
out of a hat. You can host it.
We actually should. Like, the person who wins the pick'em for the thing, if they're interested, dude, we should have them on as a guest. Who knows what kind of wild takes they'll have. Like, Shia was spouting off about all sorts of nonsense last week. I couldn't believe the kind of stuff that was coming out of your mouth, by the way. I wasn't on that portion of the episode, and I was sat there like...
Another portion you weren't on.
You're at the ceramics shop the whole time, right? And then brought you back in for Americas. That's how it goes.
Yeah, we had some bold stuff being said last week.
I mean, Shia, you are going to also derail this EMEA segment. I know you are. I know you are.
I mean,
because
my family's been threatened a little bit, and there's like I've seen French flags outside my house, so I might just tone it down a little bit just for this episode specifically. But we'll see where we go. We'll see where we go.
Dude, I was rallying the troops last episode. I was about to storm the Bastille. with them.
him outside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Should we get into things?
Sure.
The first point of news, a point of order, is that I didn't even realize when we were discussing like last week and a couple of weeks ago about Apex's fifth, there was actually a report on who it was. It was just from a reporter that I didn't know whether or not they were valid. And to be honest, it's because I don't use Twitter. I didn't even see it. But that report seems like it's been verified because the esports side of Valorant, I think, has just leaked who the fifth player is for Apeks. So that corroborates the previous report, it being this Turkish player who previously was a duelist, has come over to Initiator, and it's Batunax, I assume is how you pronounce Mehmet's name there. Do you know much about this player? Because I'm in the dark. I only saw that they played Red Bull Homeground with them. I didn't follow their career when they were playing in Turkey.
No, I'm pretty much in the dark on this one as well. Dude, I knew this. I don't think it's their fault that they ruined this. Like, it should have been announced. Like, Valorant put it in like a week before the game started. I don't think this is
that's
Valorant's
reasonable.
fault, man. I think you got to announce who you're trying
Why?
to get out there, even if it is like visa issues.
Why was the Apex organization refusing to announce their player? Because they thought they might not have them at the start of the season.
I think it might have just been the visas for Turkish and Russian players can be kind of hard, so maybe they weren't sure like that it would be done by a set time, and they were considering other options. Is like
They were
my
just going
only
to drop
guess.
them if they didn't get the visa in time.
Maybe.
I mean, that's mad harsh, isn't it? We're not going to announce you because actually, we might not give you a contract if your visa doesn't turn up. That's crazy.
That's like the only thing I can think of, really, because why else would you not do it?
Yeah.
They just wanted him to just turn
That's all I
up.
got.
They just wanted him to, like, no one knows who he is. Like, oh, he just turned up. Like, that's his intro. Like, no one knows who this guy is. He just turned, like, they do that in back in the day in wrestling sometimes. You know, just, oh, this random guy comes out of the crowd. Oh, who are you?
Well, then, but the problem is, he's also not got his visa. He won't be playing for Kickoff. And instead, Oderus is going to be playing, who, I mean, former pro, and actually a fairly recent former pro as well, not like back in the dawn of time. Is it a hot take to say? Because
this is ridiculous. Someone told me you said this, and
I've said
you're
this
a
take.
fucking idiot.
I've said this take because I'm drawing on some of the teams that have done it in the past before as well, that when you have a team that's expected to be kind of bottom feeders, which we're still, even with Badanax, we're expecting Apeks to be down towards the bottom of the table. When you have a coach who's actually a decent player, not an amazing player, but like a decent player, when you have them step in, they can actually look better than when the fifth eventually comes in to replace Oderus. So my hot take is that it's incredibly possible that Apeks will get a bit worse when their fifth finally arrives, because they won't have been practicing with them, because Oderus is going to be, the coaching staff is going to be providing extra comms, extra info, making sure everyone's on the right game plan. Like, I'm seeing potential for a small downward maneuver when their fifth arrives.
I mean, that's crazy. But I think
in a different world.
If you're this team, I don't know how much you're practicing. Like, even if the dude hasn't got a visa, but you know it's going to happen within like the next month, I'm not pracking with Oderus. I'm just going, we're just done for Kickoff, and then like Oderus, you learn all the stuff, but we're still pracking with our main fifth. So I don't think like a long time it would hurt them. That's my approach to that. I don't know if they're actually like pracking with him, but. Because I think you just accept that you're done.
Yeah.
And that's
just,
okay.
It's not
Like,
a lot of matches either, is it?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you just lose two, you are gone, and then you just
and
wait
also,
until
like,
it's
there's
stage
only
one.
2 slots anyway. Like, even with their fifth, I mean, that no one would expect them to actually make it to Masters Bangkok.
Yeah, and the
It's like-
recovery's fine.
Yeah.
Like you're this is like the tournament that's okay to lose in terms of like champs points, whatever.
Genemates just rubbing their hands. Like, holy shit, guys.
Oh yeah, dude, it's big.
They got an amazing, anyway, we'll get the pickups later on, but it's an amazing draw for them anyway, and especially with not being able to find a fifth. BBL's Chiwa is also not going to be able to play because of visa issues. So not a Turkish player, but a Russian player. I don't know. I kind of thought that a lot of that stuff had been solved in somewhat kind of like the methods for being able to obtain those visas and be able to get them in time were known. Apparently not. It's not like I'm an expert by any means. But they're going to be using VAC instead, who's... I mean, presumably you're somewhat familiar with TMV? Because he used to play for Ascend, didn't he?
Yeah. I know both these players played for Ascend back in the day. So yeah, Vac. I always thought it was actually, when he was on Ascend, I always thought he was actually pretty decent player.
Well, you were getting paid by them.
Yeah,
So weren't you like obligated to say that they're all decent players?
No.
Oh, you
I can say
you
what I
had
want.
freedom. You
Unlike
had freedom
you-
of thought.
Unlike you, who is easy to pay off and will just say whatever.
Oh, you're
anyone
expensive,
wants.
are you? You're a rich boy. You're expensive to pay off.
More expensive than you, yeah. Anyway,
Damn, I'm enjoying this feed. That'll be good.
anyway, I thought he was a decent player. Whether or not Ascend were paying me, he doesn't play for Ascend anymore. Hasn't for a very long time. When he was on Ascend, I thought he was a decent player.
How good compared to Chua? Because I'm more familiar with Chua, and I think that Chua's like genuinely a good talent at tier 1.
Yeah,
like I could see him being a good tier 1 Sentinel player. Do you think this will affect BBL quite a bit?
Well, Chiwa obviously is mainly a Sentinel player, right? Whereas Vac, I think, has played a bit of like everything. He's one of those players that, like Kurt, if you go on like his match history, I'm sure it'll show you like.
He used to play Sentinel back in the day.
Yeah, he did used to play Sentinel. When he was on Ascend, he was playing Initiator mainly. I think he's played Duelist as well at points. Like he's done a lot. So that's Chiwa. Chiwa's like he's a Sentinel player, right? He just plays Sentinel. But Vac is a bit more up and quite varied. So I'm sure he will probably just play Sentinel for them because obviously he's just subbing in. I mean, yeah, it's probably a downgrade because otherwise they would have just signed Vac. right? Like if both of them trialed for the spot and Vac was
Fantastic
better,
logic.
then it's probably a downgrade. Just like signing your fucking coach to be your fifth. If he was better than the fucking player.
Oh yeah, because all teams work perfectly logically. They're always rational with who they sign, and we've certainly never seen someone like Zeish join into Karmine Corps and make them demonstrably better.
Oh yeah, use Karmine Corps as an example of like a well-functioning logic team during 2023.
And what evidence do you have that this Apeks is going to be a well-functioning team? We don't know that yet.
They won Ascension. Things have been going well.
They did.
There you go.
They have been going all right. Okay, so let's move on then. Let's have a look at some of our round one picks, shall we? So with that in mind, that two of the teams are going to be nerfed a little bit, as in Apeks and BBL.
I don't remember what I fucking picked at all.
Neither
It was
do I.
much
This is
easier
gonna
when
be
I could just
crazy.
hide behind your picks and
Ah!
go, this guy's a fucking idiot. I press these buttons now.
Okay.
Yeah, difficult now, isn't it? Now that you don't have to just say bald fraud every time and then agree that you actually had the same pick as me anyway.
At least some of us turned up.
BBL versus Giants. A nice easy one to ease everybody in here. That's
That's
only
annoying.
our second guarantee of the entire episode, is it not?
Yeah, we were quite
Yes.
split on Pacific.
We
Not
were
that
a
you would
little
know,
bit
you
split.
weren't there, but
Does anyone have doubts?
I mean, a little bit.
yeah, I have of course Shy. Of course Shy.
No.
Yeah, Shaha's got full confidence, dude. He's fine with it. I have a little bit of doubts. It's
first game,
first game. You don't know what people are playing on certain maps. They might have one and done comps, even with a stand-in. There's no pressure for BBL anymore, so that can be scary to play against. And Giants have pressure because everyone's kind of rating them pretty high up. So
Do you think they do have pressure? I know that we're
Yeah.
rating them pretty high up, but does the community at large? Because they are they're less they're
one
not
gives a shit about
super well
Giants.
known. Yeah, and they're not like a clouded orbital.
I do think they do, because if you look at Pipson, he's been there for a while, and like at the moment, if you're in esports or like on a team for like 2+ years, like everyone's kind of looking at you thinking like, well, this is probably your last like year if you have like 3 in a row and you don't succeed well. Same with Purpo, I think, in terms of like he's meant to be this incredible duelist, and like he is in practice. Like I've seen it years ago. He is great, but has he lived up to those levels? No. So I think there's a couple of people like Pips and Purpo. Cloud's a little bit different because he's starting to learn how to IGL. So I think there's like at least pressure on them to perform and have a good year. I'm not sure like Westside, Tamazi, and Runner are the same, but I think that there's at least on certain players and the coach at least, I would say there's some pressure here.
Yeah, I think as well, the concern for me would just be like, it's the first game and there's a new agent coming in that, could fuck people up if the team you're playing as is good with it. There's, new map rotation as well that, you haven't seen. You don't know what, you have no VODs to study that you can like guarantee that that's what they're going to be doing. Like, there's just a lot of unknowns, I think. And so you can just, I think Kickoff is probably the hardest tournament to predict because there's more unknowns.
I think the coolest thing about this
Apart from
matchup is that,
Frashayo, he knows what's going to happen.
I mean, the two things, the only one doubt for Giants for me is Runner, like playing consistently. I think the times that this team struggled the most, or the teams that Runner's been on have struggled the most, is when he doesn't show up for games. I think he's a really good piece of the team itself, like a really good player, but when he's not playing well, the whole team gets dragged down. The coolest thing about this matchup is I feel like these guys did play a BO5 recently, and Giants were the ones that got 3-1'd by BBL. So that's the only thing I think out of all the EMEA matchups so far that is like the most unique in terms of like might be a pseudo rematch. But BBL is like slightly nerfed. On top or note on Vok as well. I went to watch just a few of his games on like Nasser way back like in the summer. He kind of slots into a very similar role as Chiwa in terms of playing Sentinels. He plays more initiators too, but he also plays them really passively, like breach retake on split and like just not the craziest in your face gecko stuff that you might be seeing from other teams or players. I think it's like a Fire Mario. If that was Chiwa, he's like the Mario from Super Odyssey that can throw his hat. Vok like might be a slight downgrade in power, but the creativity is there in terms of what he can do. And
that's
then,
what you went for. That's
Yeah, he's the flying.
analogy.
Vac is the flying Mario. Whereas
yeah, he's got like more like in terms of like skill. Like if there was a jar of skill and it was high, like Chiwa has that jar filled vertically. But then like Vac
the
has
jar
like
filled with?
a big basin, like a petri dish the size of your desk, filled, right? Could be similar in terms of milliliters accumulated, but he's got the horizontal creativity reach of the petri dish. Meanwhile, Chiwa has like the big cylinder of like.
What are we doing with your hands?
I was just picturing something
We're verging into
like this bottle right
territory
here.
very fast.
But it's you know that's my take on it. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that these two teams had played a recent BO5. I missed this tournament entirely. Monsters.
Yeah.
Reloaded.
It was
I
in
think it was close
Turkey.
games both sides as well. It's just yeah, I think similar patterns. When runner does bad, the team kind of suffers. And then I think the biggest thing is the maps have been switched too, so no sunset,
Sure.
which is something that might be a nerf for Giants slightly, but I think with Fracture
good,
coming
that
in with
team
the players they
needed nerf.
have,
They got 3-1.
oh yeah.
It sounds like you might be persuaded to switch it.
Well, like Giants was the ones that won sunset. It's just that it's
Oh, I see.
that's,
You're saying
the
this is
maps
going to
are
be a
coming
2-0
in.
bloodbath for BBL?
Yeah. But we watched one really dope game, or I guess I watched one really dope game of them on Lotus. I think it was one of the BO1s that they played in the offseason, and they looked like animals. Like they were just running down. I forget which team it was in general, anyways. But the duo of West and Perp was sick to watch. Runner was online. I don't know why. I just feel like this team is like a electrical grid with Runner as the electricity. But if he's here to play for the whole tournament, they're gonna be turned on, and I'm excited to watch a turned on team.
And also, don't for a moment think I didn't realize Sliggy was trying to gaslight me into avoiding the.
It's not gaslighting. I'm just asking if you're willing to change.
Yeah, exactly. And the answer is no. No, we live
No?
and die by our guarantees over here. And
Okay.
listen, we'll see whether the next one is as well. I highly doubt it though somehow because Shayo already is going so anti-French you wouldn't believe. So the next match is Carmine Corp playing against Na'Vi.
I don't know what I
theory,
picked. It was late.
a bit of a banger. And we're
Oh,
split.
shit.
Ooh, okay.
2-2. Okay, so Shayo's gone with TMV for Na'Vi. And the two of us in the middle, me and Sliggy with Carmine Corp. I want to hear TMV on Na'Vi because I feel like we heard from Shayo already why he doesn't respect KC.
I don't remember making this pick.
Wow.
Wait.
With that said,
Okay.
I'll stick with it.
you disagree with it?
Not really. I think this is a 50-50 in my head. Like this I think is very tough to know. And I would say, like, if you look at the names on the paper, like KC probably, you would pick those names. But I think, like, in my head, I always look at tournaments and think, like, okay, there's gonna be some games that, go a different way than you expect. And I look for games where I think, okay, yeah, this is a reasonable, like, maybe small upset kind of potential. And I think that this is really probably like one of the best spots you could make because Na'Vi, like, are such a interesting team in terms of, like, I think some people are gonna be super high on them because they're just Na'Vi, and people will think, hey, Na'Vi, they've generally been pretty good, so they're gonna be good, right? And some people are gonna be like, this team was falling apart last year, they've completely blown up most of it, right? Who the fuck knows how happy we'll do as the head coach with Angel, right? Who knows how that dynamic will play out? Is Xiao still Xiao? Obviously we've seen like Hero be pretty good for Fnatic last year. Koala, we know what Koala can do. It is a bit, I think Koala is an interesting choice as well in terms of like, because Koala, like, M80 played some fucking weird comps, right? And we've got fucking Angel on this team. So that they're gonna, fuck knows, like, what they might come out with. It could be the fucking craziest shit of all time, which I think, in this kind of tournament, actually could be good. I think coming out with crazy shit, especially with, Tejo coming out as well, I think that could be an advantage. To be fair, Carmine Core as well with
I was
Sadak
gonna
and
say,
Aang. Also, probably, this could be the wildest fucking game wise you've ever seen, to be honest.
This is the one where you just have 10 agents that haven't been
Yeah.
picked for a long time. You're just like, what the hell is
Yeah.
going on? Yeah, I think it goes both ways, what you're saying, because it is just like both of these teams, historically, if you look at Angel, even Happy to an extent as well. They did some like kind of experimental stuff, and then you have Sadak, and then you have Eng, very experimental. I will say that I have more faith in Eng than Sadak, so I'm hoping that Eng has cooked more than Sadak because I think some of Sadak's comps have been very miss. And they've
Some
only
of them have been meta defining though as well.
Sure, one has, but are we 100% sure that was him or Fraud? That's where I'm at. Because then if you take out Fraud and you look at everything that was cooked after there, absolutely atrocious. So it doesn't look great when you look at that. But I agree that their one hit was incredible in terms of Viper, Harbor, Sky. So yeah, we'll see. So I'm hoping that, I mean, I think at least the set strats will be good enough from Kickoff to make sure that it is good if like the overall comp doesn't fully make sense or have like giant weaknesses, which in my opinion a lot of the SADC comps have had when we look at last year. But either way, this is two teams that like to cook up a lot of stuff. It can go either way. It really can.
Yeah, it's one of those where what we've seen in the offseason from KC wasn't compelling, but we actually haven't seen anything from Na'Vi. Like you don't. It might have been terrible if they had played something, but they're just completely hiding everything. I'm a bit I'm excited genuinely to see what Angel is going to be playing, because I don't think he's going to be on Smokes or Initiator in this new team. I assume he's going to be on the like Flex Initiator, like the Flash Initiator, the flexible kind of pick. So if they're playing double Smokes, he would be the one to pick it up. If they're playing double Initiator, he'd be the one to pick it up, like that kind of thing. And dude, sometimes that offers you more opportunity for getting a bit aggro, but sometimes you're supposed to be like hard setting your team up. Like he might be on Breach maybe in some of these compositions.
I think we'll see.
He might be picking up Tejo.
I think both Angel and SADC have generally been quite big. Like I remember when Gecko came out, they were some of the first teams to, like try Gecko. I think as long as an agent isn't like complete dog shit when it comes out, which most of the recent ones have been, I feel like we're gonna get it. I could see Angel and Tejo for sure.
And I am so damn ready to see Tejo duelist. I really am. I'm so ready for it. I am down to see my Tejo just entrying.
Fucking yeah. Just rockets and I just fucking run in. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to... sorry.
I was going to say, it's going to be fun as well, especially if we're just looking at like little things, like how Na'Vi used to play Fracture was completely different to how anyone else used to play Fracture, whether you use the Omen, one way's over towards A main, so... I do like the fact that, that's not going to happen, obviously, now.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that anymore.
Nah,
right?
you can't do that anymore.
One ways are all dead, Sideshow.
But I do like the way that Angel thinks about maps, because it's normally different. That's why this is just going to be like a banger map to watch, because we got a lot of brains at work here and a meta where you can do some mad stuff.
All right, let's go to the next one. So Team Liquid versus Koi is the next one up on the matchup. This one's hell to predict, in my opinion. Holy, I thought we almost had a bloody guarantee there, like least guaranteed game of all time, but Shayo saved us with the Koi pick.
Didn't you have Team Liquid in 4?
I did. Okay, to note this, we did do a kickoff ranking last week. We did a power ranking for the year. And now this is kickoff, right? The years after all the events are done. So they're going to be teams that are stronger here now.
Still in Koi.
I know it's part of the year, yeah, but it doesn't mean that because it is on the power ranking, I must predict it this way. I don't think that's stuff, then it should have been a kickoff ranking as well.
You do you.
I just think
how your mind works.
Dude, they're gonna go crazy in stage 1, stage 2. Then if they're gonna be the 4th best team of the year and bomb out basically.
Yeah, that's the read. I think this is an upset. First of all, I don't think this team's gonna be better than TL, but I feel like this is gonna be an upset, and then TL will have a nice little lower bracket run that doesn't go too far in kickoff. That's my Pick'em's story.
Does anyone
win any game? I feel like it's gonna be this game.
Does anyone with all of their brain kind of still intact feel strongly about this either way, one way or the other?
I think we're all... I don't think you're asking the right people, to be honest. I'm not sure we got any of those.
Yeah, your qualifier of brain still intact disqualifies us.
All right, well, let's move on to the next one then, I suppose. To me, this just seems like this one is for the coin.
It does feel a little bit like that. We could send it to the
coin if you want.
No,
but then someone's going to switch.
Yeah, exactly. Who's going to switch?
TMV, you switching for a coin? Because I'm not switching.
If you switch, I'm switching to TL.
Wait, what?
You just want to avoid the coins.
We can do the coin later when we're doing our pick'ems.
This is the first game of the entire season, isn't it? For I'm losing my mind. That one's the day after. We've done them in chronological order.
Yeah, this is on Thursday, and I think it starts on Wednesday.
Right. Okay, then let's go into our next game. So it's Apeks playing against Gentle Mates.
Guarantee.
Wow. Bad.
But I mean, is anyone
But I thought you said that the coach was going to be the greatest player of all time.
When did I say Oderus was going to become the GOAT of Valorant? There was genuinely somebody in my chat, by the way, that used to tell me that over and over and over again. There's like an Oderus super stan out there that used to tell me.
Wow, you're not listening to him?
No, I'm not listening. What?
Again,
do you listen to
doesn't read chat, doesn't listen.
I get one guy more often than you would possibly believe. I can't listen to all the one guys.
Yeah.
They tell me contradictory things. The voices, the voices.
Set to a Just Chatting stream, yeah.
Why I don't feel good about any guarantee at the beginning of the year, to be honest with you. But I suppose this
Yeah,
one's
I
somewhat
agree.
justified by the fact that they don't have their fifth. But like we know very little about how this mates team is going to actually play together.
Yeah, I kind of feel, oh, dude, I don't feel great about it, but I feel that if anything, I'm probably underestimating how good Gentlemates are gonna be. So that's why I'm like a little bit more confident in this one. And the stand-in is, even though it's a good stand-in, it's like it still should mean that Gentlemates should be alright here, dude. I reckon they're gonna be alright, man. I think Gentlemates are gonna look and have a good start. Or at least this will give them the confidence to have like a better start than I think the rest of their year will go. But who knows?
What, before they get decimated by heretics? Because whoever
Is that who
wins
they
this
play
game just
next?
gets slaughtered.
Yeah, but at least they got a little bit of glory. Like I'm actually feeling okay about this in terms of a guarantee.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You're
think
more
so.
confident than I am.
Shire's got to. He was big on
The
Gentlemates
Gentlemates
last
roster is
week.
not too bad.
You were singing the praises of Click last week, right, Shia?
Yeah, I really like Click. I like Robbie as well. Watching him on Haven was dope. Just the team specifically, I just think already has a flavor and like has a story you can follow in terms of how they play. But for Apeks, I just don't think we've seen that, and also they have a stand-in as well. The only like 1% non-guarantee might be that like these guys have a sound strat that doesn't involve Tejo, and they're rocking with it. And Tejo's just gonna be such a big outlier in this tournament and so broken that Apeks is like, we have a stand-in coach anyways, let's try the wackiest strats we can. And somehow they're like so wacky that they work. And it's like Tejo's broken, Mates is not using it because they're sticking to what they know, and that's actually really good, but Tejo's super broken. And like there's a super breach Tejo neon strat we don't know about that just runs down sites like crazy. So
Cool.
yeah.
All right. Our bold prediction then. So we've already done this for playoff, for Pacific, sorry. So who do we think is going to win EMEA kickoff? That's on
Dude, we might all have the same, but Shire's here, so maybe we're okay.
Yeah, Shire's gone liquid, so we're fine.
Yeah. Oh, you both win.
Ooh, double
Damn, I'm telling
vitality.
Our mothers might be the same sometimes. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's 2024, man. You never know what goes down behind the scenes. Anyways, it's 2025. Holy shit. Never mind. I can't say that anymore. Yeah,
Yeah,
vitality.
2025, everything is normal.
Yeah, they're winning it all. Like, I feel like they have a easy first match as well, based on who wins from KC versus Na'Vi, and then after that, it's chill till the finals, right? For them, I feel like. Yeah.
Chill to the finals.
Chill to the finals.
Chill
Yeah.
to the finals. They're gonna have to
that's
play
crazy.
Heretics or Fnatic at one point. I don't think K-Corp or Navi's a free game. Damn.
Oh yeah, I think Heretics had the easier start, but
They got a good
I've gone
run,
for.
yeah.
Let me explain my vitality pick, right? Because to just qualify as well, I do have Team Heretics as my other team that would go.
Right.
So it's just very simple. It's just very simple to me. When was the last time Team Heretics won a grand final?
Yeah.
That's so cruel of you, actually. Surely 2025 they win something.
Nope.
That's you.
You think the
You're
whole
a
year?
dick.
Who's your second team that's going besides Heretics?
Dude, I don't even know. I can't remember. I did my pick and bracket just in a fugue state.
While you think of it, Sliggy, what about you? Who's your second team going with Heretics?
I said Fnatic. I've
No,
got
yeah.
Heretics, Fnatic, and then I think I have Heretics having a clean run and then Fnatic Vitality at the lower. But that was hard to choose from, to be honest. But I just went with Fnatic just because of map pool. And my worry for Fnatic is the kayak melt. Like, I think that he might melt a little bit on stage in the pressure games because he's literally historically never on LAN. He's never hit his peak that he hits in the online tournaments. So it's like my main worry, but I kind of think he should have enough experience to take them over the edge. But I don't think the Vitality pick's crazy. I just think they're going to need to have a little bit longer before they start getting to LANs.
Yeah, they asked me for a bold prediction, so I made a bold one. I feel like,
No, yeah,
that's
I fell
reasonable.
for this before. Yeah, now I just in my head read it as just safe predictions. This is who do you actually think?
No, it's those are definitely the two teams that I think. Something in the back of my head wants to go for Foot making it to Bangkok,
Do it.
just because they've. I mean, not to win the whole thing, but I'm just the thing is, TMV, you nailed me down earlier on when you said boring ass safe pick motherfucker, because I just like evidence, and I just know that Heretics and Foot have been good before, so it makes me think they're gonna be good again. They haven't really changed too much about it, so I
I don't
feel
think Foot's a boring
decent
pick.
about that.
Nah, I think it's a good pick as well. Like Zeus is really good, man. He could, if he hits the ground running and everything's like really clicking in this team, they could actually be awesome.
Yeah,
I kind of like that pick, to be honest. It's like the underrated, but then you can also have like big bragging rights if they actually do it. Where I would say the chances are actually not that bad.
they shouldn't be that underrated though as well. Like in my head, they're maybe I think they're favorited over Fnatic personally, but
Really?
maybe I'm just maybe
Yeah,
I'm reading them higher.
maybe you're right.
Let's go into the pick'ems then. Let's launch straight into the pick'ems, because a lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now is kind of dependent on like where you go in the bracket and who you meet up against and that kind of stuff. So that's good. I don't want anyone to read my name anywhere. I'm a secret. So if we pull up the pick'ems, we've got the 4 games that we already predicted. Yeah, already
That's-
locked in.
Well, I
But
don't know
Navi's,
that.
coin
Yeah.
flip, right?
that's a coin flip. It is. Didn't we have another coin flip as well?
No, no.
I think
'Cause
that
I would
was it.
switch to, if we try to coin flip that, I'd uncoin flip it.
Yeah,
Because
the
Teal
koi
wins.
one,
Right,
the
right,
koi one, Shai
Right.
refused to coin flip and would
Okay.
switch
stand by
the
the
pick for some
people.
reason.
Do we have the coin then ready for Casey versus
One moment. I gotta load it up.
Navi? Okay. The coin I feel has been going safe. It went for paper eggs. It went for like Talon.
The coin's
Just
been
just
doing great.
hated paper thin, so
Yeah.
now that he's gone, maybe he'll hate you. To be fair, I mean, maybe it's a bold.
Just
thing.
bald. It
Yeah.
just likes people with hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
doesn't
put
know
it,
what
put
I've
it
got
to the
going on
test.
on my
Who are
chest
you
and my
going with,
back.
Sideshow?
Who am I going with? I'm going with KC.
Okay, same as me.
That's what I said.
Okay, yeah. Just double checking for the viewers.
So much yellow.
Now we've got it.
Oh.
We've got it. We've got it. That's a calming corp every day of the week. All right. So Casey win the coin flip. They go forwards, but they have to face off against Team Vitality. Dude, some of these, the difference between your first round game and your second round game is ridiculous in the EMEA.
I feel
And
like
the thing
teams
is,
in the middle of this EMEA draw, like if you look at the like top and bottom one, because they're drawn against each other as well, like Apeks, Gentlemates, Liquid, Koi, they're gonna end up with some decent games, like when if they go to the lows as well, because they're only playing against those teams. Whereas the middle pack, you've got like if you're Calming Core or Navi, like Navi, you have to play Calming Core. If you win, you have to play Vitality. If you lose, you have to play, the loser of Fnatic Giants. Like there's some rough schedules here for some of these teams, the way it's been drawn out.
Sliggy, I want to hit you up before we go into the next pick'em, though, right? When I look at brackets like this, where if you lose the first game, you drop down into the lower. If you lose the second game, you drop down into the exact same position.
Yeah.
When I look at brackets like this, I think if you have a good idea about the meta or like a set strat or a set comp, you do not want to pull it out in that first game, because the chances of you losing the second
Sure.
are fairly high.
But do you then? So are you saying that you would save it for the lower bracket, or like say you won?
Save it for the second game, whatever that is.
Whatever
So
the second game
Either
is. Okay.
when we lose or when we win. As a chance to take down a top team or as to stay alive in the lower bracket against the other.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think I would always try to do it anyway, because you always want to have the belief that you can beat the better team. I think the only thing that happens is once you lose that first game, it doesn't hurt that bad, because you're just like, well, this is actually kind of better for us. We probably would have lost and we've shown less stuff. It's just like it's just less of a hit. But I like where you're coming from, but I just don't think you
I'm
can
just thinking
ever
tape at the beginning
do
of the
that.
season.
Yeah, no,
I just think tape is crazy important at the beginning
I
of the year.
agree. Like you could definitely approach it like that, but I don't know. You also don't want to be embarrassed and lose the first game. A lot of the time, you want to hit the ground running. I feel like.
Sideshow's got that loser mentality.
Dude, I absolutely do. I'm all about minimizing my maximum gains. I want to win a very small amount. All right, let's go into the next one, then. So we've got Foot playing against Team Liquid. I'm Foot every day.
Same.
I am.
What
too.
do you mean, same? You son of a bitch! What? You are the Liquid man.
Not
You
for
just
now.
don't believe in them at all at the beginning of the year.
Not for now.
Yeah. Not for
got
now.
them winning champs.
I told you. I literally just said this like 17
Yeah, I
minutes
know,
ago.
but it was against Koi. You're like, even if
Yeah,
Liquid
I'm
make it
saying
through, you
Koi
still don't
wins
believe in
and
them.
Liquid goes lower bracket pogging, right? Are we in the lower or the upper bracket? Dora,
All right.
5-second pause. It's the upper bracket, so we go Foot. Yeah.
Okay. We got other foot believers there, TMV?
Yeah. I'm on
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, foot lovers, lovely. So Vitality KC.
Okay, to comment on what you just said, I'm going to use Josh against Josh. KC can't win their first matchup without using their super strat. They can't save it for match 2. Vitality sees that, has the coach that averages second or third in CS with a team over years in terms of VOD reviewing and all that jazz. Is going to bring that to Valorant and just dominate KC based on the one strat they cook up that's going to just dominate Na'Vi.
Bro, I like the analysis, but you could have just said way better players, and
Yeah,
KC have looked shaky in the offseason.
Yeah, but like
and
I was
I
really
would have been
passionate
there
about that
already.
specific point, you know. There we go.
Yeah, you're trying to convince a biased jury.
You're preaching to the
Yeah,
choir,
yeah,
brother.
pretty much. I think there is upset potential here, though. Like even if Na'Vi make it, like these are one of those teams that you don't. This is what I
If
was saying
Vitality
about.
are the NRG of this year, there's definite upset.
No one can be the NRG of this year because it's just impossible to look that bad. But I will say that what I was saying at the beginning of this broadcast, when it's like the new comps and you don't want to be that team that's expected to win, this is like the perfect game where you don't really want to be Vitality for this game, because you're expected to win and you get absolutely annihilated if you lose it. And one of these teams, in terms of Na'Vi and Kickoff, should be looking good.
French derby, by the way, Vitality against Carmine Corp.
Yeah,
They're gonna absolutely, and also the French, as far as I'm aware, don't really turn out for Vitality. I don't know why, but it doesn't galvanize them in the same way that like General Mates and Carmine Corp.
Oh, they still have
Did you just trying to fucking
No, they have
blame them?
No, they have the
Look,
Golden
Carmine Corp
Hornets.
fans.
Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
the
They have the Golden
B-boys.
Hornets, but they're not exclusively a French organization, right? They're just anyone who like fucks with bees. Is that not the case?
Kurt,
Because
get on the B image
dude,
from
I,
ages ago.
I signed up a couple months ago. I signed up, and listen, I'm in the wrong spot if they expect me to be French. If I turn up and they're like, "Comment tu t'appelles?" Like, oh, I'm in the wrong spot.
it just goes to the Golden Hornets and they just have that B as their new logo just to get everyone else on board. That's crazy.
What's the next game? Fnatic versus Giant X.
Fnatic at the start, and then they choke the next game.
I mean,
Choke
Is
the
it
next
a
game?
choke
you
against
choke
Heretics?
against Heretics.
Right, lock in
Okay, they
Heretics
lose,
as well,
my
so
bad.
that we can grill Shayo about this.
Just the
Locked
wording.
in Heretics.
What,
Yeah,
Fnatic
Heretics.
Heretics. What do you mean a
Position.
choke?
My bad for using the wrong word. They lose. They lose.
You've committed a thought crime.
I'm in a Ace Attorney game right now. I feel like it's kind of wild. I feel like Fnatic Heretics could be close. I feel like that's not just a Heretic sided, domination situation. I think that might go like 3-2. Like, yeah. So if it's 3-2, it's choke. It's not loss.
It's not BO5 though.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
best of 3, right?
The BO3. But yeah,
2-1, yeah.
2-1. Yeah.
No, I agree. It
I'm
can be
with
2-1.
Heretics. Like, I'm
If it's
fine with
2-1, is that a loss? If it's 2-1 and the last map's 13-9, is that a loss?
I'm just realizing the more that we talk about Fnatic that I'm just not that on board with them this year. Like they in two of their positions, they have taken downgrades from like some of the best in class. Leo, I mean, if you want to talk about like when they started at the beginning of the year when they were playing with Leo and Durka, I don't think Kayak is going to be putting up Durka performances as often as Durka was. And I don't think that Crashies, as good as and as consistent as Crashies is going to be having the impact that Leo was. I just see them as being a nerfed version of last year's Fnatic. I'm not excited about the team.
The thing is, though, they have a high floor, right? They have,
Yes.
they should have a high floor. So, like, this is where I think the pick makes sense. Of like, yeah, they're gonna beat a Giants, right? Because they got a high floor,
Right,
but then they
I
play a
see.
Team Heretics, and it's like, Team Heretics are probably a better team, have a higher ceiling than them. Team Heretics win. That's the way I see it.
Okay, I'm on board with that. I'm on board. Foot Vitality.
I went
Vitality.
Foot. I remember my pick'ems for this. I went Foot first, even though I had Vitality winning the event.
I think I went Vitality for this, but if there's a coin being flipped for this, I'm kind of okay with it because I think Foot should be looking pretty strong. But I would back Vitality for this.
Dude, I'd love to get the coin out here.
Yeah.
Can we agree to bring the coin out for this
Well,
game?
I mean, you would have to go to.
You'd have to go for
Foot,
Foot.
right?
Oh, is it? Oh, I'll do whatever the fuck I have to get the coin
Okay,
out.
well, there we go then.
Get that little circular cylindrical piece of metal out there with Vitality on one side and Foot on the other. Flip it, baby.
Come on, Baldy, don't let me down.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
have
spun on its
have
edge.
I lost a flip today?
I
I'm
think
doing
I
crazy
figured out the
good.
curse. Paper thin was in the left hand, like this hand spot.
That's true.
It's-
that is
it's
the
the
spot.
curse.
Yeah,
I might
left
have won
side
them all.
Larry. Unlucky.
Yeah.
You can't spell left without an L. Let's lock it in then. It's Vitality. So Vitality Heretics in the upper final, I think, is like the most Barry basic bracket we could have constructed. Let's go down to the lowers. Genomate's Koi. There's one for the ages.
What, the old people who don't know what's going on?
That's
Well,
great.
well,
That's
well,
crazy, dude. One of these teams is gonna look way better than we think. One of
Yeah,
them
Yeah,
has
but which
to.
one? It's got to be Genomates, hasn't it? Like, Koi, you're not going to look that good.
I don't know.
God, when
about
this
that.
game is full of mud, I'm just
Who
gonna
did
get
I
the
go
slut
for?
sliggy quote up.
Yeah,
It's the
that's true.
worst
That's
game of
true.
all
That's
time.
true. I'm trying to remember who I actually went for
I
this.
genuinely don't think the Koi or like the bottom tier teams in EMEA still have players that can have good games, like really solid games. I just don't expect them to do it all the time. I would take Genomates in this one.
Yeah,
I'm with you on this one. I think Gentlemates.
I'd go for
So-
Koi, but I'm so fine with that.
What are you going for, TMV? Do we have a
Yeah, I'll go
consensus with the
Genomates.
mates? Okay.
Although the
all right.
coin. No, I'll go gentleman.
Dude, we love
I
the
always
coin
lose
way
the
too
coin.
much.
So what's the point? I'm gonna fucking lose the
That's
coin
true.
anyway.
That's true.
Test it.
Well, but then if you would have gone for Koi, you would have
Nah,
locked in
but-
Genomates
Yeah,
via
let's
Koi.
test
total
it. Yeah, you should probably
instigator.
test it. Dude,
Giants Na'Vi. There's another
Na'Vi.
good
See, this
game,
is what I
think,
mean. Like
actually.
for
It
these
is,
two
it is.
teams, whoever loses this game, this is a tough run.
no,
that they've
yeah,
been on.
It is.
this is the same in Americas, right? There's like
Yeah, the
it's
middle
like
pack in
100
Americas, 100
Yeah, it's
Ds
like
are gonna get
100
fucked.
MIBR or something like that gets
Yeah.
wrecked.
Yeah.
I went for Giants. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. It makes me. Last week when we were on, we were talking about Giants. I was like, I'm gonna go into this like, who's my dark horse that I want to make a case for? And I was thinking, it'll be Giants. I feel good about Giants. And then as soon as I said it, you two literally Shy and Slicky just went, yeah, totally agree. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Dude,
I was like, what?
it is like a good roster though. Like, West Side's so good, man. Like
I
they,
think-
they should be great.
Like let's
I
think,
think
about it this way, right? The one like I love timelines. I'm a timeline guy. When was the last time when Netherlands and Canada were together? Was it dark? Right? Were they in the lower bracket? Way back World War II. Canada came in with the Netherlands, liberated them. Right? Koala Noob, hero, liberation,
Good history.
one
going.
win in the lower bracket.
Was Canada responsible for the liberation of the Netherlands, like
yeah,
alone?
that's one thing
Like-
I do know. I learned
Like
that
the
in
British
class.
and the Americans just didn't help.
No,
The French
Canada
didn't
was the
bother.
one that
No, they
helped, and
did,
that's why
but
they're
Canada
really
was,
friendly with each other, and they love each other, and they're the best friends.
Yeah, the Netherlands sends tulips to Canada every year because of
Yeah.
World War II.
Wow, I had no idea about that. That's great history. that you
Like
brought,
Norway
Shia.
does our Christmas tree.
I'm
Kurt
sorry. I
has
just
a
did,
copyright, right? Kurt has a copyright on the coin, so when I can't use the coin to make these decisions, I go to history. So
I
looking
I
at
straight up just
history-
didn't believe you because you've been spouting so much like mad shit previously. I thought you were just riffing. Like I don't know. I should trust you more. I'm sorry. I would go for Na'Vi with that
Wait,
one
what
personally.
did that point mean though? Oh, Koala Noob. Like
All Noob's Canadian
Yeah.
heroes from the Netherlands. So then,
I think we have to coin it then, don't we? Because I would also go for Na'Vi. I think at the beginning of the season, I
Wow,
think
okay.
Na'Vi are more
Yeah, I'll go
creative.
Giants.
I think
Let's
they've got
coin
the
it.
solidity of playing with like Angel Edge yelling. I think they're going to be like a tiny bit better than Giants at the beginning of the year. Time to coin it up
yeah.
then.
Sure.
Both Na'Vi games have been a coin flip.
Wait,
I
who
thought
else is
that's
going
what
for
it's gonna be
Na'Vi?
like,
TMV.
No, Sideshow and Shy.
No, me and Shia. Me and
Oh,
Shia.
you Shy is going. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought
Did
you were
not- did
on
you not
the.
understand the
I
World
thought you
War
were on the
II?
Giant X. No, dude. Honestly, it's like history lessons. I just tuned out Insta, man.
Oh my god!
A weird.
Dude, I tell you, I
It's
don't lose a
Sliggy,
coin.
It's the Sliggy.
I don't
He
lose a
loves
coin.
it.
Okay, Giants make it through. Yeah, no, I am on the Giants train for the year as being a dark horse team, but I'm not necessarily. I'm a bit like Shia with Liquid. I think that they might peak a little bit later on rather than at the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Casey against BBL. Do we know if is Chua out for the whole of kickoff?
Yeah,
I'd
he will
assume
be.
so,
I
yeah.
feel like that's going to be the case. Yeah,
It takes a
as
while.
being the one that's been through visa issues in the past as well. It like you have like a little cooldown period. It's like a summoner spell from League where you can't really do much for a little bit. So, yeah, I think he's not going to be in for the rest of the unless it's late. Did they say it was late in the actual post, or did they just say it didn't work out? So there's a replacement for the entire
No, they didn't go too much into it. I think they
Oh,
just
okay.
said PG.
I doubt
By
he
the
would play.
They said he
too
was
much.
on cooldown. Yeah, from
Oh,
yeah. the spell from
Yeah,
League of
he's been
Legends.
summoning spell
Summon
cooldown
as well, yeah.
crazy.
Dude, in my head, I was trying to think who's a League of Legends agent with like a really long cooldown that I can compare him to. And I
Do you play
literally
League,
came up with
Slicky?
I play a little bit of League. Dude, I saw you play League. That was
Oh,
atrocious.
man,
bro.
my respect for you has just gone through the floor.
No,
bro.
but my Nidalee is legendary. I've got about
Nidalee player,
2,000 Nidalee games. Yeah, I don't want
crazy.
to say that I
You say you
kind
played
of
a little bit. You got 2,000 games on one
I used
day.
to play it, dude. It's a game, man. I used to play with loads. I don't want to say that I invented Nidalee jungle, but kind of.
Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that.
I don't know what that means, but I assume it's horrible. Like I
That's
assume it's
great.
not a real.
No,
spell.
Literally,
honestly,
if
they
I see
changed the
Nidalee on
game
my
for
team,
me.
It's like you either want to cry or you want to like. It's the second coming of God, and clearly Slingy's
yeah.
here, so it has to be God. Yeah.
Oh no, it's mixed. To be fair, I'm either dropping 20 or 0. So
Right.
there's no in between.
Dude, you
Good,
guys have
good.
to duo queue.
I can't
Duo
do a
some
queue with
ranked.
him, man. I've seen this stuff. That Blitzcrank was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Sion was
Dude, it was
no?
really bad, man.
The Sion wasn't bad. But like,
I didn't see the side. I saw the Blitzcrank and I was like, dude,
The
that's
Scion was
crazy.
the only
realize
thing I
he's
got
here.
a
You're
win with.
talking about someone who can hear you, right?
The Scion was
Oh,
the
mate.
only thing I won with the entire day. I went 1 and 13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's a
need
good
like a
stat
no
line.
skill agent.
usually they're like 2 and 14.
You need a no skill agent.
I mean, I'm just not going to play the game. It's a no skill game. It's a dog shit game. I mean, frankly, the fact that Riot ever made Valorant is a fucking miracle. Whoever was working on League of Legends that transferred over to working on Valorant, you created a masterpiece out of the piles of poo that you began with. So
That's wild, dude. League's a sick game.
it's absolutely horrendous. I mean, it's
sick.
just
to be
just
fair,
dreadful.
you do hate the game for the first, I would say,
2 years.
30 hours.
Why
Yeah,
the
30,
fuck
40
would you
hours.
ever play the 30 or 40
Because
hours?
once you get past the 40 hours, it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous. Can you imagine if we had that same experience in Valorant, where we just put people in put their fucking testicles in a vice for 40 hours, spilling?
Yeah, but most
Well, in
people
Valorant, it never
improve
gets out of the
faster
vice.
than you. That's the issue. Most people have like a kind of this kind of improvement. You're like a real slow.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sick of being bullied, so let's move on to the next one in the pick'ems, shall we? Where were we?
How the fuck did we get to that?
Liquid
With
Apeks?
bullying?
Casey, yeah, Liquid Apeks. Why the hell are we
Liquid.
talking about League of Legends?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have
Yeah.
to go with Liquid there.
Is there any world where Apex has even a single win? I feel like they have the best
Yes.
chance.
This is a fucking world.
They've
brother,
actually
dude.
got
You
a
said
great
you love
bracket.
Okay, I was
timelines.
just kind of channeling and seeing how dire it was. It's not that dire.
Nah,
For a
it's not,
team
it's
that
not
we-
that dire.
For a team that we've got at the bottom of the rankings, they've actually got an amazing pick 'em bracket thing. They're
Yeah.
They're
Good
going up
run.
against
Mate
Gen.G.
into Liquid.
If they lose, they're going up against Liquid. I mean, if they win, they're going against Heretics and like GG, but they've already done really well to be able to get the win.
Is there
so.
alternate if it's not Liquid? They're going up against
No, it's
Koi.
Oh, it'd be Koi. Yeah.
Koi.
It'd be Koi.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
also
best,
great.
Yeah, best.
They've got the best bracket possible to begin the year.
Mm-hmm.
So when they
all right.
lose, it'll be extra disappointing.
kind of. If they lose, Genomade's Giants.
Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say too much. I kind of want to like be like, ooh, maybe there's an upset here. If you
Come on,
want to
man.
go to a coin,
You
Sideshow,
can
if
do
you want to
that.
go to a coin, I'll join you.
No, I don't feel confident though in Genomates.
I don't mind winning another coin flip if that's what you want to do.
Fuck it, send the coin. He's too arrogant, man. He thinks he's going to win every single time. It's 50-50. Yes, I'm going with Genomates then. I really, really believe in Genomates. TMV, you said you were going to back me up?
Yeah.
Right, I thought you were going to leave me hanging there. I thought you were going to troll me.
switches over.
That would have been funny.
No,
But
he likes
I
the
didn't
coin as
think
well.
of it. I want the coin.
Really? Coin for this? Okay. Is that
Wait, wait.
Koi?
It's not Koi, but Koi will stand in.
There we go.
4?
Actually, do it again. Sorry, we
Whoa,
have the wrong
whoa,
teams.
whoa, 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 hold on,
Team is
hold
not-
on, hold
it's
on.
not part of it.
Sorry.
Let's
Yeah,
relax.
wrong
No,
teams. Wrong
That
teams.
was-
That one doesn't stand, Sliggy. Doesn't
Really?
stand. No.
Damn, dude.
What was it? Genomates against... I can't even remember who it was now.
Giants.
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 Genomates against Giants. I'm just addicted to the coin.
Yes.
This is
There we
true.
go.
It's
Yeah.
some value. Every time you flip it, it loses value.
Yeah, it's
There's
true.
no way we lose another one.
I'm telling you, I don't lose the coin flip, dude.
It's just so
Why are you
rigged. It's
challenging
just so
me?
rigged. It's
DMV and
ridiculous.
Sluggy have to be on the same side for one coin to just decide
Nah,
what's going
nah.
on.
Don't give me this guy.
All right.
Casey.
I'm like the sideshow of League of Legends.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want him on the coin flip.
Casey versus Team Liquid.
KC.
Hold up. I think I went Liquid here. Yeah, I did.
I wouldn't mind
he does
either
get
or.
paid to make that pick. I would say
think-
KC.
I mean, I'm not
I'm
going to
kind
argue
of-
it too much, but
You're the fucking KC fan. What are you debating?
Yeah.
Well, because this would be the third game that they win, and I'm starting
he
to get
really
worried at
wants
this
the
point.
coin, bro. This
No.
guy wants the coin, but he doesn't want to say it.
Go on,
He's like,
test me
it's
again.
like, alright.
Test me
for
again,
my
you bold
pickums,
fraud.
for my pickums, if KC wins this,
I feel
they
confident
go.
against you.
If KC wins this, they go to Bangkok. Is my thing because there's no like that's yeah. That's
Shayo,
the
let me
bull
just
press. It's
explain
vi-
how the bracket works, okay? So there's only 2 teams that go to Masters Bangkok, so they would have to win more games after this one to
that's what I'm
make
saying.
it there.
That's what I'm saying. They would win. They would just
but-
keep winning. They would
Wait, can
keep,
I
if
can
they
I see
win this,
what would their run be? It would be wild.
there would be a
right?
phenomenal run. I would say if you're gonna make the
They're
win
falling
here,
in the next hurdle. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fnatic, Foot,
Vitality and
then...
KC handshake straight to Bangkok.
That's an insane bracket. You're a maniac.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yes.
I
Nothing
agree.
else to follow.
I
it, 'cause,
agree
yeah.
that it's that,
Okay,
Yes,
well,
I am.
that is
the problem is,
maniacal.
I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win this game against Liquid. So I got to put them through. But like, that doesn't mean that we're going to listen to your madness again in the future.
we'll be back here. We'll be back here in a month, and we'll see what's up.
A month.
but-
We're going to be back here in like 3 minutes. We'll be back predicting.
Yeah. So wait, Shadow, who do you have? Shadow?
Calming core.
I think the responsible thing to do here is go Liquid. But if we're gonna drink and drive, let's go straight into the brick wall on the highway and go KC all the way.
You haven't predicted Liquid in any of their games.
Right, I
at
think
all.
we have to
Okay, so let me-
test the coin now. We have to test the coin for your batshit
What do you mean test the
theory.
coin now? It's been like 10 tries, dude.
No, but we have to test his batshit theory of calming core. Or like you seem undecided yourself.
I'm not indecisive. I'm
Not
the
you,
problem.
Shayo. Why?
Shayo's not undecided.
I know every time I berate you, so you're just used to it. It's like a triggered response.
It
It's
is.
actually quite a bad look for me that I've bullied you so much that any criticism leveled at anyone else, you just instantly assume is at you. But I was this time talking to Shayo.
Oh, for me, what's the question?
Pick a side.
Who have you
Pick a
got?
side?
Liquid or Kickoff?
Liquid or K Corp? Man, let's just go Liquid. Let's go Liquid. It's fine.
So that means we're on a coin because
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. The other
Okay, so
three of us
Liquid
have
is
gone
coin,
KC.
K-Corp
Nah,
is no
I
point.
said
No,
I said
Sliggy
Liquid.
said liquid.
Oh, you went Liquid. Oh, you crazy
Okay, so
son of a bitch. All right,
I
the
think
coin.
for this one, the coin is needed, and it will not drop in value because this now it's a coin flip. We're at a coin flip.
Oh my god.
If Liquid win this, I swear to God, there's no way.
Oh, thank the
yes,
Lord.
CDL, Sliggy.
Sliggy
Can't
falls
spell
eventually.
Sliggy without L.
That's true, yeah. Fair play.
All right, let's get Casey through there. Foot versus Giants. That's a foot.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Foot, yeah. It's a W
I'm
foot.
happy with foot.
Yeah.
Fnatic Calming Core. Now this is where
This is
Shayo's
what so they're
crazy
here
theory.
now. Now there's an itch in your brain. I can see it in all of you, right? There's a little itch.
Literally
No?
no itch.
You're literally shaking your head like there's an itch in your
Genuinely,
head. Okay.
the brain worm inside my head is saying, you might have believed in Calming Core a little too much. That's what it's telling me.
Okay. How do
I
we
mean,
find
you know
ourselves
I'm
on
a
the
lover
opposite
of
sides of the
content.
table? I swear to God, it should be flipped here, no? Like where you should be.
I'm happy
High up on
to.
the
I'm
list.
happy to pick Calming Core to see a coin.
Damn, dude, this whole pick'em's a coin.
So
we've had 11
Now,
coins.
I'm happy
last
for a
week was a
coin.
lot of tomfoolery.
I want
Let's
to test the theory. If the coin decides that Shayo is right, I
know
can't.
what?
Oh, you
I
want to
like
see
that
if it
actually.
backs
I
it
think
the
I'm
whole
down.
way?
Let's do it,
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm
I mean,
down.
I'm Fnatic,
All right.
whatever.
I'm Fnatic as well, but I mean, by the rules.
You're a
of-
Calming Core fan who said you weren't that high on Fnatic.
I gotta
Yes,
stick by
but-
what I said.
but okay,
if
but
KC
okay.
are here, they're going the whole way. It's just it is what it is. It's they figured out something, and no one else can stop them.
Even a Calming Core fan who's not that high on Fnatic has got to look at themselves in the mirror when they play against each other and think, what has Calming Core done this offseason that has provided me with...
It's the off season. What have they done in the off season to provide you with hope? The fact that they got Sadak in, Sugetsu, Elite. This is your fucking hope. That's where it comes from.
Yeah, it's a good roster.
But their roster
How about this
is
as
only
well, right?
about...
Like
Their roster isn't on paper better than Fnatic's. I know that Fnatic have had a downgrade, and I'm saying I'm not as high on them. But like Fnatic also have Alpha, yeah, Chronicle, at least, like 2 utter world-class players. And then have got some players that I think are going to be quite good, like Kayak, like Crashies, who I think are going to be like, maybe not world-class, like best in class, but are going to be very solid tier 1. So,
think about it this
and I mean,
way, right?
Bosa's like, wait, Bosa's just as storied an IGL as Sadak is, who dabbles less in sanity with the comps as well. So,
what if Kayak melts? What if there's a hole in the boat and the kayak sinks? Then what?
Yeah. Then
Right?
what?
You just go to the coin, man. It's 2-2.
Get
Come
to
on.
the coin.
Yeah,
Go
just,
to the
just bring
coin.
It's gone.
The fucking left us.
oh, I
Just keep that. We would prefer that if it just said no memory card. I mean, cannot play. Is this about your league thing again?
Jesus.
Or Valorant, or really any game you ever play.
Jesus Christ.
Go on, just flip it. It'll be
This is
back
making me
shortly.
laugh way too hard. I'm just imagining Sideshow on the ground frantically, like.
Oh, he must
looking
be.
for
No,
it.
I dropped my Xbox controller onto my capture card because I was fucking
Why do you
freaking
have
out
your
about
Xbox
Comic-Con.
controller?
What? Because
One player games.
Yeah, for one player games.
Yeah.
As-
Either that or he's been playing League with a controller, which would explain a lot.
But why were you holding your Xbox controller? He's gone.
I didn't. I just knocked it off my.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've got to. I've got to relaunch it.
It does look a little bit like you.
It
It does look a little bit like you.
If it just had a mustache going off at the edges, it would actually be Sideshow.
Unbelievable.
That's
Right,
what I'm talking
Shio's
about.
theory.
Boom!
Whoa.
Oh, Shio,
Nice.
unlucky.
Okay.
Okay, now I
There's
can
no
get
way.
off this mad
All right,
train.
now put
Thank
liquid
God.
where. Go back and change liquid, and then.
No.
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 Honestly?
We won't be doing that. We won't be doing that. We will not be doing that. Okay, what was the next one? So, Foot Fanatic. This is where I'm probably going to go against the grain and say that I would favor Foot here.
Okay.
I'm with you. In my pick'ems, I think I had this game at this spot, and I went for.
I went Fnatic just because of map pool and I like their comps, but I could easily see this being Foot. Like, this should be a banger game if we get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of high up on Foot having a really good start as well, so not fully against it, but I was still back Fnatic. Just map pool wise, they should be banging this.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with Fnatic here myself. Not to force coin or anything, but just based off the changes in the season and the map pool coming in, and how happy Crashies looks on TikTok. Yeah, we're gonna go with Fnatic.
You're like a cat that saw a cucumber there. Turn around and started whacking it.
I mean,
So
this is a
does
reasonable
that mean a coin again?
Yeah,
This
it's
at least
coin
is a
again.
reasonable
This
It
is
is.
yeah.
No, this is fair.
But this is where you
It
start asking yourself, why do we coin so much on these lower coin flips? You know, like
That's-
Let's
I
go!
don't
That's what we
lose,
do it.
man.
We
Son
won
of a
one.
bitch.
One loss.
I
That's
shouldn't
it.
have put the L in
crazy.
Sliggy. Shouldn't have said it. Curse
Yeah.
myself.
All right, so Fnatic end up winning that. So 3 teams, top 3 of Vitality, Heretics, and Fnatic. So between Vitality and Heretics, who have you got winning that game?
what's that thing called when it's like about your health and what is it? Like constitution? Like what's the synonym for that? Like
Vitality?
Excuse me.
vitality, exactly. Let's get them up there. I'm down for that
Right.
actually. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
You just described their name. What's that?
Yeah,
name? Where
that
you
was-
believe in a religion that the most majority don't, and you know they don't like you.
I think that this team is just designed to win like events like this, and if they're gonna suffer anywhere else, it'll be like in the week-to-week split actually, and not like an event like Kickoff. That is my take for Vitality in terms of the year. And I feel like since this is the first tournament coming in, and I'm following my rules, it'll be Vitality winning this. I feel like it will go
You
either
have
way as well.
rules.
Both teams, yeah, in terms of for each team. That's why I thought KC would go the whole way because they won that one matchup, right? Like.
Who's making these rules?
Yeah,
Some
some
bizarre
demon in my
fucking
brain.
rules you've got there.
It's the divine speaking to him. That's why he's against heretics.
So you've just fucking
He's got a
undone half
deity.
the bracket.
Um,
Anyway, I personally, even though I had Vitality winning, again, it's just because Heretics never win a grand final. So I had Heretics going through the uppers,
I
but then
got Heretics,
losing.
yeah.
I've also got heretics as well, so I'm afraid Team Vitality have been overruled.
Their staff,
so-
man, they have really good staff that'll
So
help
we
them
have-
through this.
We
That
have
was
Foot,
Foot, then Fnatic.
then Fnatic. So we have Fnatic Vitality in the lower final.
Yeah.
which is a sick game. I mean, Durka versus
nuts.
Fnatic.
Should be awesome, yeah.
That would be amazing.
I did my pick'ems here, and I spent about 5 minutes contemplating this if it ever happened. It's hard to actually like think who
More
would.
thought into this than me then.
I was there for a long time because like if this actually happens, like should be banger. I have
should
no
be
idea who would
great
take
game.
it.
I went
think
Vitality, as you
I think
know,
I
so-
eventually went Vitality.
I would agree.
Wait, no, wait. I went Fnatic.
You said Fnatic
I'm Fnatic.
earlier.
Yeah, I'm Fnatic. I'm Fnatic.
I think if
So even now, I don't know.
I know this is going to sound a bit dumb, but it just proves that there is no law of transitive property in Valorant. I think if Foot made it to this point, I think I'd trust in Vitality to be able to make it through. I think if Fnatic get there, I think I have a lot of respect for Boaster's like depth of map pool. He normally has some like maps that are good. And I
You
think
can't
in
argue with that, though. Surely.
in a BO5 setting, I think that changes things. I think that at that point, Fnatic, I think I would favor them to beat Vitality more than Foot would. Even though in a head-to-head matchup, I think Foot is going to be the better team.
I just think you earlier on were saying that you don't feel that excited for Fnatic, but
That
you
is
have
true,
him winning
yeah.
them a close best of 5 against a super team and making the first international. This is a team that you're not excited for.
I'm
in
not
the
excited for them.
slightest.
I'm not excited for them. But I think at the beginning of the year, when a lot of teams don't have their map pool fully fleshed out, I think a lot, like beginning of the year,
No,
in
I
best
think
of
it's
threes,
perfectly logical what you're saying. I just don't
then
get
what's your problem with it?
the fact that like literally 20, 30 minutes ago, you were saying, oh yeah, this team is just, they're not going to be that great. They're
I don't think they are gonna
downgraded
be
from
that
last
great.
year. They didn't make the first Masters last year, and you said that they've significantly downgraded.
Ooh,
Yes.
He's got a good point there.
That's
Well, no, I mean, I agree with that.
So
But
you think
also,
the rest of
Durka,
the field is just shitting themselves?
Durka was playing
Crying,
terribly in
shitting,
stage one
pissing
of
themselves
or
right now.
in like kickoff last year. They had really underperforming problems at the beginning of
so
last
you're saying
year.
they upgraded
And
then?
no, because then they played insanely well in stage 1 and stage 2. They ended up winning in EMEA. So I don't think that Fnatic being downgraded
think
doesn't mean that
Durka
they
is a
can't
choker
make an
early on?
international. No, he's not a choker early on. He just happened to have one bad tournament. Stop twisting my words, you demon.
so then it doesn't matter.
Well, guys, should we just go to the coin? Is that what's coming here? Because I've gone Fnatic.
Yeah, we're 2-2. I don't
It's,
know.
it's only fair to end this on the coin as well.
Yeah, I think
Only
this is
Dude.
All right.
This has to be the record of coins because this we've over 50% must have been coins here.
But that's
that's the
good.
EMEA then, right? Like,
Like
it's
it's
that-
difficult to
No,
predict.
I agree. That shows how close it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
people are
fact that I'm
tuning
winning
in.
all the coins is awesome.
People are tuning in because they want to know what to do with their pickings. And,
Yeah.
Why the
It's
fuck
so
are they
freaking
coming here
ridiculous.
to know what to do with their pickings? They're to the
That's
wrong place.
Wow.
Wow.
There
This
ain't
fucking
no
coin.
way, man.
Wow.
There just ain't
It's
no
too
way.
Dude, have
easy.
you fucking rigged this?
It's
no
too
way.
easy.
No, I didn't
Wait,
want
hold
to do
on.
a
Since we're
coin
here,
flip.
right? The players are playing BO5s. Why isn't the coin going BO3?
No, we're not doing
Because
that.
I can't
We're
be
not
bothered, that's
doing
why.
that.
Even I'm not for
We're not
that.
flipping the. Yeah, there we go.
Pick Fnatic.
I
I'm
love
just
that
gonna
idea,
win either
Shio,
way.
I'm not gonna lie.
No,
But then
dude,
Heretics lose the grand final, so I'm going Fnatic now.
There's no
Oh.
way.
I
No,
say
Heretics
win this.
Heretics win this one. Heretics win this one.
Oh no, we could have another coin, Shire.
What do I have to choose for the coin?
Heretics. You have to choose heretics
Okay,
for the
so
coin.
over here, Heretics wins.
Yes.
IMHO.
Okay.
Damn,
If they're in the
we've
grand
got
finals.
some-
Yeah.
There
we
go.
agreed.
Submit
cool.
that then, Kurt.
We've gone a little off the rails with this one, but not too far.
think?
It's
I
still
think it's pretty good.
fairly basic. I
The
think
coin is
Fnatic
just
making
loves
it deep.
basic picks.
I think Fnatic making it deep is a little unusual.
You're the
but-
one who's arguing for
Bullshit! Bullshit!
And
Bullshit!
you're given a chance to argue against Fnatic. You do, but then you pick them.
I don't know how you dare say that when I would have them eliminated by Foot. I just lost a coin flip. And then once they got past that,
Yeah, so they lost
become
one
Dwayne the
coin
Rock
flip, and then you're like,
Flipper.
well, fuck it now. They're the greatest team that's ever fucking lived.
they're not the greatest team that's ever lived, but then they get to BO5 territory. I thought they fall before BO5s. If they make it a BO5s, the map pool ends up being too good for them. That's my take. Crucify me, TMV, if you like. But I will go down. You will be the fucking Pontius Pilate of this Plat Chat episode, washing your hands of my Fnatic hatred.
You will not
And-
be the fucking Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ didn't turn up an hour late.
I'm He arguably turned up really late. Really late. I mean, the Jews were around for ages before Jesus turned up and started a new covenant. I mean, he was
turned up when he
was
needed
mad
to.
late. Right, okay. Let's go for the end of this. Let's go for a nap, maybe. Oh, that's the end of it for EMEA. Sliggy and Shayo, I believe, are being subbed out here.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Shout out to the coin.
Oh,
Shout out to
oh yeah, you don't even have more opportunities to lose coin flips later on with Americas. You just resign.
Yeah,
as
I lost
to be
one.
fair, Sliggy, you look like someone who worships a coin with what you're wearing, like a black and
man.
white, half and half. Like you're in some cult.
Yeah, that's
Coin
true.
cult.
I live by the coin. Every
Live by the
decision.
coin.
Is it Two-Face? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Comic reference, respect.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, peace.
See you around. I guess we'll take a small break, will we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
We'll
go for a
do
small
a
break, and
3-minute
then we'll
break.
be back in a
3
sec.
minutes.
God damn. I feel like, dude, I feel like I wasn't late. I feel like I've been here for hours.
No, that was a long one.
It's TMV's antagonistic energy. That's what it is.
My antagonist, I can't speak. This is going to be a fun Americas. Let's hope fucking
Yeah.
Wyatt can carry us right here.
Right.
'cause
Enjoy.
I'm
Peace.
fried. My
guys.
mental is
Peace.
fried. Jesus Christ.
All right,
Surely
like
this one.
Dan is
Your
here.
mental stuttering there, like as you could see the cogs turning as like the Jesus Christ comment just festered in your mind and you were just lost. You're like Joe Biden.
Yeah, I don't think Joe Biden tends to compare himself to Jesus. If he had, maybe he'd have won the election.
Yeah, the new president coming in, Mike.
Yeah. That's the next wave, by the way. That's the next wave, is that people start turning their, like, political cults into religious cults.
Have you watched Beast Games?
Have I watched Beast Games, says Dryad? I don't know whether the audience was able to hear that.
We can hear.
Question.
Is that Mr. Beast's Squid Games?
Yep.
Do you think I should?
I
spend
think
my time
you
watching
should.
that?
I'm a hater for those kind of things. But all my friends, we started
Hold on, I'll
watching
be
it, and we're now waiting every single Thursday for it to come out. Well,
There's
the point
no
is
way.
that they have like a leader that is like that, like a religious leader, kind of. Interesting. You should watch it. It is.
And
I feel
you'll
like it's a
hate
social
watching it.
experiment.
You hate watching it.
No. I enjoy it. It's.
Oh, you genuinely are enjoying it?
Yeah. It was a joke. I was like, guys, there's no fucking way we're gonna be watching this. And now I'm the first one every Thursday to be like, hey guys, it's time. Everybody, come to the Discord call. We're watching Beast Games.
Wow.
That could be you too.
Yeah, that could be me. That could. Do you know what time it's on?
I watch it at like, I think it's like 10 or 11 p.m.
Oh, I'm busy. I'm actually really busy.
What the fuck? You can
Hi.
just watch it on like Amazon Prime.
No, I don't have it.
Okay.
Don't have it. And lost access to YouTube a while back as well, if it's on there.
Right.
Don't have that either.
Right.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna have to do that on your own. So is that what you've been spending the off season doing?
No. I've also. I watched Squid Game season 2.
Right. So
So everything's Squid Games.
the only way that we're going to be able to get you watching the Americas games is if we call it like VCT Games 2025.
Yeah.
No.
Someone will die.
I swear it's not like
Lowest
that. I
performing
swear.
player dies.
Welcome to the Americas segment of Plat Chat Valorant episode 201. Wyatt and Dryad are joining us. How are you doing? Are you bringing a sense of calm with you today? Are you centered? Are you zen?
Yes. I have no interest in using the coin randomness. It's gone. We're some of the finest minds of the 21st century. We shouldn't be relying
I don't know
on
about that. I really
odds
don't know about that.
alone. We can come to logical conclusions for Americas.
I feel
Okay.
like I'm worried because when I saw the upcoming matches, I felt like there was an obvious choice that we have for Americas. Like all the matches, I think
All of them?
Well, I think so. Until we get to like the
Wow.
top 4, then okay, I get it. But if EMEA was that insane, I don't know what's waiting for us.
I mean, I'm interested to hear who you
Yeah,
think the
so I'm
obvious
already
choices are.
looking at some-
Illuminate me.
Yeah.
There's
Let's,
no
um,
way.
I must be illuminated.
Before we get to the pick'ems, though, we've got some other stuff that was like news stuff that we wanted to touch on. One of which is the current state of the replay system. So when they did like their 2025 look ahead, one of the pieces of news that they talked about was where the replay system is at and what challenges that they're currently dealing with.
Yeah.
Bala tweeted about it, talking about the fact that like despite the bugs that they currently have in the system, you just got to get that shit out there, and people understand that demo systems, replay systems, they have problems in them.
No, my bro came out of nowhere to hit a 3-pointer from half court. he
Bala
pulled
finally
up.
got a day off from what he was
I
doing.
don't know what he's been doing, but he came out
Well,
with
you
straight
don't know
facts.
what Sideshow can explain what Bala's been doing.
No, you don't want to know what Bala's been doing. Me and TMV was talking some dirty shit to me. What during the first
Me,
stream. It was horrible.
bro.
It was horrible. And listen, we don't have to go into it. We can leave that
No.
depravity on TMV's Twitch channel where it belongs.
And yours.
Yeah,
What
it
do you
also
mean?
belongs
Yours
there.
is full of depravity.
There's no way that TMV's Twitch chat is more depraved than
No,
yours.
there
Josh.
is no space
There's
on the internet
no
that is
way.
more deprived. That is more out
There's
there
no
than your
way.
Twitch chat. You always tell them as well, stop
Don't-
being horny when it's you
I-
who starts
Exactly.
90% of it.
May I interject for a moment? We're supposed to be talking about the replay system, and TMV's already
What?
derailed us. And not just that, he's roped in one of our newcomers who said he came in with a Zen personality. He's immediately got me like getting
Look at him,
2v1.
he's going again.
I'm one of the original bricks laid for the Palace of Plat chat. Newcomer?
Yeah.
Not a newcomer for this
Wait,
episode.
Pacific, by the way.
Listen, I
Okay.
just prefer America.
And that's
I'll tell
reasonable.
you.
Can I
Valid.
narrow back in on the replay system for a moment though? Because you're saying that Bala hit the 3-pointer. I disagree with this take. Because I think that if you release
Yeah, let's
a
wait
replay system,
another year.
yeah, I think you actually should in order to get it working properly. Because
This
I
doesn't
think
even
if
look
you-
like a... never mind, I'm Zen.
okay, if you release a replay viewer where the average player thinks that it is the truth. The average player does not record their own gameplay. The average player does not see what the server sees, etc. So if that becomes the measure of truth for the average player, and bear in mind the average player is a lot stupider than Bala and doesn't understand, like doesn't have history of using STV and stuff like that, GoTV, whatever. I think that's a really, really difficult problem for Riot to solve because people are going to start saying there are more cheaters, more lag problems, bad netcode, etc. when the reality is that they've just been duped by the replay client bug. And they're going to think that there's like tons of problems with the game. I think it would actually lead to players like stopping playing the game because they think they're being robbed in all of these situations.
No way. I feel like that's going too far. And especially because, I don't know, I feel like the people that want to, I feel like the average player is not going to be using this as much. Like, I don't think this is as much for them. Like, yeah, once in a while, or like the people that are actually trying to get better. But how many people are going to go and study the game that are the average player, like duoing with a friend?
So-
I don't think that's the case.
I agree with you. But do you know what the average player in Overwatch, when they released it, uses it for? To check whether people are cheating. And to check whether people have walls and stuff like that. That is what it gets used
That's
for
true.
most. And I think in that aspect of it, it's at its worst when it has these kind of bugs.
I would offer this counterpoint. I'm not sure how desired the replay system is for the general audience and how often it is brought up compared to the esports audience who've been bringing this up consistently for years and years at this point. Would the issues that they're illustrating there be the case at all if we were just simply getting replays of VCT and LAN tournaments where everyone
No.
is on LAN ping? Like,
No.
can we just get replays of VCT and the international LANs as the starting point? That would not be an issue. Everyone is on LAN ping. Let's
Yep.
just start there.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Totally agree with that. The
You've
issue that
got
I'm
'em.
talking about only happens when it's like your own individual
got 'em.
games. Yeah.
Facts, logic, owned in the
Yeah.
marketplace of ideas.
And you know what? I'm buying your marketplace of ideas. I like that idea. I think that's a great system. And it also allows them to roll out a, beta system
Yeah.
and have people, find these
Use
bugs
it,
by trolling through them constantly. So I like that. Now, would some people get mad when like, so some pro player misses a shot and EDG ends up winning the championship because Zekken gets robbed in a situation? Yeah, but like who? Like the fans
Or it
are
just
gonna
becomes
get mad about
obvious
that
some
anyway.
pro has cheated somehow.
Like this whole time, Aspas is actually cheating.
Yeah.
nobody
Get
realized
access to
until the replay
the
viewer.
flusher tapes. Just see him tapping through smokes and shit.
Okay, so VCT 2025 Team Capsules. I've been waiting to talk about this. This is fun because we've got a mixture of you could rate them and have a lot of fun doing that. You can look at the cool ones. You can get mad about the fact that some of them are kind of basic. And we've got rumors and drama being peddled by Mixwell as well on the other side of things. It really offers you everything, this topic. Where do you want to begin? TMV, give me the lowdown of what's actually happening this year with the team skins.
So everyone is still, every team is getting a classic skin like they did last year. It does actually cost less, I noticed, by the way. If you bought the team skin last year, they cost less if to buy it again because you already have access to the like spray.
I'm pissed off because I bought Carmine Corp last year and they dropped the ball this year. They dropped the ball. It's one of the worst team capsules
You
this
don't like
year.
it? The lilac?
No.
And it's the only one that I now have, discount for.
on, yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? You've ruined my investment
buy
in
the
you in
Wolves one, aren't you?
2024.
Yeah, but anyway, the classic skins. I mean, I think that most people probably feel like that was a mistake in and of itself. Like starting right there is the fact that we're doing a classic again. You can have your own opinion on that if you want, but I think most people would probably say that was a mistake. And then the second thing is that the player cards are all essentially the same player card, just with the team colors and the team logo slapped on this guy's face. And for some teams, I think it actually looks pretty cool. Like if you've got a logo, I kept saying like Team Secrets on the player card looks really cool because the guy looks like he's some part of like, some cabal, essentially, some international cabal of crime because the Team Secret logo is just like an eye and it looks cool. But for other teams, it looks dog shit. And obviously they're all the same. And I think the player cards were kind of cool. And I was really excited, to be honest, to see like, especially because obviously last year the teams cooked them up and they didn't know what the other teams were going to do. And so they didn't know what would be good and what would, how much effort should they put in, what kind of theme should they have. But I think this year, if they were able to do it again, it would have been really cool to see people like, okay, the Lev bundle sold really well. It looked fucking badass. It was clearly like the best card. We would have got like a bunch of that, right? We would have had probably a bunch of teams like going, what's the fucking coolest card we can make?
Yeah.
And have some really cool ones. And instead we've just got, I mean, there's the Team Secret one, as you can see, like, and it looks kind of cool
Yeah,
on
it
him.
does look sick.
But for like most teams, it looks dog shit. A lot of the classics, I think, also look kind of dog shit.
Whoa!
The Zeta division.
Wait a second,
Sorry.
because I think the new
Classics are
design
not
of the
good.
classic is better than the previous
no.
one.
Oh,
No.
is it better than the previous one? I could accept that, but I still
There are
think a
still
lot
some-
of them aren't
Yeah,
very
there are
good.
still some that look bad for sure, but I think this version of the classic, where it has more like it has this like splodgy design, right? It looks like
Yeah,
it's been
but
hit
the
with a
problem
paintball
is the
from the bottom.
teams that-
It's way better
well,
than the
I
clean
won't
lines
say
of
it.
last year, in my
I
opinion.
won't say it.
Okay.
In code for you, Sideshow, I'll just say some of them maybe look a bit ballad.
Okay. Right. So what you right? Sorry.
That's just code for me and Sideshow and anyone.
Yeah, but you can't have that kind of in joke where the audience doesn't
Yeah,
understand
but
at
I
all.
don't want to get
What he means
demonetized.
is,
I don't
what
want
he
to get
means is,
demonetized.
what he means is, some of them look like they've been splattered with milk. Okay, so that global one, for example, it looks like it's been
3D
splattered
milk.
with an upshot of milk. Jeez.
The upshot.
And
This got some velocity.
but there
That's
aren't
crazy.
many that look like. I mean, there's another
No,
one.
no,
But
all of them have white on it. All of them, every single one. That's why I don't like them because they have white for some reason. And now I'm not gonna be able to unsee that. What the fuck?
but some of them are incredible. Like this one, for example, the Trace one, I think is
Yeah, but
really
Trace
nice.
are always cooking with this.
Right, but
I don't
Okay,
like
Why
it.
have Kami Korg on Lilac? Explain that to me.
Well, I don't understand why they've had. So you see, some of the best looking ones, if you bring that trace one back up, sorry, are like super contrasting colors. The blue, the gold, super contrast. So you get that the design that I like of the splodge, of the milk splatter, if you want to say that, is really highlighted because the contrast is so high. With the KC one, it's a purple and a lilac that are very low contrast. So it actually doesn't even highlight the design of the
Noble one's nice.
stuff that much. Yeah, again, a really high contrast skin. So the low contrast ones, I don't think work well anymore, whereas they did last year to a higher degree, I think. But as Kurt scrolls through them, I want to ask you another question. So Leo's corpo line for this was 2 reasons why they're going with a classic. One is it's the most seen gun. You start with it every round, and so you don't have to actually like buy it in game as well as buying it with real money. Okay, I can understand that. I feel like if it was a Vandal or a Phantom, though, that get used almost as much, people would be way happier about it.
Or
But
knife.
okay. Or
Yeah.
a knife or something like that. But the second reason he said, which I wanted to hear your thoughts about, were that he thinks it's going to be like a team jersey where you want the most updated version of it every year. Do you think that holds water?
No, I don't. I really don't. Because I think that, like, let's say you're a Lev fan, right? And you bought the Lev bundle, right? And the Lev bundle last year was sick, right? You've now got your way of repping Lev that you're happy with. Because the bundle is sick, right? Like, as a football fan, like, people do buy shirts, and, like, the diehards of diehards will buy the shirt every year. But generally, they'll wait. Like most people that I know would probably wait to, like, you know, I'll buy a football shirt, and then in 4 or 5 years' time, when it starts to look a bit old and outdated, and it's maybe, you know, had a bit of wear and tear anyway, then I'll get the fucking new one.
Can I
Right?
give you another?
Yeah.
Can I give you another reason to pass by you as well? Why I think it doesn't hold water? Because with a jersey, other people look at you wearing the jersey, and there is actually, I know this sounds a bit silly, but there is some level of judgment and social stigma for wearing like a really out of date jersey, especially if you're like a kid going to school or like at a sports event or something like that. You don't think that?
You're
That's
talking
not,
about
that's
like
not the case.
Sideshow
That-
just got bullied as a kid, so his
Yeah,
experience of
what?
these things are
No,
a bit
the-
different.
One of the
Yeah,
reasons
you're
that people-
projecting a childhood experience.
No, I'm not.
I've never felt that way.
You don't think people like buying new things to show as a social status that they have
I
the
mean,
money
they-
and are on
they-
top
yeah,
of
they
the
Enough
trends?
definitely-
money for you, Sideshow.
They,
Yeah.
they like
but that's
it,
how.
I mean, yeah, when I was in high school, it was like whatever the newest fucking retro
Right.
Jordans. Like, yeah, if you,
Yeah, yeah,
if you
so
were
that kind of
stepping out in the retro bred ones, yeah.
But I think that only works. That social pressure only works if it's something that other people see that you wear, like you wear on the outside. It doesn't work for like an item that you have in your house that other people don't interact with, which I think the classic is. You don't immediately look at your teammates in ranked and think, oh, you've got a shit classic. Like, you have to have it dropped on the floor and pick it up and stuff, even to see what they were running in the first place, basically. So so if there was any part of that, of like the need to be on top of things, I don't think it works with the classic because it's not as overt as like a full player skin.
I think we're going too deep into like the social, I don't know, like the study of why people do things.
I think
Matt agrees.
I think it's more like if you are a big fan of a team, yeah, you will be buying the second and third skin as many classic skins come out. I think that's obvious. If you're actually like a super fan of a team, that's gonna happen. The problem is that the teams that were selling the most skins, they were not selling them because they had a lot of fans. They were selling them because the bundle last year was really good. So people that were buying the Love bundle, a bunch of them were not Love fans. They were just doing it because it was the best one. That's not going to happen again. But people that converted into fans or have always been fans of Love, they're going to buy it again. It's just less the amount of people because there's no reason why they should do it again.
Yeah, I think the people that are going to buy this one that already own the first one, they're just super fans. And I don't see this selling as well as the bundles from the first year unless the esports fandom in total has grown exponentially or will grow exponentially throughout this year. They would have made a lot more sales if there were, again, the custom player cards, which I hope return in 2026. And also, after getting 2 classics in a row, I would like to get a Phantom or a Vandal or a knife in 2026.
I don't even think it has
for
to be that though.
variants.
Like if they didn't want to do a premiere, I think even if they did a ghost, people would want it. Like I really do.
Yeah, that
I
too.
think people
I
would
agree.
prefer a
I
ghost to
agree.
another
That's
classic.
true.
I agree. I think any other weapon, people would be far more interested. Also,
God,
I
if
think
they did an Ares skin, that'd be so fucking fun.
I mean, maybe not the Ares, maybe not the Ares, but a ghost, sure. I mean, most weapons, sure. I'll buy a Bucky even, but
I'll take a cool title. I mean,
Yeah.
if they can rep a team they like.
Yeah.
I think also, I mean, to me, far bigger than any social implication is just the economic implication. What is the discount if you bought one year one? TMV? I don't
It
know.
goes
what
down
it
to
it's not much.
1650, I think.
Yeah,
Instead of
it's-
20, is
okay,
it 25 to start and it goes down to 1650?
It's
Something
it's
like that.
it's 2350 if
Right.
you're I don't know if you're buying if you're buying
It goes down
one
to
for
about the
first
Ares
time.
price.
But if you already own one, do you want to spend another $17 to get another one?
I can
It's
tell you there
a
are
lot of
some
money
teams.
for a
There
lot
are
of
some
people.
teams that I might like. If
Again, you're a super fan though. You're a super fan.
no, I'm not a super fan.
Yeah, you
I'm
were.
not a
What the
su-
fuck? You were co-streaming China at like 1
You literally
a.m.
work for the broadcast.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Look, the amount of money I've spent on this game is tiny compared to a lot of players. I think
Yeah,
I'm
Van
well
Silly.
below average. Yeah, I mean, dude,
Was it
Van
every
Silly,
bundle?
he's probably
I
going to
mean-
buy every bloody bundle again.
Yeah, it's
He's
madness.
one of the whales keeping Riot afloat. He works for Riot and he pays them more than they pay him. It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
There was one more thing that I wanted to talk about with this, which was just Mixwell's thing that he talked about on stream. Do you have any weight, any credit to this at all? Mixwell said.
If what Mixwell said is true, this is
So
bizarre.
just to be clear, he said there are teams that have complained that some orgs were selling more than others, much more than others. So Riot decided to make them all the same by default.
If that's
There's
true,
no way.
get good. I mean, just get good. Like the teams that put what looks like no effort into their player card, it was just some lines and a logo, like a Zeta. I know the Sen one was the player card was kind of boring, but they had another one that just got denied, so then they hit the panic button and just threw up whatever and still got a ton of sales. But like, yeah, if you made a boring ass card, like 4 of the teams, they came up with the same card independently. Like that tells you something. Get good.
I think it's also probably just wrong. I think
Probably, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
also,
because the thing is, like, you don't
probably.
even
Makes
have
no
to be
sense.
that good at the like Lev's bundle. If Lev were dog shit, people still would have bought the Lev bundle because it just looked sick,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
like, it's not even a test of your team. It's just a test of hiring a good graphic designer.
Yep.
And it also makes no sense from Riot's POV. Like, why would you make the skins deliberately
Yeah,
worse?
worse, yeah.
Because they get a really large revenue split of all of this as well. So it's not like they'd be like, we actually really need equality in this system. No, you don't. It's supposed to be some kind of a competitive system. So why would they care that the orgs have complained? I actually believe both clauses in Mixwell's argument. I believe that people complained, and I believe that Riot changed it. I just don't believe the middle bit where it's because. That's...
Yeah. Agreed.
Let's move on to this then. Wait, Kurt has also got a tier maker in here for the capsules, but holy, that's gonna.
We'd
Take
have
a
to do a whole fucking episode.
Bruh,
What do you want?
I'm
Surely we don't have time.
Can
for
I
this.
just point out the Fnatic one with the
overstimmed.
pink is shit,
Yeah, it doesn't look great, unfortunately.
and the Navi one
Not
with the
the
pink as
best.
well. They're both so bad.
Put all
There
the
are some
upshots
amazing
All
in
of them are
S.
bad. Every single
They're
one
not
is
all
bad.
bad.
No.
The foot
All
one
bad.
I liked.
Lev continues
The
to
Wolves
serve.
one is good.
Lev's
Actually-
amazing.
I like the NRG one.
Yes,
Not
The
gonna lie.
orange,
NRG is
yeah.
lovely.
NRGs is
I
what
like the
Fnatic should have
NRG
been.
one.
Well, but you know the reason why it's better is because of the milk shot. Because it's got the splatters that make it look
Yeah.
like magma,
That's what
whereas
I'm
previously
saying.
Fnatic could only use the straight lines.
Get all that milk and S tier. Move them up.
There are, I think there are some
Well-
I think there's some classics here that are better than any that were out last year. But just because I
Yeah,
think that doesn't mean
I
that I
agree.
actually
No,
want
but
to buy
why
them.
you promoting Cloud?
I mean,
nine,
I like
Kurt?
the C9 one, but yeah, I would never buy it. Now that I know that none of it
Oh,
is
yeah.
going to the players
This
who are
has
the
the old
driving
ones,
force
too.
of selling them.
This has the old
That's
ones
the old ones too.
Oh,
I
it does.
personally prefer the
new
old
and the
Cloud
old.
9 one.
Oh
They're
yeah.
just, they're just not. I think the player card just means so much, at least for me.
Yeah.
It,
I even
I-
think like
I
they could go
agree.
even
Yeah.
further with make the spray that you get. Let the teams have some say in that. Don't just have it be the logo. Have it be something
Yeah.
else that they want you to do.
I mean, the
think
corporate
the
reason
jersey
for that.
analogy applies to the player card. Like you wear the
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
you
it
wear
in
the player
game. It
card.
shows up in your friends list. It shows up when you load into the game. It shows up when you're on the main menu. It is a jersey. basically.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a classic is just something you have sometimes.
I assume the reason for the lack of banners and stuff is because the Riot artists had to actually make the designs once the mock-ups were sent to them by the orgs, right? So it probably was very time consuming. I'm just guessing at this point, but
But you know 10 of like for the Ascension teams I can understand, but like you know 10 of the teams, like you can start way in advance.
well,
and if they sell as
in
well
theory,
as like
you know
they
10 of the teams. Maybe they were hard at work making bleeds.
Yeah,
and
but
then...
Riot knows which ones they aren't gonna like. Riot knows who they're unhappy with as well. They're in control of all of it.
True. That's very true. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of Americas. So let's stop molding about the classics. TMV is going to buy them all anyway. I know he is because he's rich. He's got 5 properties. So America's
That's just
round
not
1.
True. Not true, anyone. By the way, just so you're all aware.
EG versus Loud is our first game to predict. Dan Dryad says that there is an easy and obvious choice in each one of these games. So let's have a look at our first round.
Dude, there's
EG
no
Loud. She's gone for EG. And to be fair, 3 of us have also gone for EG. So let's turn the screws immediately on the one naysayer. TMV, you went for Loud.
See, I was really hoping Dryad would have gone Loud. Because then I felt like, okay, maybe Dryad's just saying, like, maybe she's so South American pilled that she's just saying it's all
No,
easy. Because all the
Latam,
South American
sure.
teams are going to win. But why do I think Loud? Basically, it's a bit of a punt. Again, we can apply all of the same things that we've said in Pacific and said in EMEA about, Tejo and, no one knows what's going on. Who knows how these teams will look, all that kind of stuff, which makes it hard to predict. And I've gone for Loud basically because I'm going to be I think I'm a bit of an EG doubter. I mean, I'm not assuming that you guys think that they're like the best team in Americas, but I see this more as kind of like a 50-50 kind of game, and I just thought, how can I, have some upsets in this? And I thought this would be a decent upset pick of like, it wouldn't be that surprising if Loud did well, but it's not based on any like hard like, oh fucking hell,
Yeah.
DG Zin's gonna fuck up Ye's fucking washed, bro. We would just watch.
Wyatt, do you also think it's a bit of a 50-50? Because I agree with TMV in as much as that I found it very difficult to pick the winner here.
I was definitely going back and forth. I was more in the 60-40 thought when I was evaluating. But I mean, close enough, splitting hairs. Because I definitely was going back and forth. Ultimately, I went with EG because of a few reasons. I think coming into this, I was trying to think of the player that I think is in the best form, and from what we had seen in the offseason, and I do feel that EG have him, and that's Superman, who's very good in the one invitational that they did play. And also, there was an interview from Potter the other day that I read that kind of confirmed my thoughts of this roster as well going into this, where it's, they have the players that end up there that feel like they have something to prove. And I do definitely think that applies very much to Icy and Ye. And they're joining a core that retained their IGL. Derek, who was in great form last year, Superman, who was in great form last year, versus the Loud core, who have a new IGL that they brought up from Challengers, and Digizin, who had a very swingy year in Challengers as well. And so I have a bit more faith coming into this year with the EG core, and Ye and Icy kind of having that fire to perform. But obviously you still have to respect this Loud roster and the accomplishments that the 3 players have there for sure. So that's why I do think that it is close enough, but I edge towards EG.
Dryad, why are we all stupid for thinking it's a close game?
I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to see if I hear you guys saying that it's close, and I can't. I understand that Loud, you look at the players and you're like, actually, they're good. They're good players. They've been proving things in the past. But EG, last year, towards the end, you could see, and I feel like it was so obvious that if they had just a little bit more time, they would have been one of the better teams. They were just running out of time to get enough matches in, but it was when they were starting to kind of go on a run towards the end when they were winning matches that everybody was counting them out, that there was no chance they were going to win. And then on top of that, Potter has always been good at developing players, and this is a kind of different scenario because sure, now you don't have like the tier 2 unknown players. It's actually the opposite. You have IC, you have VA, so they're well known, but it's kind of developing them in a completely different way, kind of refreshing their careers. And she has done it with unknown players in the past. She's definitely going to do it with IC and Yay. And then on top of that, what Wyatt would say, you look at the core that is staying from last year. And again, they were looking great towards the end of last year. And there's no reason why that should be stopping. I think Loud, they're okay. I don't think they're going to be terrible for the whole year. But I think EG and specifically what Potter can do with this team is what's going to give them the advantage.
Pick me, sir. Pick me.
Would you like to go to the bathroom? Do you need the toilet, TMV? It's all right. You're in college now. You don't have to raise your hand.
I'm not in college. I'm a fucking full-grown adult. Anyway.
Full-grown? Full-grown? Telling me he doesn't give short guy energy. TMV gives insane short guy energy.
No, he doesn't. Not at all.
Insane short guy energy.
What the
TMV
fuck
gives
are you talking about? I thought you were making some sort of
6'0"
dirty
energy.
baller joke. Again, coming from your mouth, it just always seems like it's some kind of rude joke.
No, you're like...
Why are
you're
you just shouting full-grown at me?
No, because you're like an aggressive 5'5" guy.
This is this is the Wilkinson projection hour.
look
It
at him.
began with him being bullied for wearing an old jersey in middle school. Then we went on to, no, it's TMV who owns 5 properties. No, it's his chat who's depraved. No, it's him who's 5'5", not me. Not me wears an extra pair of socks just to get that little bit of height.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with being small.
You're like that Florida
Okay, bro.
governor. The guy who wears the boots so that he can be taller. You're like that guy. Just walking around all day. Anyway, my counterpoint to Dryad was, she was saying, that there's nothing that's going to be too different. Well, what about the fucking loss of one of the best players in the game? Mr. Jorgimo.
Yeah, I mean... what about, obviously, Jogimo was amazing, one of the best players that EG has had, but that doesn't mean that the rest of the team is bad. Again, the team, like, Jogimo was amazing, but the rest of the team was shining by themselves at the end of last year, so I don't know why that should be different, and I think we should be putting high expectations on what EA is going to do, and what I see are what both of them are going to do on the team. Yeah, it might not be Jogimo, but the combination, I think that's it. The combination of the pieces for Evil Geniuses, I feel like works together so much better than the combination of the pieces that Loud has.
My thought on that when I was taking in the loss of Jogamo was equal trade. EG, lose Jaw, Loud lose less. Trade. That's an honest trade of 2 goated players.
Yeah. Great for Americas. Great for this match.
Yes, fantastic for the match. Also, not that it's inherently bad to play standard meta stuff. It's totally fine. That's what Loud were doing in the offseason. But I do like that EG were trying to push the meta forward, integrate the Vice on Abyss, which has become very standard in America since they've done that. And we have seen, Loud being an example of that in the past, teams that have made strong meta decisions at the beginning of the year find a lot of success early, like when Loud adopted the Harbor in 2023 before pretty much anyone else. It was like them and DRX, and that really paid dividends for them. So I think if EG are on to something regarding the meta and can be ahead of those teams, that can be an advantage, though I don't think it's an inherent advantage.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. So the next one, I mean, listen, we would never have previously framed this as a banger. Actually, in other years, it has been a banger. This was like the chosen knife debacle, ridiculous scenario, but now is a mid to top of the table match. MIBR plays against 100 Thieves, and this is MIBR with Aspas, Zenom, Cortesia, and it's not a guarantee because once again, TMV has plumped for what I would consider the underdog.
Yeah.
And he looks shocked. He doesn't ever remember believing in 100 Thieves. He doesn't even realize they were in America
Are you
still.
sure? Are you sure that's who you picked?
Yes, I'm sure that's who I picked. I went for 100 Thieves Because
Desperately
I
checks his
think
homework
the-
that was
I
done
think
by
Em-
ChatGPT.
because hold on. No, because I think the MIBR are still a very big unknown. I think they've got Aspas, obviously Aspas pretty good, Nozwa pretty good, but I think outside of that, like, it wouldn't shock me if MIBR took a bit of time to like fully flesh it out. And I think that 100 Thieves have a more stable, kind of continuation of what they've done. And I think although 100 Thieves the year last year, overall, you kind of look at it as kind of maybe a weird one. Like, you have to remember that at one point, they were like arguably the best team in the world. Like, at one point, like, people were predicting them in that like Shanghai to, go very deep because they looked, very dominant for a brief period there. So that told me that, like, okay, that is within you. Like, they have that in them to play as one of the best teams in the world. And I'm not saying that they will do that in this game. I'm just saying that, they lost to Trust in Plug. Not great. but that they do have that within them. And that, if, like, I think that has proven to me that they can do it. Whereas MIBR, we're kind of assuming, like, hey, Aspas is really good. So, that's going for them, I guess.
Can I explain my thought process? Because I started out thinking, damn, this is going to be a super close game. I think I'm favoring 100 Thieves. I'm thinking about a lot of the things that that TMV was talking about, and I was thinking MIBR in the offseason, I wasn't as impressed with like the level that they were playing at. I like the players. I think they're going to get it together. Like, midway through the season, I think they're going to be a spectacularly good team, but I thought they were going to have a bit of a ramp to get into things. And then I remembered that 100 Thieves lost to Trust in Plug. And so I was thinking, no, but genuinely, I was thinking to myself, like, you can't discount MIBR because of what you've seen in the offseason without also taking into account like 100 Thieves in the offseason. So in the end, I just got rid of the offseason considerations entirely and just thought, I'm expecting MIBR to be a good team. I'm going to predict MIBR. But I still think it's going to be, like, close. Again.
Dryad doesn't.
No?
I don't. Well, look, out of all the matches that you guys can say that could be close, I think this one is the one that I get the most because, I don't think MIBR are going to come in and destroy every team, even if, because the argument that everybody has is, they have Aspas, which it's a valid argument. I think it makes a lot of sense, but you're going to need a little bit more than that. So I think they're going to have a slow start, but even in a slower start, you have Nusra, you have Aspas, and I think the rest of the team, even though they might not be like Artsy, we've seen a little bit off, but honestly, none of us really paid much attention to what he was doing or how good he was doing. Okay, we're just being real here.
Number one Artazine fan.
Show him the MIBR bundle from last year. So
I was VOD reviewing all of Artazine's games.
No, come on. Okay, I was just so uninterested in what Artsine and everybody else, and the Brazilian teams were doing last year just because they were struggling so much. But now I think even if they have a slow start, it should be good enough to beat 100 Thieves.
I mean, why do you think Sideshow was late to the show? He was VOD reviewing Artsine again.
Yeah, while I was driving. I was an absolute menace on the roads.
For me, I'm looking at this MIBR roster. I'm looking at the construction of it. You're going to have Happy Aspas, the arguable greatest player in the history of Valorant at his happiest, with his best friend, who I think is a great caller. They've got sick players.
Will you be able to tell that
challengers.
Aspas is happy?
Yes.
Are you expecting to see it on his face?
I think he'll smile more than he did last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Just at times, certainly. And I believe in the happiness buff for sure. I tried to write off the offseason like you did, Josh. Couldn't. It's stuck a little bit too much in my brain.
If Trust and Plug were called,
And
I don't know, good esports or something,
It has nothing.
or is it just the fact that they're called Trust
It has
and Plug?
nothing to do with the name of the team, and everything to do with the fact that they were like thrown together 2 days before. And it's like, respectfully, this isn't a team filled with the biggest hitters in Tier 2. Like, it's just not. So yes, I am. So I don't want to, but I am latching onto that a little bit. But it's not the primary factor. I have some concerns. I'm not saying this is the case, but I have some level of concern that peak 100 Thieves that you were talking about, TMV, when they looked like, holy shit, this might be the best team in the game right now, when they had their bind at just peak level, could never lose on that map. Cryo's dropping 30 every time. Was that just a massive peak, kind of flash in the pan, and now they're just at this very good level, but not going to be at that level again? And we're heading into a map pool where there's going to be a lot of Rays. There's 4 Rays maps. So a lot of pressure on Asuna. Yes, we have Pearl in there where Cryo has historically been a god, so you can get that map where you know he's just going to go crazy with the op on defense. But I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Asuna. He had an inconsistent last year. I have reservations. Like, could this team be excellent and in the top tier? Yes, but there are enough reservations that I have that I am believing in happy Aspas.
I just can't wait to figure out who was responsible for EG's fracture. Now that EG, all the pieces have been scattered across the different lands, we're going to figure out who was really responsible. And it could be Boostio. What if it's Boostio?
Calm. It could be Calm Sova.
Yeah,
Life are going to be crazy.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on.
Good segue. Shut that down straight away. Oh, yes, good point.
I mean, do you want to know what I was actually thinking of? It's not relevant.
No, I really
it's not
don't,
relevant.
because
all right,
this
good.
could go anywhere. No, it's probably something filthy.
It was actually. It absolutely was.
How did you pull something out? You're
again.
the horny toad, brother. Where did you pull? What are you thinking about?
Okay, well,
let me Valorant analysis.
Let me lay out the hypothetical that was running through my brain there. Okay.
Oh, no.
So what if 100 Thieves? What if 100 Thieves deliberately through the off season in some kind of? And now I'm not saying that they did. I'm not saying I have any evidence for this, but in some kind of iBuyPower-esque match-fixing scandal, they threw that game.
You're accusing a team of...
I'm not accusing them. I'm not accusing them.
What?
I'm not accusing them. I'm just saying in a hypothetical universe, what if they did throw it? And the reason was not monetary. The reason was because they have a partnership with that team, and they know the only way to win in the game against MIBR coming up is to construct a Hans Niemann-esque cheating system where they use the plug from Trust in Plug to be able to tell them when people are hitting towards A and when people are hitting towards B.
Look into the Trust in Plug logo. They don't want to be used.
It's 1 buzz for A, it's 2 buzzes for B, and you'll see Boostio. And he knows that it's A, and he goes, and he knows that it's towards B, and he's zipping in that direction, man. That's what's going to happen. Or at least that was the scenario that was going through my head.
So you were not listening to
That's what you were thinking
analysis
about
here.
whilst we were talking about 100 Thieves versus Lev.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe
MLBR.
they have vibrating anal plugs that are going to be a cheating scandal in 2025.
Next game.
So it's NRG versus 100.
What's on the docket?
It's my chat that is depraved.
This looks like you're taking all the credit for this guarantee.
I will. I'll fucking put my name on this one. Write it down. I'm happy. Even if Cloud9 win, put my name on it still.
I don't know.
This is a 90-10.
I mean, yeah. Of all the guarantees that we've
I hate
had
to
today,
say it.
and we haven't had many, this one's the only real one, I think.
Okay, maybe not a 90-10. That might be exaggerating. What was the baller rule?
Baller's law was 70-30.
Okay.
But he's fucking wrong. It's 90-10.
I don't think it's 90-10.
Trust in Plug?
Maybe 85-15 though.
Why are you bringing up Trust in Plug
What do you have
again?
to-
Because
yeah,
they
what
got
are you
to do with this
Because
game?
again, you would not
What are
have
you
predicted.
talking about?
If you, at the beginning of 100 Thieves Trust in Plug, you would have said that there was like, what, 90% chance that 100 Thieves were winning that game?
Well,
I'm saying the
it's
upset chance is always
100%
there.
Trust in Plug because they're fixing the game, is what you accused them of.
Well, exactly, because they've got the cheating anal plugs in. So you can't beat that, can you? You can't beat that.
Only
Anyway,
I think
sorry,
NRG
what were we
will
talking
beat
about?
Cloud9. I think NRG will beat Cloud9.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Dryad's become a cat tree.
What?
Just living in my head. What the fuck?
Dryad, I want
about
to hear
to
from you. You
jump.
think this one's obvious?
Yeah,
Who knows how
honestly, I see energy,
Jump
and
if
it's like,
NRG win.
unless it's G2 or unless it's G2 energy against anybody, they're winning. This is the easiest one out of all of them. But
Okay.
to be honest, this should be the third guarantee.
Jesus Christ, you're just flaming me. Like,
I'm just saying. I didn't say why. I didn't say why it's not guaranteed. I'm just saying this should be the third one, but it's
All right.
fine. That's how it is.
immense chances for TMV to come back in here and
Yeah, the
shit
victory
talk
lap
us all.
is gonna be insane.
And you can just do the same thing that Bren used to do, where you only big
Yeah.
up the ones that you actually got correct.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one then. If that one's the least interesting, then
What the fuck
this
is
one.
the guarantee in this one?
Yeah, so this is the Brazilian interregional match. It's 2G, the Ascended team, playing against Furia.
Fuck me.
What
It's the same
are
again.
we doing?
It's exactly the same again. TMV are the only one to go for, I think,
Wait,
would be
why-
considered the underdog.
Why two? Yeah, in this game specifically. Break it down.
Like, because they're gonna fucking win a game. And this is the game to win.
They're going to
Okay.
win one game all year, and this is the game.
I
They
don't
do
know,
play
maybe.
against Furia probably later on in the year as well.
Yeah, they could beat him again. Fuck it. Yeah. What? Like, I just don't get your guys' logic of like, hey, the 10th best team in Americas has to beat the 12th. Like,
Has
there's
to.
no
We were
fucking
forced
way.
to pick a
Hence
team.
Best.
What if Furia?
You
Oh,
have
here we go.
Furia
Here
at
comes
10th.
Wyatt Zeta division for Furia.
This is very different. I'm not
Come on,
saying
what if Furia
goated.
to you? Where did you put them last week?
we
were on it, right,
put them
Wyatt?
somewhere in the middle.
They were
we
kind
put
of
them at,
high
like,
up.
eighth, ninth,
Well-
Yeah, I had them at like
7th. I
seventh.
think we were arguing
or
between
so,
7th
like
and 9th
7th or 6th.
repeatedly.
Look, if you actually want the real answer, though, it's because back a while ago, when we were doing the power rankings of all the regions, I for some reason, as a joke, said put Furia because it's
A
F
joke?
for Furia.
Now he says it's a joke. He was adamant at the time.
Yeah, but then it became like to further the point. I then became adamant, and so I've just had to stick with it, and I'm sticking with it now. This is the thing.
Right.
I'm fucking doubling down. And when 2G win this fucking game, you three. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get everyone who's watching my stream to fucking at you all and just fill your notifications.
Oh
Although
no,
Twitter's
we'll have
a fucking cesspit, so why would you
everybody
even
who
be on
watches TMV is going to be there. There's going to be 3 people in each of our chats. It's going to be crazy.
Oh my god.
You're not worried about the
Bruh,
fact that they're not playing with their roster. Like at this point in the year, they should be
I
significantly
agree
weaker than
that
they will
they're
be towards the end.
underdogs, but are they massive underdogs?
If you agree they're
Yeah.
underdogs, you shouldn't pick them.
What the fuck? Like, again, you always say, oh, this isn't a guarantee. Oh, apart from, if you're letting anyone but Dryad always says, oh, this isn't a guarantee. Oh, no. Oh, please, someone, please change their pick. Oh, I don't want to have this picture. Oh, no. And then someone fucking does it, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and you know what? Both very reasonable. Both very reasonable, in my opinion. Dryad.
I've been on the show for fucking 3 hours. Let me be.
No, TMV's putting up a 30-point game on this episode, I'm gonna be honest. But I just Spike was so essential to their
Yeah.
win at Ascension. So essential. I just don't see them beating a Furia that I know they're listen, Furia, they have their ups and downs. But
A lot of downs.
and some ups. They had an up in the they had an up.
Okay,
in the
are you going to
offseason.
bring up the
They brought
Khalil
in
2023
no,
again?
no, I am the one who I don't bring that up. That narrative's dumb as hell. I'm bringing up they've brought in heat narrative, and
Yeah.
the Havoc
Yeah.
was slowly getting his bearings towards the end of the season. Obviously, I think there's hella pressure on that to
They
perform
won
now
the
because they
off-season
put him in the
tournament.
duels. Yeah, that
Good for
I
them.
am putting stock in them winning that tournament. I'm putting stock
Good.
in 2G. Don't have Spike, and I think he's important too.
Trust in Plug would have won that tournament.
bro.
Prove me wrong.
That's fucking. That's a crazy. No, I mean
Okay.
actually, they would have won that tournament. They would have known exactly where everyone was going at every point. They would have always known. They would have had 5 players
Everyone's
stacked
in
on
on
every
the
side.
scheme. Everyone.
No, it's just trust in Plug. They know everything. Yeah, they know everything. The Plug is always correct. Okay, let's go on to the bold prediction then. So this is America's Kickoff winner. Dryad's already said that NRG beats everyone apart from G2, so I don't exactly know who Dryad's going for. But let's see who the rest of us have gone for as the winner of America's
What the
Kickoff.
fuck did I pick here? Probably 2G or something.
Probably Furia.
Surely. Okay,
Oh,
you know, it's fine.
Oh, now let's see. Now let's gang up on. Let's see how you. Yeah, it's not so easy being the only person there.
I think no. Well, this is fair because I was in between these two, but I think I don't know. I gotta be honest. I was a G2 hater for a bit. And it's nothing personal. It's nothing
Last year
personal.
or coming
but
into
I was
this
like
year?
everybody else. I wanna see a fun game. I want people running it down. I don't want to
You're
slow
one
run.
of them.
I'm one of them. I like being entertained by some gameplay that it's happening too fast for me to even, think about. That's the game that I like. So I was, it was nothing personal. I was not hating on them, but I'm like, sometimes I want to see something cool. And then from hating comes the opposite. So now this year I decided that I'm going to be a fan of G2.
Enemies to lovers trope.
Yep,
I
fan,
love Giacomo.
right at the wrong time. Right at the wrong times when NRG are
Giacomo's the
winning.
go. The team looks amazing. I think I when I was thinking about how can they make this team fun, I didn't think of Giacomo as like one of the options that they could add. But sometimes like it just fits so well. The way that they're so organized, I don't think it's just completely unmatched to what everybody else is doing. But NRG is also good. So you're
Are they your
valid.
second team to make it to
yes.
Bangkok?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone
Doug-
have anything different as
Yeah,
like the
that's what I was
second
gonna
team?
ask.
I had G2 as well.
I have a different
Wyatt?
team.
What is it?
Wyatt, who do
hold
you
on,
have
let me-
for?
Wait, let me check my pick'em again. I forget now. Hold on. Give me a second, folks. Josh, take it away. Talk about something.
Well, I'm just going to talk about how I would expect all of us to have NRG and G2 because
What? I don't think it's that crazy that Sentinels.
even Sen belief,
Sentinels.
I think, would be unusual, but okay, I could see it. If you believe
No,
in
and
might be
also
ours.
again, it's the same thing as what happened in Pacific. That G2 and NRG are very likely to play each other. So one of them has to start pretty
but
far
it's a
back in the
double
lowest. Yeah, no, but
It doesn't
they
matter
like if they
that
have one bad game, they're fucked.
Yes.
They can't have
Yeah.
one bad game. Whoever loses that. Like it's just more likely that someone who goes through the different, like a Sentinels or Crew even. I'm surprised that Dryad didn't bring them up.
I have crew
I haven't
going
even talked
very
about them.
deep.
This is a new record for me. I'm chilling.
I have crew going to that lower final.
Really?
Crew,
Well,
I think
I
Wait,
mean-
whoa, hold the
Crew's going on
fucking
a
phone.
run.
You have Crew going to the lower bracket final, and you have a
Yes.
different team going to
Yes.
Bangkok, which means that
Yeah.
you have G2 not even making third.
No, I do have G2 going to Bangkok.
Oh, right, okay.
No, just kidding. I was off the bath salts and I have Furia.
You actually have Furia?
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
We gotta talk
Yes.
after this episode.
I
Wyatt.
have energy and Furia.
Your bracket
They're going
is...
on a run, bro.
But your lower bracket final, then,
They're
is
lighting everyone
Furia
up.
Crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do you have G2 being eliminated?
Lower round 3.
So the round before... Not even the round before the lower final. 2 before the lower final. In
No.
5th, 6th.
I think there's some kind of conflicting thing going on. I'm such an off-season Andy. I'll preface with that. I'm the biggest off-season Andy. There's something screwy with G2 right now in my mind. This is feeling-based stuff with G2. Logically, I should have them going much further. But there's something in my mind that feels off. I'm just seeing the Dogamo on a leash. He's caged up trying
No
to
way.
escape. And I just think that there's some kind of awkward thing going on. It's not going to make sense right away. It's a feeling-based thing, man. It's all feeling with that.
But yeah, when I fucking pick just one team to lose a game, I'm fucking.
I never
Satan.
said you were crazy
Judas.
for that. I never. No, I agreed with you on the loud thing. I agreed with you on the other thing. It all makes sense to me.
But to be fair, it
Except
does
for
make
2G.
more sense because Furia, yeah, you were pretty hard on Furia. That all makes sense.
Bro, I'm not saying I don't think Furia are going to be a big hitter for this
But
entire
they're going
year.
to Bangkok, so that would
Yeah,
make
no.
them a big hitter.
For the
Yeah.
entire year, I said. For the entire year.
Do you think they're going to bomb out in Bangkok? Or are they winning the entire event? Or
No,
what?
they're not going to wing Bangkok. I'm just no.
You
I
say
think
that as if it's
they're going
obvious.
on it. It is.
They're going.
It
They're one
is.
of
They're not
8 teams
winning.
who could win it, according to you.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
but they're on the lower tier of that. No, listen. They're gonna go crazy at the beginning of the year and then cool off a bit.
Right.
That's
I mean,
where
we
I'm feeling.
We really did think that G2 had made a just on paper, straight up upgrade last year when they brought in Leaf to replace Tex, and that didn't work
Yeah,
out. So
it took
I
them time.
understand
It took
some
them
of the
time.
vibes-based stuff. Yeah, I do get where you're coming from. I don't think it's going to happen twice, but who the fuck am I? Let's go into the pick'ems. Let's see I mean, Wyatt's got a smoked up pick'em, so this is going to
I
be
told you, the
absolutely
bath salts.
nuts. So where does the insanity begin? We should have all of our upper round
Kirk.
locked in.
Yeah,
He's got it.
we've got the upper round locked.
Yeah,
in.
100 Thieves. Oh.
Oh.
No.
Kurt,
Okay,
do you
now
believe in 100
this-
Thieves, though?
You're allowed to talk about crew now, Dryad.
I
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I want to hear
Sorry,
Kurt. Okay.
on
I just wanted
100
to hear-
Thieves.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear if you believed, because you almost
I think
clicked
it's
on it.
very, very, very possible that they could be MIBR. MIBR seems like a team that might need to ramp up over the year.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
PMV
they will
Kurt
be good
redemption
by the
arc.
end of the year for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Dryad, you are now unleashed. Crew esports versus evil geniuses.
This is crew fans listening, thinking that I'm gonna defend you here. I'm sorry. This is
What?
not what you guys are thinking. I don't know if you've seen the tweet from Mariel. She is she's I don't know exactly what her position is, but she works for crew. She kind of knows everything that is going on. She posted yesterday a very long tweet talking about how Adverso is not with the team right now. He doesn't have his visa. They've been waiting. Everybody's stressed out. They don't even know if they're gonna need to get somebody to sub for their first match. They don't know exactly what is going to happen. She's mentioning that last year when this was happening, they had heat that was already in the US, so that made it easy. But this year, they don't really have that. They don't have anybody that can sub in. So everybody's kind of wondering, are they going to put MTA, who's technically the sixth player? Are they going to bring somebody completely new? Is this going to be like what when they brought, like Shazam was playing a match for
It's
MIBR
time
last year?
for Shazam to step up one
Yeah.
more time.
At this
Answer the
point-
call.
Answer
Is-
the call.
Do you know whether
Is
MTA is
MTA?
with them? Is MTA in LA
No.
with the team?
No.
So what?
I
They'd
don't
have
even
to
know if
fly
he has
him
a
in
visa or
from-
not. I don't know.
Dryad's trying to say she's
Okay.
gonna play.
This is-
It's gonna be Dryad.
Exactly. You know, people call me the crew IGL. Adverso technically was the IGL, but really, I'm gonna be on stage playing. I
You're
hope
gonna
you guys
pick
are
against
excited for
yourself.
that. Wait. You know what?
Ah.
No comment.
So you're
I'll be
going
together.
for EG here.
Yeah, we're going. I think crew. This is. I mean, last episode we were talking about how good the team is. The offseason they look kind of good. They have potential. This is one of the best crew rosters that we've seen in a long time. But it's too early. They barely have any prep left. They have a week left, and Adverso's not here. I don't think that's gonna be enough. So I don't think they're winning the first match at least.
Damn, I did not realize that they were down Adverso. It is
Yeah.
you're shifting my mind on this because I would have just called this a crew slam dunk had they had their full
Yeah.
roster.
You know what? I'm still
It
gonna
might
say
still
crew.
be.
Well, it depends who they get as the sub, I suppose. If it is Dryad, sorry Dryad, but you know that would make it tough.
If it was MTA in your mind,
Yeah, if
would
it's
that...
MTA, I'm still picking crew.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I would still pick crew if it was MTA.
Is Adverso supposed to be calling for them as
Yeah,
well? Though?
he's
So
the
now
idea.
Melzer would then probably pick back up the calling after he hasn't been doing it in a while. It really does fuck stuff up.
I mean, also because they've been scrimming, but on the tweet it said that Adverso's scrimming from Chile with the 150 ping. So it's not like they're even already preparing for a possibility of him not playing and somebody else IDLing. It's just
Whoa,
not something that they've done.
Breaking news. I might be getting one guide, but they're saying in the chat that crew just tweeted the whole team is ready.
Really?
So
I'm looking
so
through
it
the
might-
Twitter. I don't know Spanish, but none of this indicates that they're ready. I don't know.
Well, what is?
Okay,
is that
this is
just
not-
a meme?
Is this it?
Oh.
This is a meme.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you can understand why the gringos
ready.
thought it was
They're ready.
right. So that's not, that's not valid.
Let
But
me
one
see
guide-
if Adverso has posted anything on his Instagram. That's how we'll know. He
yeah,
hasn't.
if he posts like the classic plane picture,
Yep.
him looking out of a plane.
Exactly. There's nothing. So
Okay.
I don't think that's changed.
Right.
I guess I'll agree with you then and go EG. But I do want to caveat that and say if they get their full team, I'm picking crew every day of the week.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Same boat.
Even
Oderus.
with the time that they have,
Are we now going to play a prediction of when will crew have their full roster?
Yeah.
Flip the
Well,
coin!
the second game, surely they've got a roster.
There's a guy who working at the US visa department that's like, should I apply? Should I approve this guy's visa? He's like, I'm so addicted to the coin. Sentinels MIBR then. There's another. I mean, holy shit! These two next upcoming games are bangers.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm inclined to think
I'm going Sentinel.
Sen are gonna win that game, but I think both of these teams might look a bit shaky because I'm still not convinced about the Sentinels like putting John Cutie on Initiator, Narrate on Cypher. I think that might take time for it to look super good. I don't know if they've had enough time yet. But I'd
in the
punt for
same
Sen.
boat. Keep on paddling, Josh.
No one's playing
I'm in
Cypher
there.
these days, little bro.
So you're also going with Sentinels, even though you think it might be a slow beginning for them.
Oh, I thought you were going with MIBR because of
No, sorry, no, I wasn't. No.
Oh, never mind. Drop me off at port. I'm getting off the boat. I'm going with MIBR for the reason you stated.
Yeah, and yeah,
So,
fair
which
enough.
I feel is fair enough. Yeah. I think it'll
I'm going
just take a
Sen.
bit.
So what's Dryad going?
I feel like I was just hoping that the three of you would agree on one and I wouldn't have to think. Unfortunately. You know what? I'm going MIBR. I'm gonna make it even just for fun.
Oh,
Fucking
son
hell.
of a bitch! Here comes the coin again.
Well, we know how this
Yes.
goes.
Hate the coin. What do
Although,
we got?
yeah, we know.
Oh,
we know
nice,
how
let's
it
go,
happens.
It's
Wyatt.
MIBR.
Let's go.
Me and
Love to
TMV
see that.
stay losing. We stay losing. Okay, G2 versus NRG, another like god tier matchup. But yeah, damn, this does happen so early on. I didn't realize how ridiculously early this game was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well,
It
whoever
does seem-
loses MIBR 100 Thieves is fucked because they have to play the loser of this.
But
in
even
the
to go back
lowest.
to what you said earlier, TMV, it's not like they drop
they have to
into
do
the
a
lower
full
bracket.
lower
Yeah,
run. Yeah,
an entire lower bracket run. You can't mess up a single other game. That makes it really unlikely we get G2 and NRG actually for Kickoff. doesn't
That
it?
is part of why I have fears of G2 because they're going to lose this game to NRG, have to make a full lower bracket run, and in the off season they were trading wins and losses with quality teams.
But
That is
that-
my fear.
But I agree that you've got the right fear, but doesn't that make it more likely that MIBR or Sentinels, like whoever wins that game, is actually set up real nice to go to
yeah.
the upper
Whoever
finals?
makes it through to the upper final from
And
the
then they-
top,
I mean,
top group.
Sen MIBR have got by far the best bracket here, I think. Whoever wins that
100
game has
Thieves.
got...
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I've cooked myself
sorry,
because
yeah.
I didn't know the crew thing, and I have them to the upper final.
Of course.
So
right,
I've cooked
yeah.
myself.
Yeah. All right, well, then-
that changes everything.
I'm going
in my
NRG for this game.
Right. I've also got NRG for this game as well, so I guess that does
Yeah.
it. Dryad, you don't even have to think. Your lucky day.
Finally.
Leviathan Furia. Where's everyone's
So have you-
Leviathan stocks at? None of us have talked about them yet.
No. I mean, we haven't had to yet, you know? That's
yeah.
definitely why.
Right. That's true. That's just a fact. But like, can we go from fact to opinion, perhaps?
I'm really struggling with this team. It's like I know they're good. Maybe it's the way that I see Loud, where I see the individual players and I'm like, they're good. But thinking about them being competition to like make it to these international events, I can't put them there.
I think that most people are gonna be quite like, oh, this left team, they're gonna be the team that flames out, or oh, this left team, they're gonna be the surprise. They'll be way better than you think, and be like quite high or low on Lev, just because, and like they were last year, right? Like, you know, they started off with some of the fucking muddiest, rolling around with Cloud9, playing with Cloud9 in the mud,
Yeah.
and then obviously ended up finishing third in champs and being pretty good. I think that this year, even though they have like, you know, Demon 1, it's kind of like, who knows how fucking good Demon 1 will be. I think they're going to be just like pretty solid. I think they'll just be I don't know why. I have this feeling that they'll just be like the fourth best team throughout the year.
Really?
just-
You don't see any
No,
volatility?
I'm just going to
for
say
this?
they're going to be steady Eddie, the opposite of what they were last year. Fucking plain Jane sailing across. And so that
That
means
would
that they'll
be-
beat Fury. Although I guess why you have Furia winning this.
Yes. But that being said, I kind of agree with your take on Lev. I do.
What's the
But
point?
I feel that Furia are gonna fucking cook at the beginning of the year. I have Furia cooking it up at the beginning of the year, and then it's going to level out for them. And I think Lev or quality as everything aforementioned. I mean, everything you said, Team V, I agree with that. I think they're going to be a consistently solid ass team throughout the year.
I've got to give this one to Leviathan, in my opinion, though. I think Lev are going to be... I think they're going to be volatile.
That's
I
fine.
don't really agree, but I think that they're going to be a step above Furia this year.
I think they should win this match for sure. Well, where I'm
picking
struggling
that.
is I'm thinking about all the pieces that both of the teams had and have, and I don't know where Furia is gonna take the advantage. Where Furia is better than Lev when you're comparing them roll by roll, one by one.
Havoc
don't see
versus
it.
Demon 1.
Jesus. Don't disrespect
Right.
the goat.
I mean...
Don't come at the goat.
No, but there are a lot of raise maps in the pool, right? Wasn't
Yes,
kind
playing-
of the...
Yes, there are 4 raise maps in the pool, and then
He's
you
gonna be
have
playing smokes.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing Smokes, right? So who's playing Duelist for this squad again? It's Tex that's gone over to play
Yeah.
Duelist, right? I'd forgotten about the role swaps too.
Oh, King could
Although
also
it wouldn't
play
shock
Raze.
me if Natank played Raze.
they have a lot
Right.
of raise flex
He
players.
might do, I
King
don't know.
played Raze for a
And
long
King-
time.
And King played Raze as well. Yeah. They
Yeah.
got plenty of Raze. They got plenty of good
They have
Raze
a lot
players.
of raise players.
Triple
potentially.
raise. Is
Yeah,
that
they can play triple Raze.
I really, this team more than any perhaps in VCT, it just baffles me. It baffles me. The roster construction of it is bizarre, but I'm excited to see it. Do we have enough votes for Leviathan to send him through? I
Yes.
think we do, don't
Yeah.
And it's all but me.
we? Are
That's
we
okay.
agreeing though that they lose to NRG afterwards?
Yes.
Yes.
Because we were all
Yeah.
super high on
I'd
NRG.
say yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That should be a great game though as well, right? Like that, just the narrative portion of it
For sure.
would be
For
sick if it
sure.
happened.
I will be upset if NRG are not great. And by great, I mean phenomenal. I believe they should be.
Okay, so let's go NRG there. Upper semi as well. We gotta be having MIBR, I assume.
Look, I guess I'm a bit of an MIBR doubter. I haven't picked them for any of the games coming up to this point, so I'm going to stick with my guns and still be a doubter and pick EG, even though I'm also an EG doubter, and I said that earlier.
Really? Because surely EG are in this spot if we believe the
Yeah, I
bracket
know, but I'm
because
just-
crew were nerfed,
Yeah, totally.
not because.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm just sticking with it. My
Alright.
MIBR doubt, because you've gone against me so far.
Okay. Spite fueling
Spite,
the.
your spite, yeah.
Any other believers for E EG?
I don't know. It's this one is actually harder. I think I'm going MIBR here.
Okay.
What?
I
No
too.
way, TV.
Okay.
I too will go with MIBR.
MIBR blowing EG the fuck out of the water. NRG for this
I
one
don't
as
know
well,
about
Kurt.
that, but I mean, they're gonna. I would assume they'll win by some.
Pick
margin.
NRG, Kurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've
It's
done
NRG.
NRG. And then scroll down and we'll
Alrighty.
have a look at these. So we've got, Furia, goddamn. They're playing against 2G and then they have to go and play against Loud in some level of likelihood. If Loud lose to EG, they're just only playing against the Brazilian teams. Having their own little Brazilian battle down there. Where do you favor them? Recent off-season tournament results would imply Furia.
Yeah.
Confidence is attractive, and Wyatt is so confident about Furia that I'm attracted to Furia now.
Yeah, and listen, regardless of my confidence level, I feel like we should
When
just
they
be going
flame
for
out, you're
Furia.
not gonna be like,
we should just
wasn't
be
me.
going for Furia in this matchup.
Yeah,
Okay.
they should be winning this for
I mean,
sure.
I feel like really, unless individually they plank, if Havoc starts this year like he did last year, I think a lot would have to go wrong. I think at the moment their individual form really clears Loud.
Okay. All right. Let's put them in then. G2 100 Thieves. Now, I think it's...
G2.
Yeah, I think it's G2 here.
Go on, Wyatt,
What-
make
what
the
a-
case for G2 flaming out.
They're not flaming out there though.
Oh.
It's not happening yet.
Sen over
Sentinels.
Cloud9.
Yep.
Crew.
Do they have their full roster back?
Yep, now they do.
Okay,
Now they do.
Now
Got
they
it
do.
back.
They got him.
2
Got it
days
back.
later or
Yeah,
something.
wait, is that
isn't it?
like 2? Wait.
No, it's a
I'm
week
checking the
later.
schedule.
A
I think
week
it's like a
later.
full week.
Is it a
later.
week? Let's
Yeah,
find
it's a
out.
week. It's a week.
Okay,
And it's
okay.
also 2G. I think they're fine.
That's enough time.
Jesus.
Okay.
Disrespect.
All right. I'm down to go with it.
Dryad's backing herself in that game. She can take 2G.
This is where I think we'll have a fight because I'm. Well, with Wyatt, for sure we will with Wyatt.
We can
because
just
he's
we can
so
3
serious.
to 1.
There's
Ignore
no
Wyatt.
fight.
We
Yeah,
can
I
ignore.
mean,
we can ignore him.
You guys are gonna jump me in an alley. It's over. It's
Yeah.
a 3v1.
Just imagine you go back to your childhood Sideshow when you're in the corner getting bullied. Like, we'll just
Yeah,
do
when
that.
you wore that old sports jersey.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
when those
getting
children
torn
ganged
to
up and
shreds
bullied you?
by people.
I wore my Borough jersey from 1985, handed down from my father, and got beaten up in the alleyway by those boys a couple of years above me. I used to have hair back then. Sentinels crew. I'd have Sentinels here, like easiest. I mean,
Riot, can
easy
you take
if they
John?
don't have a full roster, and still if they do.
Okay.
Mm.
Are you a better player than John QT, Dryad?
Yeah, I got that easy.
Well, then-
Don't worry.
I'm going Sen.
I think I don't know. At this point is when I want to believe, but it's Sentinels. So
You don't want the backlash.
I-
But aren't we just 3 to? Are you
I'm
going
go-
Sen as
I-
well? Wyatt?
I'm going Sen as well. If
All right.
Crew had Adverso,
They might do at this point.
feeling more 50-50.
I feel like they
Right.
should
They
at this
might.
point.
They might. I'm feeling 50-50 if
We might
Adverso
just be
is
saying
there,
that for
but
every
just go
crew
with Sen.
game.
Yeah, but they're out.
As we
so-
I mean, they're gone now.
Maybe
Yeah,
they'll get
And
it.
that's
Yeah,
the
so
end.
it's
They're,
just-
they're gone. It's
Wait,
the end.
I just realized there's a glitch in the system.
Mhm.
Look at the screen and see if you can spot the disparity. I'm gonna scroll up a bit. It's in the center of the screen. Why is there's a huge problem here?
I'm too
Oh,
stupid.
never mind. I'm stupid. I got-
Oh, right,
that's
okay,
the
good.
dummy. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Good.
Never mind. We'll cut that
Production error of the year starting early, 13th of January. We love to see that.
Early
EGG2.
contender.
Now that
G2.
doesn't seem fair on paper to me. That seems like a G2
That's-
slapdown.
That's gotta be cheap.
But at some
G2.
point, Wyatt, you're gonna have to make this case for G2
Where?
losing.
What happened in? Hold on, I gotta refresh.
It must have been.
I guess did
Okay.
you have Fury? Oh no.
well,
you
it was
would have
Crew
had Fury
M.
going through.
No.
At
Why
this
would have had
point,
Crew MRBR
I
in the
have-
upper and a loser of that?
Yes, I have. Okay, if Crew had Adverso, I had them going to the upper final, and MIBR being knocked down in what should be a close loss against Crew to lower round 3, where they meet G2 and MIBR beat G2.
Yeah. And I don't think that's that insane, but I do think I
The
think
bracket
it's
we've
wrong,
got,
but
yeah.
but I don't think it's too mad. Because whatever team goes through that upper is actually going to be pretty dangerous. Yeah, let's send G2 through though, and
Yeah.
then Lev Sen.
I don't know.
I'm inclined to go with the devil I know, which is Sentinels, even though I think they're going to be a bit shaky at the beginning of the year. But I just simply do not know that the devil on Leviathan. I do not know which demon we are getting.
Yeah, this should
Wait,
be
but I
close.
have a question. I agree that Sentinels might be shaky at the beginning of the year, but why do you think that they're going to be shaky?
I think that they are going to either they commit to the role change that they've gone for with Narrate playing Sentinel and John QD playing Initiator, and that is going to take time, I think. When we saw them in the offseason, didn't think they looked super comfortable yet on those roles and getting big value from those roles. But I think the players are good enough. They'll get there eventually. And it won't take them too long either, but maybe a bit longer than Kickoff. The other option is they go back, they revert those role changes, and they have Narrate play stuff that he's played in the past, like the Fade and that kind of thing, because they realize it's more of like an exec heavy meta or something. And then it's just because they haven't scrimmed as much recently. I think kind of either way you slice it, I'm expecting Sen to not be in their final form for Kickoff.
Right.
I still think they'll win though.
Are we divided?
I'm honestly kind of torn on this one. I'm
Yeah.
struggling. I'm struggling. Like, I do believe that Lev are going to be strong throughout the year, and I think that it's possible that they're going to roll. Not even possible. They are going to be rolling the die on their roles with this team, because they have a lot of options, and I do think it's possible that they go with something that ends up not being optimal, but they have so much flexibility that they're going to work that out eventually throughout the year. Regardless of that, the talent on the roster is so good that they're still going to be formidable, even if they are not in their optimal roles at the beginning. And it's got me struggling. I
think
do
Lev. I'm
are
putting Lev here.
They're going to be a strong
Really?
team. But
yeah, I think they're both going to be strong teams.
But
I just
also,
think Sen are going to be a
the
bit better.
devil you know thing.
Exactly.
Which is, and that's Sentinels. I'm going to go Sen.
Nice.
Oh,
okay. So we've got 3 for Sen, right? Because TMV
torn.
were Sen
Yeah.
as well.
But it's Sen. But I'm torn.
Okay. All right. So we were a little torn. Close game. Great game on paper as well. But that
It
sets
is.
us up with an upper bracket of NRG MIBR and a lower bracket of G2 Sentinels. So let's go for the upper bracket first. MIBR. That's where the final one came from. I mean, it should be MIB anyway.
Yeah, made in
whatever.
Brazil. Yeah.
But then, people will get confused with Men in Black, I suppose. Maybe it's been trademarked. I don't know. NRG then. We expecting them to be able to win this, or have we got some MIBR believers? Most of us had NRG winning the entire tournament.
NRG.
I mean,
Send
we all
them.
have energy.
Send them
too,
through.
so-
We all love fucking NRG. We all worship
It's
at the
NRG.
altar of FNS.
It's NRG. They cooked
Let's
in the
fucking
offseason.
put
The
NRG.
roster is
Fucking
sick.
click their name already in the grand final, Kurt. 3 of us had them winning it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
They,
So
they just cooked. The
Ooh,
roster's
well,
so good.
now that I think about it, G2 was always getting second on these finals. So
yeah, they were.
Okay, so then
G2 for a
I go
reason.
energy as well for the final.
I would have G2 over Sentinels here, I think. I think Sen are going to be good, but I think they're going to be like top 4 good.
Now, I know it's
Maybe not
funny
winning.
because I had them going out in round 3, but I would pick G2 here as well.
Right.
Because a lot of what I did ended up being very matchup dependent because Fury are on the same side as NRG, and they're going to lose that to NRG. But in the lower bracket is where they're going to go collect a
Right.
bunch of wins. And so, yeah, I mean, like, if this plays out in this way, I'm going with G2 to kind of go the distance here, beat Sun as well.
Okay.
Lucky Sen.
So that locks it in. So that then, MIBR have made their way through to the lower bracket finally now as to face off against G2, despite the fact that maybe we don't think they're the second or third best team, it feels like, just because they got such a nice run through the upper. Or
Wait! Let's
Hold
go.
up.
Oh.
Okay, let's do the. Let's do
We have
the.
to-
let's do it
alright,
all
we
over
actually have to
again.
redo.
We have to restart.
We actually have to redo.
We
Time
have to go
redo.
fast though. We gotta go fast.
Okay, speed run, speed run.
Alright,
Fucking
speed run.
get back there, Kurt. Go,
This
go,
is
go.
so
Yeah,
troll.
crew all the way until the end.
No,
Kurt.
no, you
Crew.
crazy
Yes.
troll.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crew
over
BDG.
MIBR.
No,
Crew
no,
over
MIBR
Yes, yes.
over crew.
No.
I'm a
Wyatt,
TMV.
with you,
I'm a
with me.
TMV. I'm a TMV.
Crew.
I'm
Dryad
Dryad.
crew. Dryad
Okay.
crew.
I hear crew. I say yes.
Crew. Fuck you, Sideshow. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go
Okay,
crew.
crew, locked in,
Fuck
locked in.
it. Fuck it. Crew be NRG.
No,
No.
no, NRG,
All right.
Okay.
NRG,
now-
please, you pink
Simmer down.
maniacs.
Now we
Simmer
chill.
down. We're
NRG?
cooking. Now the
Quick,
boiling
quick,
water's
NRG,
going over the
NRG.
pot.
Okay, NRG. Let's deal with the lower bracket then.
NRG.
NRG.
Wait, why do we not have somebody locked
we
in
go.
on the lowers there?
There we go. Now
Oh,
it's
because we have to like click the buttons
Yeah.
again, Kurt.
so EG.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah.
EG. Send.
Sen.
Sen win that one. Sen
Sen.
win this one again.
Sen,
This
Sen.
is sensible now.
G2 beat
G2?
MIBR. Oh,
This is where I'm
are
going with
MIBR.
MIBR. That's where I'm going with MIBR winning.
Oh.
That's
And
my
I can-
lower round 3.
And honestly, I
No.
can
That's-
understand why you
That's
would
where
have
I'm
picked
at.
that.
That's where I'm at.
The thing is,
No.
though, MIBR are not going to be down here because they're going to beat crew.
Wrong.
Yep. Wrong. Plus, you're never right about crew.
That's so true. So true. I'm going to go with G2 in this one. I still think.
Do I want to
G2
send
the
it to a
coke is
coin?
real.
I think you do.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm
No?
sick of losing coins. I'm sick of
All right.
losing coins. G2.
Okay. G2 make it through then.
G2
All right.
win again.
Two.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
and
this point,
G2
crew
win
has
again.
never won this matchup.
And they
Never.
won't now.
That's a-
Ever. They've
If
changed
That's
G2
it
go
5
through a
times.
whole lower bracket run, there's no way they lose the low final,
Wait,
right?
what was the second thing you said, Dan?
They played each other like 5 times. Every single time, G2 wins.
Oh, that's crazy. All right,
It's
G2 win
Oh,
that.
well,
no,
G2.
they got their fucking number. All right, never
No,
mind.
they do. They really do.
All right,
But
yeah, all right.
that is a mad tough lower bracket run for G2 to pull off. I know that we've just kind of sped run through it,
Yeah.
but like they have to play against
Bro,
some
that's-
good teams. Furia's dangerous. MIBR's damn,
100
like,
Thieves, Furia,
could be damn good.
MIBR, Sen, if they make it through in this bracket is crazy.
Yeah,
and that again, that is why I fear, because in the offseason, they were beating quality teams and losing to quality teams. Can they beat
Yeah.
4 of them in a row? That's going to be fucking tough,
Yeah,
man.
it's not happening.
It's
Even though
doable. It's doable, but that is tough.
even though we think they're the favorites for each one, the chances of them losing one of them is just so high. All right, so then we've got NRG winning the finals against G2, right? And that's that's it. That's the bracket. Okay, America's Pick'em's locked in. And Adverso, thank you very much for your
I know that.
timely tweet. It's like he's listening to Dan. He's like, "What do I need to post? Oh, the plane gift.
plane
plane
quiz.
He's not got a visa. He's literally just listening to Plat chat and trolling us.
He just really wanted us to pick crew." Yeah. Okay then. That does it for our episode in terms of the pick'ems for Pacific, for EMEA, and for Americas. Wyatt, though, must...
Wait, real quick before we do this, I want to promote this again. We're submitting our pick'ems. If you guys want to join,
Yeah.
Oh,
our
show some
group?
randos. Show a rando.
Yeah.
again
What if we
to see what
pick
they
a
think.
random person, and if their pick'em is better than ours, we
Yeah.
have to do something.
Can we see the names? I like to pick the weird names. Can you scroll in a bit,
We
Kurt?
should just
We
do a
can't read them
random
as
fork
easily.
again.
No, let's pick someone new. Let's
Who
pick
we
someone
have?
new. Who's got... Did that say Assassin Simp 33?
No.
No.
Oh, no, it
You're just
didn't.
seeing
God,
things,
I
so it's
really
okay.
wanted that
Just
to
seeing what you
be
want.
true. Who have
Maybe
we got out
cheese puffs.
I like that.
I like that guy. I mean, he has the same finalists as us,
similar,
but
no?
wow, he has NRG losing to G2. Big. All right, so just a G2 believer.
Just flop it, yeah. Just
And you
swap
can't- I
G2
mean,
and NRG.
Can't be
from
too
ours.
mad at that. Yeah.
No, I think this is a pretty sensible bracket. Honestly, this
Well,
might
he's got
end up
Fury
being
beating
one.
Lev. He's on the Wyatt train. So
He is.
Oh, he's got Furia beating Lev down there. Yeah.
And if you guys
And
want
then
to
he's
join
got
it,
NRG being left.
if you are a member, you can join our pick'ems. Just check the community tab or check the Discord.
Mm.
what are you gonna
And,
do if Cheese Puff? What was they called? What were
Cheese
they called?
puffs.
Cheese Puffs
beat
Zez.
you.
Oh, cheese puffs easy.
I think Sideshow should shave his mustache.
If
Alright,
cheese
well,
Or an
that's
puffs,
it.
eyebrow.
right?
An eyebrow.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
yeah.
again.
No,
Crazy.
Not
absolutely
again.
not going to do this. You
Not
don't get to
again.
nominate things that I do with my body. Get out of here. Get out of here. I think
At
what
least
you
get
should
like
do
a
is-
septum piercing or something, John. Go a little edgy.
So cool. You would look great with a septum piercing.
if I had a septum,
like an
you
eyebrow
mean septum
piercing.
like between the nose, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I could get that, and then I could hang pieces of hair off it, so I fill in the gap between my mustache. It could be functional.
What?
That would be
No.
gross.
I'm afraid I'm not willing to go the Sliggy route and say that I'm going to buy the membership for the guy the entire time. That's too much.
That's a shame.
I'm not even sure you
That's a
can
shame.
do that, by the way. Can you like gift members for 12
You
months?
can give them
Maybe.
money.
Do you want to give them money,
Yes, give
Mr.
him like
fucking
$100
landlord on the
or
left?
whatever.
Me?
Just
You're
5
the one who's offering
properties,
to do it.
Josh.
I'm not offering to do it. You offer.
Hey, I'll take the money.
No one's giving any money, Dan. Okay, let's move on to the Wyatt's Weekly Award.
Ooh, shiny. Shiny award. It's the shiny award time. Woohoo! It's the God's Very Good Great Gamer Award. It looks like me.
I think that's what you
Wow.
should do. Do you still have the god helmet anywhere?
Yeah, I like to walk around with it in my house while I'm alone. Just in case somebody intrudes, like a robber
full
comes towards
show
the
in it.
door.
Now, honestly, it's a good thing that we're giving away also the Great Gamer Award, because this has turned into a double award week on account of our production team suggested that we give the weekly award to TMV for filling in for Wilkinson, who
Wow.
was off doing fuck knows what at the beginning of the episode. And TMV is hosted the first 2, and then he was here, and then, so that is the weekly award, but also kind of the weekly award, but also the Guards Great Gamer Award. Only one person I think that can go to this week. That is going to Scary, who announced his retirement a few days ago. Was a cracked out player, provided a bunch of sick moments. That 1v4 clutch is in the history books forever. And honestly, it's too bad that his career hasn't gone further, because I think he could have really flourished as a pro even more than he did. But he has provided us with some sick games, sick highlights. You have Sliggy losing his damn mind over on the right in this clip, but yeah, have to give it to him.
Why did he not get picked up this year, man? I feel still like someone should have taken a punt on him when Bleed fell to pieces. I know that, Darion, someone's taken a punt there. I think this is a caliber of player that probably should have done. Seems like a bit of a waste that such a great player is now looking to retire because they missed out this year. It's sad.
It is sad.
It definitely is, but we must celebrate the good times.
True.
Yeah, the fact that I just fucking won a weekly award. Let's fucking go! Although I do feel a bit bad for winning it, because I think, as I proved today, hosting this show, which Sideshow pretends is a difficult job, it's actually fucking easy. It's so fucking easy, so I'm not sure I'm really deserving of the award.
When do I pretend it's difficult? Do I sit here and moan to you afterwards?
You just make it look difficult. That's what I meant.
Well, with that, thank you to Wyatt. Thank you to Dryad. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Why he does make it look...